What's going on, beautiful world? Once again, welcome to the Black Sheep Perspective. Today is, fuck, man, this coronavirus got my days all off.
I don't even know what day
Wednesday? Wednesday, right?
No, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday?
Yeah,
it's Tuesday.
June?
June.
I'm
No.
kidding.
It's
You were
Tuesday.
scared. You're like, damn, we're there already?
It's Tuesday, April
7.
7. I think his mic needs to be turned up, Gus. And anyhow, it's Tuesday. We're in crazy times right now. And right before we started the show, you guys were asking me, or you were talking about, man, it's good to be back. You know, we didn't think that you guys would have us back so quick. And I was just about to respond, but Gus was waiting for us to finish, and I said, hey man, go ahead and start recording. I want people to hear this, you know. So for one, talking about what we just mentioned, we're in some fucked up times, dude. And people need entertainment. People need to hear certain things. They need to laugh a certain amount. They need to feel like they're communicating with people, you know, interacting somewhat with people. And this is a great time for podcasters like us and people who like to put on some type of entertainment, like people like Caballo, some comedians, people, you know, internet personalities. This is the time. This is the time to shine and put out your best work and put out your best efforts. And I want to do that. And I am doing that. We're doing that. And we're definitely inviting a lot of guests and trying to make a lot of moves. But I wanted you guys back because shit, man, we did great with our show.
We did.
I thought it came out.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was
a good
fun.
time.
It came out great. A lot of awesome reviews. I mean, you guys got a nice following of very active people.
I'll be honest, every single person that replied to me was a girl.
Really?
Every single person that said, "Oh, I love that one. That was my favorite one." It was a girl.
Because they're trying to talk to you. You know, it's like an easy way to get in.
I think on YouTube
It was
though,
definitely YouTube because I have like 8 other episodes. So that's
on
not true.
YouTube the comment was a guy, the one who said something good, or you had a couple comments, and I think it was guys.
Oh,
and
yeah?
they said and it was good show, bro. This and
Yeah.
that. Tom, I think somebody shout out to Tom, whoever that is.
Whoever you are.
But anyhow, the feedback was definitely good, and we had a great time, and we covered so many topics, all under the umbrella of relationships, dating, everything that's under that umbrella.
Right.
And so you know, me and Gus are always brainstorming. I'm always brainstorming with Doug, my video editor, who's a close friend of mine, and another shout out to Orlando. He's another friend of mine. I'm always brainstorming about segments to do, things to, you know.
Ideas.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, there's an array of guests that I would love to have on. I would love to have some more veterans. I would love to have some people in the medical field who can talk to us about what's going on in coronavirus right now. That'd be great. Hopefully when this is put out, we're done with the fucking virus and we're all back to normal. Realistically, I think we agree that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, so anybody hearing this, especially when we put out the snippets and the clips, hey, if you know somebody who's in the medical field who would like to come to the show and enlighten us, if they're in South Florida, please give them a holler, DM me, anybody on the show today, and let's network, see if we can get some more light on the subject. And
Some exposure.
yeah, exactly. Let people hear it from the horse's mouth. But yeah, man, so I wanted you guys back on because, you know, we've been talking about this 21 questions segment. So I mentioned it to you guys the last time you were on the show. I've mentioned it a few times in different shows. It always comes a little bit short because we haven't been able to act upon it the way we wanted to just yet. So the whole intention was we wanted to get a panel of ladies, primarily between the ages of 25 to 35, okay? There's no real cutoff, but that's just the average age, you know, where we're around, okay?
Yeah.
When you're a little bit too younger than that, I don't think your opinion is as valid.
Yeah, you say that all the time.
You know?
You're always like, oh, like if you're younger, you know, it's like.
Yeah, because you really don't know what the heck is going on.
You haven't been through enough.
Yeah.
I would agree.
And I swear it's not a slap.
No,
you know,
it's not.
Yeah, because that's the. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah, so some people will take offense, stuff like that. Like, oh, I'm different, da-da-da. And you may be in some certain area, but trust me, like after that, after you get older, 25, 26, that's when life really begins, in my opinion. And you look back and like, oh my God, what the hell was I thinking? So,
Right.
Yeah, you always say like, oh yeah, if you're 18, I don't think so, but maybe if you're 25 or something, it's because
Come talk
you
to me.
learn so much. Like
In
I've
that
learned so
span.
much. Yeah, when I turned 25, like that was almost 3 years ago. That was like, yo, I don't know anything.
Exactly.
Back when I was like 24, it was life changing. So
and
now
I tell Gus, I know he brushes it off sometimes, but he's been more receptive, you know, in the last few months. But I tell him the same exact thing. It's like, hey, you'll see, bro. You know, you have a certain way of being, and I know that you are a little bit more mature for your age than the average person your age.
Yeah.
But there's still a big flip that's gonna be happening, and you're gonna realize, you're gonna look back and be like, damn, bro, you were right, you know?
Yeah.
So anyhow, but So 25 to 35 is the age we're looking for, okay? For those reasons of, too young and past 35, nothing against anybody past 35. Shit, I'm 42, so I say it with a lot of pride. But at that point, a lot of things start changing and affecting your opinion, from marriages to divorces to a whole lot of life has hit you. So your opinion is going to be a little bit more tainted. Right. So,
biased, yeah. Like
it's not going to come out as, well, again, I was trying to be picky. And, beggars can't be choosers. And hey, no one's Joe Rogan just yet, but motherfucker, I'm coming for you. And I wanted to I didn't want any females who were in a relationship to come on to the segment. Okay. The reason being is because I feel, and this is all part of why you guys are here, because I want, what we're going to do is, so that I don't beat around the bush too long, I'm going to go down the list of the 21 questions that the females are supposed to answer, okay? So these 21 questions was a survey that I did through about 4 months, okay, of working at the gym, the last 4 months, but almost before we the whole corona hit hard. And I asked at least 100 guys, all different people who work out there, clients, friends, coaches, you name it. And I say, hey, soon enough on the podcast, I'm going to have a panel of females in between 3 to 4 or 5, who knows. We're going to have some alcohol in our system so we can bring that truth serum in, that we all believe that, right? Alcohol opens up the gates of truth.
Speak sober thoughts.
I never heard it said like that, but there you go. Yes. I have never really heard it said like that. Have you guys
heard that?
What is it?
Drunk words speak sober thoughts.
Oh, that I did. Yeah.
That's cool.
I've never heard of that?
I haven't. No, I haven't. There you go. That vibe, man. Y'all got that vibe, bro.
You guys want us to leave again?
And so it has begun. But so the most popular 21 questions that was average, and this is all like in paying homage to 50 Cent and his 21 questions, his famous song. Right. So the 21 questions, we're going to go over those 21 questions, okay? I'm going to say, okay, guys, here are the questions. And then for each question, because what happened is we only got one female to come in to do the segment. Her friend flaked out at the last minute, and 2 girls that I had coming flaked out. I don't want to say flaked, but they just got caught up in this virus ordeal and curfews.
Yeah, you have to understand a little bit,
yeah,
too.
Of course. Some of them might have older people that they live with, and, they're not trying to I get it. We're virus-free here. I don't know about STD, but we're virus-free here, okay?
Oh, what?
Gus.
Yeah, Gus over there. You're the one wearing the hat, bro. Oh, never mind.
What is that?
Listen, so we're gonna what we're gonna do is we're gonna see where we all feel as to what the average answer would be from these ladies compared to what we think the truth is. Okay? So if the question was as simple as would the average female jump the fence? We're going to think, okay, what would the average girl answer? Is she going to say, yeah, she'll jump the fence? Yeah, we think most girls would jump the fence because of X, Y, and Z. Okay, but do you really think that
she actually will do it?
Or has she done it and she's just not admitting it? We're going to go through all that because when you're in a relationship or you've been through certain things or people are listening, you're not going to get the whole truth.
Fair enough.
You're not going to get the whole truth.
My boyfriend's he doesn't
know. Listen to this. My mom's a fan. Gus brings up his parents all the time. Betty, there you go. Betty's a fan. Shout out to Betty. I finally met her. She's awesome. People do listen. And then fuck, we all want more and more fans and more listeners. So they get afraid of it coming back to haunt them, They might say they had that threesome or fucking orgy. I don't know. Or they might not, but do we think that we're going to get there. So...
Interesting. Let's do it.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of that. So this is why I got this secondary or third phone right now. I look like a dope boy.
Oof. Trap phone.
This is where I had all the questions written down. So we're gonna let this fun begin. Some of them, I think a lot of them are not so deep and sexual and fucking. It's not really that, but they can definitely have 2 or 3 parts, and it leads into bigger things. Right. Okay. So starting off, first one, and everybody out there listening, man, I hope you guys pay attention to these questions. We want your opinions too, especially if you disagree with us, or if you agree, or if you got a whole different opinion. Leave comments, man. We want to interact with everybody out there. I know these dudes love to interact over here. At the Coffee Breakup, we love to interact with ours as well. You guys got a lot of interaction with your people. That's great. They text, they put comments and they respond, and that's.
Well, that's another thing. We're looking for opportunity.
So you have a lot of people that go ham.
Yeah, people
that
are very passionate.
No, my favorite part is like when you see someone answer and then someone will reply to them with
There
another
was
story.
Before
a
you
guy,
do.
I was
Yeah,
looking.
yeah.
I was looking at a post. You had some guy going ham on one girl.
Yeah,
He went ham on
yeah,
the
I
next
saw that.
person.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like,
Do you know
all
who
right,
that is,
See
or-
more comments. See more comments. I'm like, how long has this gone for? No, I don't know who it is. I don't know if he knows.
I don't know either.
Bro, Titan bullies, shin to kennel. Titan bullies, the same.
Yeah.
He fucking had a all-out war. It was a friendly war, but it was what they just talked about. I shit you not. Look at the posts. It was like 3 posts ago. They must have went about 20-something comments to each other.
Who?
Him and some other female who happens to be a friend of Orlando's. Our friends are gonna be fucking intertwining on each other as this group, as this network continues building.
Yeah,
Watch. Oh, I
yeah.
met you guys through the coffee breakup, and I remember I heard you saying, yeah, that's how it works, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so the first question, here we go, fellas. Why is it that most females are attracted to bad boys?
I think you like this question.
So what do we all think that the average answer would be, and do we all think that the real answer is something different?
All right.
I think the average answer would be that what most girls would agree on would be the fact that they're like, enticing, it's interesting, they're unavailable, so it makes it even more
Challenge.
desirable. Yeah,
Chase.
because if the nice guy, or so many people want to say, it's boring, it's saturated, it's stagnant, it's predictable. So they're going for the bad guy because it's like that uncertainty, like like playing with fire. So I think that would be the acceptable answer for.
You think that'd be the most generic?
I think that they're gonna.
That's pretty spot
I
on.
know. No, I've had a conversation with someone about this, and
Yeah.
I asked them, and their response was, "Oh, because they're more fun." And I was like, "But what if they screw you over?" And they're like, "Oh, it's a risk I'm willing to take." So yeah, like it's almost like what he said. It's also about a chase. Especially here in Miami, everything's about competition. Who's better than who? Everyone's looking for an edge against somebody else. So it's almost like, okay, if someone's single and available, and they're the nice guy, anyone can go up to them and they'll be open to it. But someone who's going to be a bad guy who you see who's just being by himself, or he's playing, multiple women. It's like, what if I can be that one girl that changes him? Because there's a lot of girls that they'll just date a guy because they want to be the one to change him.
Right, they wanna,
He's
like,
a piece of
fix them.
shit.
Right.
Oh,
Gus,
but I'll
do
change
you
him.
concur with this?
I mean, this is what I've been
I-
told directly.
Okay.
I can agree with that. I feel like I feel like Miami's so much different when it comes to that question because it's the culture we're bred in. Like you go to West Palm Beach, they're gonna have a different mindset. You go to Tampa, the girls are gonna have a
Right.
different mindset. It's all about what's going on in Miami. To me, is the one where I feel like girls are more fed into that than anything else.
Okay, so now somewhat on the flip side, do you guys think there's a deeper silver lining to that? Do you think that, well, really, and I guess I'll be the one to tee off on that, and then you guys can tell me how you feel. What if you really, really go deep? Okay, I think most women are gonna say what you guys said, but this is why I wanted to have this podcast about these questions. I think that there's a real truth. I don't know what the average is. I don't want to sound so egotistical like I know what the average is, but I think that real deep down, these important thoughts flow through their mind, and it's the thoughts of, one, sexual. I do think that sexually, they immediately think what type of sex the bad boy look
Like
would
provide.
bring versus
Like the nice,
the nice guy
Exactly.
look. Okay, and we're not determining how different it is from a tattoo to another. We're just saying
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
however they diversify it.
It's all about the sex appeal. Like you see
Right.
this bad guy, you're gonna think,
And
he's gonna, fuck me
Yeah,
up.
do this, whatever, be rough, whatever.
Yeah.
I think a lot of females, and again, everything is influenced by your upbringing,
absolutely.
what you read, what you heard, how early did you start porn? Did you have an older sister, older brother? What'd your mom, all of that. But in general, I think that a lot of these females are connecting the bad boy image with protection. This guy will stand up and put up a fight for me in a world that's fucked up. When it comes to me being put in my place, because I know I can act like a bitch, I know when I'm on my period, this and that, he's going to grab his balls and tell me something. Versus I really feel like I can push a lot of guys over. I can just do that, baby, and get what I want, or I can just flash my tits around. You know what I mean? So I think that there's a deeper thought to it that women don't admit. But I think that is something that plays more, has more ground than what we actually hear.
Like subconsciously, it's just kind of like embedded in them, is what you're saying?
I don't think the average woman would admit it unless you put them in a predicament or really ask them
really
to.
think.
But yes, I think, or they might not know it, but I think if they gave it enough thought, I think that what we described was very superficial. It didn't hold a lot of water. So something has to hold water for them, for that bad boy look to really play a significant enough role for them to continue going for them and liking them and fucking sleeping with them or whatever. Shit, I'm one of them, so I'm not hating on it. But, I think that it's just deeper than that.
Yeah.
I think it's deeper than that. I think it's deeper than that on many levels.
But you wouldn't say that a nice guy would come off as more nurturing or more understanding or more open.
I
to
never saw
working?
50 Shades of, no, what's it called? Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
And he looked nerdy, right? But apparently he was a fucking sex god
Yeah,
or
he had
something.
his own sex.
So, I
dungeon,
mean,
sex room, whatever.
Anybody can be anybody can be a freak between the sheets.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the image and the impact that it has to them. The
Attraction.
I mean, I just think they think deeper about the bad boy part. I just think they think deeper. I don't think they just think the silly things that we think it is. I just think it's more to it, rooted. They just never admit it, or maybe they're never presented with the opportunity to admit it. Who knows?
No,
When we have the girls here and we start this shit off, I'm gonna refer to this and say, hey, I said this to the fellas.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Was I accurate or was I completely off? I got no problem being wrong. It happens once or twice a
I
year.
think subconsciously, you have a lot of.
They caught it late. They caught it late.
You have a lot. You bring up a good point. I think subconsciously, they'll make those decisions or they'll make those assumptions. I mean, it could be some sort of a evolutionary thing from back then, like when you saw someone who was aggressive at hunting.
Yeah, of course.
Or whatever,
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh, okay, he's more
Upbringing,
machismo.
yeah, all those
You're a product
influences.
of your environment.
Yeah.
It's 100% what you're raised around. Now, to go back to that, just to ask you, you think that, like, what he was saying about the whole bad boy thing, you think that we have a larger scale of women more into that here in Miami than the whole U.S.?
I mean, that's hard to answer, I feel like.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think that's a root, like, to the core. I think women, in a way, want to be controlled. They kind of almost want to be not told what.
He's gonna start some shit on.
No, but it's almost like who wears the pants,
Yes.
but someone else
Yeah.
controls the zipper.
I'm not saying that women.
You never heard of that?
No, that's a good one, though.
It's
I've
like,
never heard of
like I'll wear the pants, but you control the zipper.
Right,
Meaning,
and
what I say goes, but there's leeway.
No, absolutely. But I think ultimately, like a lot of women want to be told, kind of like, okay, like that's where are we gonna go for dinner? What are we gonna like plan? Like, they want you to have a purpose,
Yeah.
almost like. And so I think that bad boy image is kind of like putting them in that position to where they just kind of go with that, rather than a nice guy kind of like, whatever you want to do, or
a little bit more of a pushover.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, someone to make a decision.
So now that's that's the root of what I'm leaning on.
No.
So the minute they lean on that just a bit, there's a whole lot that stems from it. There's pushover on so many levels, from sex to this to that, and it makes them. I guess it makes them less manly when they think like that. They shouldn't think like that because they see tattoos and a beard and whatever, and they think, oh, this and that. It's not the right thought, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's also relative. It's like whatever you believe, because you'll act a certain way, and then if you find a man that's the same way,
Yeah.
if you find someone who's that bad boy, you're gonna be like, oh, he's not like me at all. What is he all about? But
Right.
someone who you feel would be like, if you feel like you're a nice person, you see a nice guy. In this case, if I was a female, it'll be like, oh, I know, I already expect what's gonna happen. Like everything's gonna be easy. But if someone who's a bad guy, it's like, well, like I don't like a bad boy. Like it's like, oh, who am I dealing with? Who is this person? What are they gonna do?
Yeah, and a lot of it's like it's a game for a lot of people, right?
yeah.
They want that chase, they want that. It's like,
And I feel
what's
like
gonna happen?
it also depends where they are in their life.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
of course,
well, that will
of
be
course.
the foundation for everything.
Because if it's like a 23-year-old girl,
Well,
she's
that's the point of the age group that he's saying. You
Yeah.
don't want someone who's too young enough to be
exactly. She's gonna be.
I don't know. So then a 35 or 40 or 50-year-old, whatever,
Yeah,
who
she's
has
not
that
gonna be
mindset,
playing.
they're gonna be
She's
like,
not gonna be playing those games. Exactly.
The second question is actually we kind of pretty much already touched up on it, and this kind of led into that one. So, excuse me. It was why do good guys finish last? And I think we kind of covered it, indirectly by talking about it. But y'all got cranked up like.
We had an episode like that.
Yeah, So remember, we had spoke off air about we have some pre-recorded episodes.
Right.
That's one of like in case of emergency.
Okay.
In case of COVID, break glass. That's one of those episodes. And we had a couple of issues recording it, but we actually went over this, and that was one of his favorite topics to talk about.
Yeah. So you want to?
Sure. Touch up on it.
Well, what did the woman say?
Well,
I forgot what she said, but it really doesn't matter.
What was it? Say the question again.
It was why do good guys finish last? And I think we just kind of already touched on it with the one prior, but you can add a little bit to it.
Yeah. So and this is what I told him. Like, nice guys finish last because they expect to finish first. That was a big one on me. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yo,
when he said that, I had the same reaction.
oh my gosh, I gotta give you a
Dabs.
oh my.
But yeah, no, I really believe that. I think because a lot of people have expectations because like I'll do this, I'll buy her dinner, I'll open a car door, and so she'll notice that, and then at the end of the night, I'm gonna get into her pants, or she's gonna put out, or she's gonna like me more because I'm doing that. So it's like
they try.
Yeah, it's like cause and reaction. But
Too
I'm like,
hard.
Exactly. But I'm like, and I told him it's like, and I think we agree on that. Like I don't do anything in like out of because I want anything in return.
You don't expect it.
Exactly.
You do it out of the goodness of your heart.
Exactly. Like I would consider myself a nice guy for the most part, but like I don't do any of it because I'm like expecting anything out of return. I don't do anything like that. But a lot of guys think, okay, like I'll pay, so she has to, I'll get something in return indirectly, and vice versa.
But I don't think that's going to be for everybody though.
No, I don't think. Well,
because there are going to be some nice guys who I think that they will finish last, but in the sense that it's like they're the ones that are going to be the ones waiting for you, if that makes sense. Like if they try and they get rejected and then they go for the bad guy or the bad boy, whatever you call it. When they get screwed over by that guy, who's going to be waiting for them?
Yeah, but
I think eventually there's going to be nice guys going to finish last. Eventually there's going to be a nice guy because she's going to be like, I'm tired of dating.
The reason I said that I thought we kind of covered it already was because at the end of the day, we were kind of agreeing. We were on the same island in regards to if you seem like too easy to manipulate, some level of a pushover. I can get what I want if I try hard enough. Doesn't matter how, okay? Bitching, screaming, sex, pouting, whatever it is. You don't have that bad boy in you to put me in my place, to take over, to say what we're going to eat, and don't even fucking ask me what we're going to eat. Handle shit. So if we agree on that, then we know that the more weaknesses you show in whatever shape or form, then in general, that's going to turn them off enough where eventually you finish last. You're not going to be the guy who's in the lead because you were too giving. You're
okay with being second place.
Yeah, everything was it was too good. And I'm not saying when it's too good it's not true. Don't attack me on that because everything can be gravy and be awesome. Very rare, but it does happen. But I think that's a good general way of saying, well, that's why nice guys finish last because they're too nice and they didn't put up a fight. They didn't do the things that these women deep down inside really, are really attracted to for long-term things. They don't want to, unless you got a manipulative bitch who just wants to run, wear the pants, then she'll fall in love with you quick. You're perfect for her. So, okay. Third question for these females. Could you date a guy shorter than you? Now, what do you think that average female said? And do you think that they're being honest with it? Or would you say that it's in truth is different?
Okay, I feel like that's a rather easy one because I feel like most girls.
And let's be considerate to Gus, okay?
As soon as you asked that question, I looked over.
I feel like most.
I saw the side eye. You guys think you're slick just because I'm answering the live really quick.
I feel like most girls probably wouldn't want to date somebody who's shorter than them, but like officially, that's what they would answer.
It's gonna tie into the first two questions,
right? But I think ultimately, I think a lot more women would be probably more receptive to it than they would like to admit.
You can hear all that from that.
Yeah.
It has to be from that.
You're good now.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Mark.
Sorry. So I feel like, a lot more women are probably more receptive to dating a shorter guy than they would probably like to admit. But officially, they'll probably say no because he's short, whatever. And you see it all over social media. If the guy's under 5'10", don't even talk to me or stuff like that. And I'm like, but realistically.
Yeah, but then you'll also see the people who will counter that and say, I decided to date some guy who was shorter than me 5 years ago, and here we are getting married.
Yeah.
So then you got both replies then. So you think the average is gonna say no?
Most girls would probably say no. I wouldn't want to date somebody.
I agree.
You agree, but you think deep down inside they probably would. They just won't say it.
I think more girls are gonna say no, that they'd rather someone who is taller, and it's gonna tie. What I said is gonna tie into like.
Of course, what we just said.
You feel with someone who's bigger, they can protect you, control you, or take care of you. But it also ties into like why do nice guys finish last? It could come off as a complex where some shorter guys maybe they aren't as lucky, or they may not be attracting as many females because of their stature compared to whatever the average height is.
Right.
So then they're just gonna kind of be open to dating anyone who's willing to date them. You know what I mean?
Gus,
I feel
not
that
as a joke. You are short,
feel that-
but you were with somebody for quite a while. So
And not only that, I've never had a problem with that. I feel like it just ties down to confidence.
Absolutely.
100% just ties down to
Yeah,
confidence.
but physically, if no one even met you, they just saw you, and you were standing someone who looked similar to you, like you.
See,
but
not
was
to
taller.
like I'm not an ugly person. You get me? So like when it comes to that, like I understand. Like if, like I could understand in some cases for some short guys when they're short and they're not very.
I think a
attractive.
better question would be
sucks.
you and the exact carbon copy of you,
taller.
but 6'2".
Who's getting chosen?
The taller guy, of course. Can you imagine me at 6'2" though?
No, we
Jesus
can't. We don't
Christ.
swing that way,
I don't
bro.
wanna.
Imagine
I
me
don't
at
even
6'2".
wanna.
Bro, that would be.
Yeah, you'd be cockier than you are now. But don't worry, no one's hearing it, bro. Don't worry. Okay, so the next question is, what's your favorite body part?
NFL football.
What's your favorite body part on a guy? So what do you think these females, on average, favor on a guy?
He got nervous with that one. He was like, woo, woo.
I would say arms and abs. That's probably what they would say.
I would say probably more like shoulders. Yeah, shoulders.
Shoulders, and you think what? Arms and abs?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be arms would be number one because girls like grabbing onto the guy. So again, ties back into the other few questions. What's up,
Gus?
What I would think, and it's not saying because of me, it's
It's always because of you, bro.
No, because it's what I've asked girls this on purpose. Like after that we had that, I asked like 2 or 3 girls, and they said it was honestly guys' butts.
That's
a wild card.
I've heard of that as well.
because that's like one.
So
of the
we're talking
questions
about favorite body parts, though. You can't say what they appreciate or what they check out. We're talking about favorite. We're talking about the average. What do you think? 8 out of 10. What do you
if I
think?
ask-
80 out of 100
so if-
females are gonna
If you do multiple choice,
gonna reply.
You
So
probably
look,
could
one
get-
girl said flat asses are not cool in a guy.
But that's fine. But she's not gonna say that the man's ass is her favorite
oh,
part.
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, I think that's actually
Man.
a good possibility.
Listen,
People
so
are saying a guy's butt. There's girls here saying a guy's butt.
we're gonna look back on that and send DM those girls the fuck y'all lying
No,
for.
no, no.
man.
Tell Kawhi to start sending ass pics, and I bet he's
So
gonna get a
listen,
better.
shout out to Kawhi. We'll
yeah,
tell
but
him
he's
that.
put it up before.
Kawhi,
ass?
yeah,
Yes.
it was a hairy
It was-
mongoose. It was, yeah. It looked like it was 3 days, no, like 3 weeks away from mowing the lawn. Hey, shout out to my dog though. He's the man, bro. We're gonna get him to do this shit, and he's gonna call people out. He'll grab fucking Gus's phone right now and call those chicks out for lying like that. Is what he would do. So look, I think what the real answer is, I think when they say arms, I think the majority of them say arms, but when they say arms, I think they're more referring to shoulders. Is what because they see the shoulders first and most than anything.
Yeah, so
they lean on
arms
it.
is
They lean on it. They're head shoulder with it. Your average girl is 5'1", 5'2", 5'3", 5'4". Your average man is 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". So the shoulders is smack in their face, and that's where it's really at. What's going on, beautiful people? Just want to take a moment to thank everyone out there for tuning in. We continue getting so much love and support and appreciate every bit of it. But on that note, if you're a new listener or simply someone who's interested in following our journey, please take a second to subscribe to our channel or download whatever necessary app in order to never miss a show. Also, why not give us a follow on Instagram at BlackSheep305 and at Gus Villamil. Again, we truly appreciate all the love and support and look forward to continuously giving everyone listening a different perspective. Now let's get back to the podcast. My dude, I'll get back to it, but my homeboy, man, and I was taken back. I was like, why are you hating on Chris's suit? You kidding me? Come on, man, it's a podcast. I said, hold up, player. However you go, however you feel, that's the beauty of a podcast. You dress how you want. The man is a suited man. He's been working in the banking industry. He loves to wear suits. He's got many of them. I think that shit looks sharp. Let them. Nah, dog, nah. Oh,
He's a douchebag.
It's just the image.
He doesn't
He's
own
a
a suit.
douchebag. You heard what he said?
I thought you said that. I'm like, really?
No. He's saying.
Nah, he's the first name from a douche, but he had some haterade in him that day. But yeah, man. So just closing that argument, I think that is when they say arms, they're really more relying on the shoulders, talking about the shoulders because they pop out. It shows. And when they say shoulders, some of them even mix it up more and they include the traps.
Yeah.
So I think the actual answer should be shoulders, but I think the average answer would be arms, and they're referring to the connection of the shoulder.
Yeah.
The more broader shoulders gives it a bigger physique, strength,
As well.
Like reassurance. I think that kind of.
Well, I mean, think of how all superheroes and stuff are all designed. A lot of them will be like a small frame, but then the big white shoulders on top.
There you go. So women, if you guys paying attention, when you choose what muscle you like on a man, if you saying the arms, we're thinking like you like the biceps and the triceps. We're thinking the arms. When you say the shoulders, we're talking about these up here by themselves. You know how I pop out. Maybe you can throw in the traps, I guess. But when you just say arms, we don't think you mean the shoulders as well. You guys can elaborate on that for us. And for the two homegirls of Gus's who said butts, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, okay?
Oh, it's a lot of girls who have said that.
Yeah. Now you're gonna get a lot of people coming at you for this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this to make a clip, and you're gonna see they're gonna go.
They're gonna go off on you. Yeah.
Yeah, do that. Let's see how many of y'all prefer the ass as your favorite
It's a
body
lot,
part.
trust me.
Okay.
It's weird.
Here where we're at. Okay. We asked them, or we're gonna ask them, would you date a chubby guy?
Yeah.
If they were,
Dad bod?
That's an easy answer. Yes.
and that that's that fucking thing your homeboy did, man.
Yeah, he's talking about Mikey Sabina
He
and Richie
knocked it
when
out
they did
the
the
park
dad bod
with that
versus
shit.
six pack.
When they did the what?
They did a video, dad bod versus six pack.
Oh, I didn't watch the whole thing.
Awesome.
I
It
couldn't-
came out good.
Fucking-
Came out really good.
Really?
It came out that they proved it. They were going with a dude who was ripped, a dude who was slim with some nice
Then they came
details,
with Richie.
and a dude who was slim with trim and slim, but a little bit of muscle, and then I guess what they consider a dad bod. I didn't even know that was a dad bod. Bro, these chicks were all choosing the dad bod.
But did they pick without them opening their mouths? Because as soon as Richie starts talking,
No, they gave them. They said, "Girls, who would you prefer? What kind of guy do you prefer? What
Yeah,
kind of
with
body
that-
you prefer on your
No,
man?"
nothing was said.
Yeah.
It was.
They
Not,
didn't
I know
lead
Richie
them
has a
models.
muela.
Nah, they didn't mislead them. Nothing, bro.
She's
It
good
was
with
why
that.
I asked.
it was
That's why I
official. They
asked.
chose dad bod. So we know then the date a chubby guy. We know the answer to that. So
Yeah, I
that's a
wonder why.
good
You
thing.
got to find out why though. Make sure you figure out the.
You know what?
elaborates.
What they said in that video, and shout your boy out, man. He did a great job with that.
Mikey Sabina,
Mikey Sabina, and look him up on YouTube. They got a group of guys, and they do
Mikey and
stuff.
Adri, I think it's called, is the YouTube channel.
Okay, so they did a great job at where
Yeah.
they went to the beach and they literally approached so many different females, and they had the 3 different guys and everything. And yeah, man, it was a landslide of dad bods. And when they asked the girls, most of them were pretty much hovering around. They feel like they're still gonna take care of themselves, but they know how to let loose a little bit. They know how to eat good. They know that they're gonna feed them good. They also feel, and I think only one said it, that. But I think this is me going deeper into it like I did earlier.
I feel like they want to look better than. Is that?
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say I feel like they think if you got that little belly going on, you can't tell me shit about
There's less pressure.
when my dimples come out or
I was
my
gonna
pudge
say
comes
that.
out or
That's what I
my
was
stretch
gonna
marks come from a baby. That's why I think they favor the dad bod. They
Less
feel
pressure. They're able
that.
to, like you said, let loose, and they don't have to worry about the ring.
Imagine, I want a guy with ripped abs and this and that, and the girl who's saying it is fucking 170, 5'3".
Yeah, but then there's guys who like that.
Oh, there is. You're right.
Yeah,
but that's
There's guys who are super fit. Like I've seen it. There's guys that are super fit, and then their girlfriend is a little Mini Cooper.
100%.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
Also
I
vice
feel like
versa.
most girls don't really care. Like as far as like being ripped and being lean and even like physical, most girls I feel like don't care about that as much as you probably people would think.
I think it's more about like style, like what clothes are you wearing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
How
Or
are you?
or-
put
or-
if you're a
together?
dad
Are
bod,
you clean? Are you
yeah,
clean?
exactly.
Or status, like depending on like what you're doing. In your
So that's
Financially,
that's definitely a survey we'd have to do, because so you're saying that they're not going to put that much emphasis into how physically fit one is nowadays. You think that they more going to relate to what attracts them would be what?
Yeah, like if they're clean cut,
Yeah.
they're healthy, and like maybe they're not ripped, but they're not like cows eating.
Yeah, it's funny because a couple of weeks ago I asked this question on Twitter.
Sure,
and
know how
so-
good their credit is?
Maybe. I asked this question like why a lot of girls don't like date. I don't know if you notice. I notice all the time. A lot of really, really good looking girls date guys who aren't as good looking, which also ties into obviously the physical aspect, but also in the face. And a lot of girls were like, oh, because like nice guy, the good looking guys are boring, or they're players. They get a lot of girls, so they call a lot of competition.
Or
I think that's huge.
Or they think that because they're so good looking that they're just full of themselves.
Exactly.
All of
They
that.
assume
I,
they don't give
I
them the
agree.
time.
I think those 3 or 4 things play a huge role.
I got dozens of girls even like messaging me, giving me feedback, and I've seen so many. I work in the service industry at the Fontainebleau, and so I see really, really good looking girls with like guys, and I'm like, why are you guys together? Like, kind of judgmental, I know, whatever. But and it's like I feel like it all comes down to that. It's like a lot of girls don't care how good you look. versus
100%.
rather than like if you're funny, if you got jokes, or if your status as far as like what you're doing in life, your career. I feel like looks is kind of like secondary. Yeah, it might get a glimpse, get the attention at first, but ultimately, I don't think it's the winning score.
I feel like that falls into the age bracket as well, though.
Yeah, definitely,
Sure.
definitely.
Sure.
But we're talking about 25.
Yeah.
But yes, definitely, without a doubt. Those are really good points, Marv. Those are really huge points. You probably went down the whole bulletin board of really what plays what role. I guess it just determines how significantly it will be on the person, their upbringing, their age, like what Gus said, and things of that nature. But I do think that plays a huge role. The beginning part of if you look too good, too ripped, too whatever, there was this. I won't go into details, but there was this female that I was thinking about, coming at, to approach her a little bit harder. But
Never told me about that.
She's so, because you chase guys.
That's why he's jealous. He's jealous.
She is so into fitness and healthy living, but I mean on a like stupid level. You know what I mean? Like she can't hang with my wine habits. She's not gonna smoke weed. Get the fuck out of here. She's not gonna want to. What are you doing when I got little munchies and you know that's about 300 calories? I don't need you telling me that shit. I'm munching over here. Yeah. So I wouldn't bother because I know that she's too much than what I want to deal with. So that can also play a role with some females. Absolutely. When they see a guy who's so fit or whatever, they're gonna start thinking, that's a headache, bro. That guy's gonna be on top of me all the time. Oh, hey, what's up? What's up? I've been there.
I'd be curious to know what they say, because
I guess it'll be good to ask like a lot of girls.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe not directly, but like, because I'm sure they have friends that would date, I guess, less attractive guys or whatever.
Right. No, but like when I asked that question, it was like a lot of girls were like agreeing, like we date uglier guys because they're easier to date, they're funnier.
What happened to the mic?
Yeah, okay,
there you go.
Yeah, I feel like they're funnier, they're good-looking guys, or they're boring, or they have so many good. They're hosts, they sleep around a lot, stuff like that. I feel like it has something to do with it for sure.
I definitely think that how bad the world is in regards to the infidelity and the cheating and temptations and all that shit, and we know that just about everybody has done it, been done to. We see it with celebrities. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? You're in front of the camera all day. Why would you? So I think that the confidence is so low on believing in somebody enough that they're not going to cheat on you, that the last thing you want to do is make it even tougher on you by dating somebody who's very good looking and into themselves from a physical aspect.
So they'll date an uglier guy thinking I'm really good looking. He's not going to cheat because he's ugly looking.
Of course, exactly.
So you'd be surprised because a lot of motherfuckers will cheat too.
We know a couple of them from the gym.
100%.
Okay. Well, that's good that we agree on that. Ladies, if you guys feel differently, please chime in. We want to hear all your opinions on this. Okay, this was definitely something that stirred shit up a little bit. We already went over this when we had the podcast with you guys, so we won't touch it again. And you guys did your own podcast about it, and it went pretty good. Going Dutch. Who should pay? Okay, so we're not going to get into that. What we can say is this. When it comes to a date, verbally saying the whole approach to how you word things is going to determine a whole lot.
Sure.
If you come first and you do the invite and you say a certain thing, that is it. You are now locked and loaded to be the one who's expected to pay.
Yeah.
Guys are pretty blunt about that. If a girl would at least fake the funk, like she's willing to help, chip in or whatever for the first date and anyone after that, we think that's dope. At least fake. Once you start getting into dating, this is our third, fourth date, I think we agree that it should be, unless it's pretty obvious that one makes way more money than the other, this should be you get it, I get it. You get it, I get it. Because at the end of the day, a great relationship is 50-50, partnership the whole way through, unless, again, someone's a little bit more financially blessed. So we won't go deep into that one. Now, here's where some shit got stirred up. And I was by myself when I first brought this up. It was Gus. Ashley, which is Dana Brooks from WWE Wrestling, and Yuli, her amazing man and our brother. Could you date two or more guys at the same time?
Wow.
So Ashley was, she had answered that because we went over it that day. She flipped out and said, fuck no way, I don't get it, this and that. The boys were like, they couldn't date two girls at the same time. I was a little taken back. I can understand Yuli was talking about that because Ashley was there. I was taken back by Gus, but then I find out Gus is, very square with a lot of things. So yeah, he is somebody who can just
square because I'm conventional.
date. But truth be told, I guess it all depends on how one defines dating. It goes back to the verbal aspect of it. How do you define dating? And where we went with it, and it was really brief, was dating versus seeing somebody. And then I was like, okay, now we're really getting into the verbiage here. Like this is I don't get it. When you're seeing somebody, that means you went on a couple of dates.
Stage.
But you went on a couple of dates because you see them. You went to see them. You are seeing them. That is a couple of dates. Therefore, in my opinion, you are dating. When you go on one date or more, you're dating.
That's exactly what you said.
And if I do that with two girls, I am not in the wrong. I am testing the waters out. I'm just seeing, hey, I went on.
Mike down.
My boy, Chris, are you there with me?
Yes.
It's crazy, bro.
I feel like me and him are about to have the same answer, but I'm gonna let him talk first.
So you
Chris, finish that. Am I right about that?
The way I see it is, if you're gonna be dating, whether it's talking or dating, it's the same shit. You're
Agreed.
gonna be, dating around, you're talking around, you're getting to know people, you're dating. For example, if someone has a dating app, and you're gonna be swiping around on a bunch of people, responding to a bunch of people.
Right.
Should you delete your app because one person matched with you?
And you went on that one date?
Oh yeah, that's my soulmate. No.
That date went great. How'd it go, Chris? It was awesome.
Yeah, well,
Just
delete the
that,
app.
whatever.
And no, you never know. That's the reason why you're on the app in the first place, is to meet different people, to date multiple people, so then you can be out there, engage, say yes to dates, learn more about culture, go out on whatever. But you're figuring out what you like. Maybe it's different from what you're used to, but at least you're out there.
So this is where I think Marvin and these guys are going to chime in, but this is where you have to elaborate on what I think, or emphasize on what I think you guys are going to say. And that's basically, I can't focus on one person to really find out,
Yeah.
if it's legit, because my attention is taken over here by somebody else. Because I invest whatever time I got here, and I'm already looking forward to the next one over there. I get that. I do get that. And that does hold ground, okay? Yeah. But it all depends on what your vibe is with who and how deep into this dating game you're in.
Absolutely.
If you're 2 or 3 dates in, you're starting to find something out. You are, whether one had sex with you or not, or the other one was going to hold back, whatever, you're getting somewhere after 2 or 3 dates with somebody. So yes, before you come at, I'm not saying you will, but before you can come at me, people out there, there is a certain point you should cut one off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is. What that time is, I don't know. How many dates that is, I don't know. But can you date 2 people at one time? Fuck yeah, you should, and you are not wrong for doing it. That's my opinion.
Can you date without being mutually exclusive? Sure you can. Absolutely. Especially at the beginning stages, what you guys were saying, I believe. And then it depends, obviously, at some point, how serious things go. But at some point, yeah, I think communication is key. Now, after the first or second date, or even the third date, no one's going to ask, or the other person's not going to ask you, what are we? Are we mutually exclusive? I don't think anybody would jump that gun just yet. But let's say if you're talking, 2 people, and after like 2-3 weeks, you've been on like 5-6 dates, even if you've been talking for like a month, at some point it's like, okay, like what direction are you going to swing? But I feel like it's all about communication. The minute somebody's like, hey, I want to be mutually exclusive, I think you're going to have to make a choice. And that could be after a month. It could be after 2 months. But it also depends on, like, let's say if you have a busy schedule, are you really going to devote the days, let's say you Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 kind of thing. You have 2 days off a week. Are you really going to, for a month, whatever, how many days you're going to like split your time between seeing different people? At some point, that gets kind of redundant.
I get you, brother.
And also exhausting.
Listen, I don't want to be a hypocrite. When I date, I typically date one person.
Right.
So I'm not saying that I wouldn't or that I haven't, but I think it's totally okay to date 2 people.
Have you done that though?
Date 2 people? Yes, I have. Many times I have, but I was very open with it. Now, going back to what you said, yes, communication. If
you would let them know.
Oh yeah. And I would say it right away, because again, communication is key. And then defending the other person. If somebody says, "Hey, listen, I know this is the first time we meet and this and that. We've been talking. That means texting, calling, not seeing each other. We've been talking. This is our first date. Date went great. Can't wait to see you again. But like I said in the date, and I want to say it right now, I'm not with that, you see other people, I see other people. If you really want my attention, I'm not saying you got to tell me now, but I want you to think it over. And I really want to trust your word that it's just going to be exclusively you and I dating. And then it's up to that person to be a scumbag, a liar, or hold down the truth and back it up.
But that's an excellent delivery because a lot of people, so a lot of the comments that we got on today's post, 'cause it was yesterday and today, this is the topic we're using for this week, actually.
Okay.
So people have been telling us, it's like, well, what is the difference? Is it the same? So then other people identify things differently. So then they'll have different approaches to it. So like, for example, people will be afraid to speak up or to say something because maybe they'll react poorly and be like, oh, now I scared them away or something. But you know what? It's like, if you scared them away with that, you probably don't want to date them anyways.
Exactly.
Like date someone who's willing to handle that question like a man or.
Look how often the here, give me a cup, bro. Let's pour you one. Look how often the solution to everything, majority of the times, is communicate.
Communicate and comprehend.
People, speak up.
Yeah.
If you want it in the ass, tell your lover you want it in the ass. If you fucking refuse this, you refuse that. But damn, man, just talk. Fucking talk. People do not talk, and it just causes so many issues. They just think, I can just stay quiet for a minute, and eventually I'll get my way, or I can stay quiet for a minute, and I'll
or
change.
They should know already.
I'm big.
Yeah.
Well, I'm big
already.
on the communication part, but me specifically, like just talking like about me, not saying any of you guys. I can't really text a whole bunch of people. Like it's just not who I am.
But
Now, if I'm talking to somebody and I'm texting them, I'm talking to them daily, I'm FaceTiming them, talking to them. They know what I'm doing that day, or just normal talking. To me, that's, I'm talking to this person. I'm getting to know them.
Can I challenge
Not
you?
necessarily dating, but
So it's not the same. They're not the same thing. Talking and dating is what you're saying.
I mean, but isn't that talking stage will lead to the dating? You get me?
Okay, so it's like
I
it's
see.
okay, so
That's what,
preliminary.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
talking
Like
is
I see
preliminary.
it going to that. I'm not gonna start something else with somebody else if I already see
something
with that other person.
Yeah, so
You
I
understand
want
me?
to challenge that. Let's say that you're very. Were you gonna say something?
Go ahead.
Oh no, go.
So it's talking, dating, and then the relationship. So it's like a marathon almost. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk, see, date.
I want
Because I'm the type of person, especially where I'm at now, I don't want to waste my time. Is not something you can get back. So I'm not trying to waste my time.
I'm with you on that one.
agree.
But my challenge to you is this: let's say that you just met someone.
Yeah.
And
I know where Chris is going. Get him. Boom.
everything you're going. Everything's good, but you're. For example, okay, you fight.
Yeah.
A lot of your time has to be dedicated to yourself in order for you to be better for yourself, and you put the blinders on. Boom.
course.
But then you meet someone who you're very attracted to. You start talking to them a little bit, but cool. But you're interested.
Yeah.
Right now, you're thinking, oh, man, this would be a good girl. But then you meet someone else that you're like, fuck, this girl's awesome.
No. Turn around. Walk away. Don't do that because you're already talking to somebody.
Or do you not even pay attention? Even though you felt something immediately that you can't describe. Do you go that direction and cut it off? Or do you say, no, I'm already talking to someone? Or would you be like, damn, I just met this other girl, but this one's awesome. Would you talk to them also?
I mean, I haven't been put in that predicament. So
I'm putting you in it.
no, but it's different.
You've been in that predicament.
Yeah, but let's just assume, like, try. If you can't, then whatever. But I mean, it's a challenge. I want to see what your opinion is.
I mean, yeah, I would have to say if I'm there, yeah, it's putting your energy into it's whether you put your energy into
No,
it.
but it's different
But listen. If you find somebody with the qualities you're looking for, and you're like, damn, this is a girl I can, this girl has got all the qualities I'm looking for. She's family oriented. The whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
For you to find somebody else that's topping that already, it's like, okay, this is almost unrealistic.
Exactly, but you're not. And even if you were to find that, you're not compromising your beliefs just because you go and open up that route. As long as you're being communicative and talking about it to that other person. So I feel like that's you can't really go wrong with that. Either.
Yeah.
He just said he's never done it, so like I wanted to paint the picture to see how he would see it.
What I don't want you to get confused, and I think some people listening will do it, or they'll jump the gun and just, I don't know, guess be a little sour about it because maybe they've been through something. But when you look at it as, you don't want to pass up an opportunity. Opportunity, I do not mean to fuck. And I think that's where women will more so think that that's what guys are going to lead to. I'm not saying that. But to what Chris is saying, it makes total sense. You're barely prematurely into something over here that you really know nothing about. I don't care if it's 3 weeks, a month. That ain't shit. And this crosses your path at a gathering, at a church gathering. And even though you're not paying attention to it, you're just being friendly, it crosses your path again because now it's part of a friendly group and you guys went to some little meeting or whatever, but this is the girl you still FaceTime with. Are you going to completely avoid that because of this? I think that's where you get put in that predicament. And if you haven't been in it, I guess, good luck for you. But I don't think anybody's wrong for doing that. And I guess some people, when they're in, they're all in, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that. That's a level of extreme. And when you're too extreme, it's rarely that good. It's never good to be too extreme. It's never. He doesn't want
putting all your eggs in one basket.
He doesn't want to hear me say it. It's never good to go full retard. You can't do that.
God.
You just can't. It's the movie reference. It's the movie reference.
Tropic Thunder.
That's it. It's fucking classic. So, but I think that's a very topic. And I saw people. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, because now I wanted to say, what would you think if, kind of based on that one, but it's like, what if someone is like, they're not willing to commit now? Because what if it gets to an extreme where they're like, oh no, now I'm never gonna commit because I don't want to put myself in that position.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just be open with a bunch of people.
Yeah, but how long are you gonna play that card? Like, at some point, you're just gonna this is the person. Like, at some point, you just should know, right? I mean, if you're just starting.
I feel like you can know somebody's like that just by talking to them, though.
Like what?
What you just said. I mean, what you were just saying.
Yeah, that they're not willing to commit to just one
Yeah,
person.
that they talk. And
that's fair.
He knows who I'm talking about.
Well, I don't care if we get off track. I think it's a very good topic. I think what lies under what we're kind of hovering around is if you've been impacted enough, if something traumatic has happened to you to a certain extent, you're just not going to entertain. You're not going to entertain certain things because you don't ever want to jeopardize feeling that traumatic experience again.
That's how I am.
So a lot of times that's heartbreak. A lot of times, it's some type of negativity. So people who are like, no. I don't even care to fuck with that again. Even if you seem like the most perfect guy, fuck that. That
it starts to feel like that again. Like it's getting closer and you're
yeah.
I remember this feeling.
Yeah, no. And that hurt.
I want to do it.
And even though you might be special, because we all know there's a diamond in the rough, bitch, I ain't no diamond hunter. I'm not going for it. No. Because it took years to get over that last person. I almost killed myself over that person. I lost my career, whatever it is. Yeah. This person's highly affected, so they're just not going to do it. So I get it, Marv. Even those people, they start getting lonelier. I just pushed away another good person. Fuck, I really should just grab my nuts and try it. Sometimes they will, but even when they do, they still end up pushing them away.
Yeah.
They still end up doing it because they have now taught themselves through repetition, and you guys know I say it every podcast, they taught themselves by doing it over and over and over again to still find a way to do it over again. And it just comes out by pushing them away, by causing self-destruction or, wreaking havoc on the individual or on the relationship.
When that happens, it's obviously trauma that never really truly healed to begin with. So obviously that's something that you have to adjust, and you can't really blame other people for that. That's you. That's your healing.
Doctor, you're right, Doc. Okay, but it's not about the patient. It's just about people tend to pull that trigger and not want to completely invest again because of what they went through. And it's the other person's job to see that.
No, absolutely, and it's like you have to protect your heart and your health, your mental health. And if you see somebody like that, you got to walk the other way.
Let me give anybody out there listening or watching the podcast, especially to the ladies, but it can go to the fellas as well. If someone tells you, "Listen, I really don't want to be in a commitment right now," turn around and fucking walk away unless you're down to just fuck around. If you think anything else, ram your head into the wall and get back to me, because that's just stupidity. The person is telling you they want the green light to do what the fuck they want to do. But you've been seeing me for 6 months. What do you mean you don't want to settle down? Jesus Christ, woman or bro, whoever you are, this person doesn't like you like that. They want to keep doing their thing. They don't want that commitment. That's it.
But because I tell him all the time, because that's kind of his position. But then I'll say, but what if they change their mind? Because he's saying like, if I go on a date, for example, what is it? Like having kids was one of them, or something like that. It's like, if I go on a date and the girl says that she doesn't want to have any kids in the future in the long run, and I do, then I'm not even gonna entertain it. But I'm like, but what if their mind changes? What if they never thought about having kids?
Yeah, but you're taking a chance.
Exactly, that's a big gamble.
Right? Okay.
You're taking a chance.
So then I told him this. What about you say that you do want to have kids, right? And then your partner says, "Oh yeah, down the line I would," and then you change your mind.
But yeah, but that's
So
something
who-
that you can't. That's
Yeah.
something that you can
Yeah,
have
but-
control. But when you meet them and they tell you, "Hey, I don't want kids,"
So
then
they
you
should
can-
just lie. So then what a girl would do if they want to date you, for example, or do you want to have kids? Deep down, they don't want to, but they'll lie to you.
No, I gotta be honest, dude. There's a million guys out there. Why would you want to trick me into like dating me?
Because you're Marvin Schultz.
No,
Woof,
you're
woof.
Marvin
Get the fuck outta here.
Woof, woof. You're a meme.
No, this guy thinks people are gonna change their mind. Hopefully, oh my god. it's
Not
like-
hopefully.
Yeah.
No. Okay. What was the first thing we said? Age group. Why? Because experience changes
Yeah.
what you want.
I understand
right?
that, but
Changes
I'm
your
like-
perspective. So what if down the line you say, "Man, I would never thought I would be married. I thought I was gonna be single my whole entire life, but I met you and something changed."
Okay, so what's the solution? What do we talk about? What's the solution?
Communication.
Yeah.
So whatever you're migrating into or not migrating at all into, you just need to communicate it. So if it's from the beginning, Marvin, I do not want any fucking kids. No matter how deep in love we fall with each other, it's not going to happen. So,
Right, and I respect that.
and if you really want to have kids, then I suggest you go the other way because I would never change my mind. You should. And if you don't, and you did it because you think you might change it, you're a fucking idiot. And
then-
you will never be complete, ever. You will never be complete.
And
Never
never,
be complete.
and then I go on, and then one day I'm like, shit, like I wasted all these years, and now I resent myself because I thought Christian Vieira.
I'm gonna
he's
challenge
doing-
you guys again.
No,
But
no.
it's more likely. But I'll be honest. It's more likely for the girl to change her mind into having than a girl to say, "Oh, I want," and then change her mind and saying, "I don't want."
No. It's more likely for her to check. Like if she says I want kids, the chance of her saying I don't want kids is far less likely to happen than for somebody to say I don't want kids.
That's what I'm saying. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
But because when I was younger, I didn't want to have kids. But now it's like shit. I want kids.
Okay, so now,
Yeah.
but now fast forward to the other scenario. So you're with this girl, you told her, yeah, I want to have kids. I want to have kids for sure in the future. Yeah, for sure. If future is creeping up and you're having second guesses, you need to communicate that.
Of course.
You need to say, hey, I know I told you a couple years ago that in the future I would want kids, but honestly, hon, with my job and whatever and this and what, boop, boop, no, I don't think I want kids. And I'm telling you because I love you, because if you're going to leave me because of that, then let's get this shit over with now. It's killing me to tell you, but I know it's the right thing to do. Brutal honesty is always the best policy. I don't think I want kids anymore.
But the difference is when you met each other, you were at the same page. We both want kids. At least at that moment, that's what you thought. But if I meet somebody and they say, "Hey, at this point, like I don't want kids," and it's like she's being honest with me, why would I pursue it? If
Yeah, I know.
at this
Yeah, one's
moment-
way more obvious than the other.
Exactly. So it's like
Go ahead, Chris.
No, yeah, because I want to challenge you or everybody here.
Carry on.
So one of the things that you said was, oh, like, why would you, if I want kids and they don't, why would I want to be in a relationship with them? Like, I'd rather just find someone who does want kids, because that way we have everything. A little while ago, we talked about women dating uglier guys or less attractive men.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that now like implode your argument? Because it's like, if a woman could get a better looking guy and he's nice, although very hard, right? Based on what we discussed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wouldn't it be better for her to find someone who's good looking instead of trying to be with a nicer guy who's less attractive, knowing that they're going to be taken care of?
What's going on, crazy world? We are definitely going through some shit right now with this here coronavirus and all the madness going on with the elections and everything else involved. But hey, on a brighter note, you got the Black Sheep perspective to help you get by and get through it. So I really appreciate for you guys tuning in. Thank you for all the love and support. We can't get enough of giving you guys great content. But in order to do that, we got sponsors to help us pay the bills. We got sponsors to help me have a life where I can go ahead and produce this. And I want to give a big shout out to them right now, to the Driver Shop High Performance. These guys really did a great, magnificent wrap job on my truck. If you guys got a vehicle out there that you want to get a beautiful wrap on, you got a paint job wrap, you can just wrap your own logos, you can wrap any kind of advertisement. These people are the ones to go to. So Hector and company over there at the Driver Shop High Performance, thank you so much for making my truck look that much more beautiful. Huge shout out to the Using Seed for giving me this meal preps that I really need in my life. If you know you're pretty busy in life and there's other things that you want to do but you can't because you put in too much effort to taking care of yourself by eating healthy and prepping meals, well, why don't you give the Using Seed a chance? These guys got great prices, and even more important, they put out awesome, dope quality food. And then a huge shout out to Game Time Management. These people have really had my back since day one. They're helping me in the podcast and everything else that I'm going through with, trying to project myself in a better place in this world and in the business world. And I definitely couldn't do it with them. So Game Time Management, if you guys need help in your corner, if you're trying to make moves in your life and you need somebody to help you get there, why don't you give Game Time Management a ring? Thank you for supporting us, guys. Stay in tune. We got so many big things coming up, and I hope that you guys are there for the whole journey. Let's get back to the podcast. All right, so run that question again, Chris, so we can you can crucify this guy.
So my question was, because you said that you want everything to be like perfect, you know, like it has to make.
I never said it has to be perfect.
But not perfect.
Hey, he just rolled his eyes for the first time,
But
Chris. Get ready.
it should be like on the same page fully, right? Like, why would you want to settle for someone who's not going to be with the same values or opinions or whatever?
I concur.
Okay, so that's right. So then it's like earlier we talked about why women would date unattractive guys, or like they're willing to like settle or whatever for an unattractive guy. So then why shouldn't the woman wait for an attractive guy that's up to their taste and their standards and have all the qualities that this nice guy that they are?
Because for a woman, they're not this is where you see, they're not settling. For them, attractiveness isn't the most important aspect of it, and they're attractive in their own way because they're funny, they're charismatic, they're charming. So for them, you can ask some of those girls, they ugly. They're not gonna be, oh my guy's ugly. They're gonna be like, oh, he's cute, he's handsome, da da da.
So there's less weight.
There is girls that say their man is ugly though. I've met those girls that they love their guy because he's funny or all of that, and he's got a good personality. I swear to God, and they'll say, oh, he's ugly.
I've had that happen too, but a lot of girls think like, oh, you know, like they oversee maybe that physical, because where physical isn't everything, that physical attributes, but they're, you know, they have something else that they're
exactly.
Well,
so
I think I just went live, and just so anybody listening on the Instagram, and for everybody out there catching up with us right now on the podcast, I think the basis of it is you had ground what you said, and I do back it up, where I don't want to waste my time with somebody if they're not on the same wavelength, and if whatever's huge in your life, and if it's having a baby, if you want to have a kid, and whoever if you're in date 1 and date 2 and you haven't found out that they don't want a kid, what the hell kind of questions are you asking over Flanagan's, you know? Like straight up, like honestly, like, you know, I've had people tell me, damn, you say too much too early. Fuck that. I want to get it all out the way.
So, exactly.
Let's get it all out the way right away.
Had that
let's
conversation.
not even play with it.
I had that conversation with somebody today. I do feel in the first date, you should ask super vile questions, which are, you know, to me are morals. Like if she doesn't have the same like literal values, morals and values as me, I can't. And one of them was, the kids part. Like I do want to have kids. I want to be a father one day. I don't want to not like I'm not gonna say I don't. Like I grew up in a good family. I have a good home. I've never had a broken home. So why would I not want kids to experience the same thing? You get me?
But if you ask Chris, he'll be down to wait 6 months into the relationship to ask, you want kids? Like that's Chris.
Because for me, because
he's that when you're in a relationship.
Do you string girls along though, Chris? Are you one of those people?
Let me answer. No.
Why are you getting nervous? Just answer that question.
He just asked. There was so many other questions on this side. I don't want to be rude. What was your question again?
No, I didn't say a question. I said, I remember the podcast when we talked about it. You said, because I was like, when is the right ask the question? When is the right time to ask? Like when you're in kids, you were like, when you're in a relationship, which could be months down the line.
Because though my opinion is, I don't. So you guys are, I guess you see those questions as they weigh more than other questions. For me, like I had my previous argument was, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So then you'll have these values or these opinions up front, but then what happens if they don't match up, or what if something changes with you? Yeah. So like you're willing to not give a chance to someone who maybe they don't see eye to eye to what you're saying, but then what if your values change? Now it's like, where is it fair? If you're willing to change your mind and you're not willing to accept them changing their mind, why should they give you a shot if you're not?
So, but here's the thing. Sorry to cut you off, Gus. I think what Marv is kind of more hinting towards is, if I got a better chance at hitting the ball that I know it's going the same speed that I'm going by swinging this bat, then that's the ball I want to swing for.
Yeah,
I know how good I am at hitting a 50-mile-an-hour fastball. So that's what I want to go for. That's my speed. I don't want to take a chance at swinging at this curveball, slow ball, or extra fast ball. That's not my speed. Yeah. Why take the chance? Could I hit it? Sure, I can probably hit it. Yeah. Could I get better at swinging if I fucking swung 100 times trying to get that fastball? Sure. But is it worth it?
You're just wasting energy.
I think it's a lot of waste.
You guys are more efficient. Like you guys are looking for more efficiency.
Yeah, I would say so.
Like, you're being open-minded, but you're saying, what if the values change? But if I have 5 core values that, like, literally just 5 core values that I'm looking for, and she's like missing like 4, I'm not even gonna think of dating that person.
Okay, God forbid something happens, she can't have kids anymore.
Oh, that's completely different though. Now
You
you're
can't-
But
just,
now you
because-
go
yeah,
real
but you're
extreme with
changing.
it.
Yeah,
No,
but now you're changing.
choice
Now
But
you're
it's a
changing.
question because if you're like, I need to have kids,
But
that's
then you
one
could-
of my values.
Okay,
But
but
if you
then
love
if
her, you could adopt.
Yeah, you could adopt, or you can have a surrogate.
Some,
You
people,
can,
some
or
people won't see it like that.
Okay.
see,
why
there
not?
I'm open minded. Like you
Yeah.
can have a surrogate, and then now with
Like, where do
technology,
you draw
and
the
everything,
line?
it,
So this
it'll
is-
still be, it'll still have your traits. There's ways of you and your wife still having the same traits, and the baby's still looking like you and your
Yes,
wife. You get me?
yes.
You understand me?
All right, let's say some content for other podcasts, guys. We're about to go into marriages and fucking miscarriages and all kind of that's
Whoa.
deep shit.
I just
and-
like challenging because I like getting like.
and that should you should question everything and you
Yeah,
should challenge
of
because
course.
if you're not challenged, then what value something have if it's so easily attained? You know, so
100%.
but to bring everybody up to par, those of you guys tuning in right now. So we're going over the 21 questions that is geared towards the ladies, okay? And what we're doing is this is a segment that's going on 21 questions dedicated to 50 Cent, and we're asking the ladies the average 21 questions asked by a survey of guys, which was the top questions that guys had and they wanted answers to. We said that the ladies will be drinking, slurred in some shape or form, bring out that truth serum, smoke if you got it. And then we were going to get down to the podcast. Well, we only had one girl come through for the podcast. And shout out to Zuli for that. She got stood up from some friends, and a couple of my homegirls kind of stood her up as well. But so she's the only one who did it. So it's kind of rough with the coronavirus to get these people to come in here. Obviously everybody has different situations they're in, from travel to older parents at home, kids, whatever it might be. We understand by all means, but the show must go on. So what I did was reach out to the coffee the Coffee Breakup boys who we had on our podcast a couple weeks ago. We had an amazing show with them. Great views, great comments, great feedback. You guys have been doing your own thing, and we wanted to bring them back so that we could reverse this whole questionnaire about. And what we want to do is tell them what the questions are and see what they think the average answer would be and what we think the true answer is. So we've already gone down about maybe about 8 or 10 questions. So right about now we are at, okay, nowadays, and I want everybody out there paying attention because I want everybody's feedback here and online when you guys see the podcast. Nowadays, who do you think cheats more often?
I wanna talk
Men
about this.
or women, and why?
I'm gonna go in on this one.
So who cheats more often, men or women, or why?
Let Marvin go
I'm
first.
gonna.
And remember, this ain't a 6-hour podcast.
All
All
right,
right.
I'm gonna line somebody up. I'm gonna,
Just have his answer.
yeah, go.
I actually want to talk to him about it, doing a podcast. I think, honestly, women cheat more. And I'm going to tell you guys why. And
Shots
people,
fired, shots
People will lose
fired.
their mind. Like, oh, my God. Because if you go on Twitter, if you go on social media, every girl's like, guys ain't shit. All guys do is cheat. All guys are pieces of shit. You will always hear that. The problem is a lot of girls get away with it more than guys because guys are fucking idiots. And a lot of girls are a little trickier. They get away with more. They're clever. If they have talking to a guy, they're seeing a guy,
Okay.
they're not gonna save the guy's name as Christian. They'll save it as Christina on their phone. But a guy will put it Vanessa instead of putting Joey or whatever because they're idiots. So they put the guy's they put the girl's name, vice versa. But the girl will put like somebody else's name on it.
It's also a bragging
So you
thing. I
think
guys
so?
I
You think ladies do cheat more than
think
guys?
by the slight chance.
You think the
women
only
cheat
reason
more.
we seem to cheat
Because
more
you get caught more.
because we're idiotic with it and we get caught more.
They get caught more. They want to brag about it to their friends.
And when I say we, I want to make sure that I'm just saying it because I'm a fucking man, but I am
Yeah.
not part of this category
Yeah.
because I'm definitely
I
not a
can't-
cheater, and I'm proud to say that. That's never been my
I can't
thing.
say that I've ever
Cheated?
partaked in. Yeah, I've never cheated.
I think the one time I did, I broke it off with the girl the next day. I said, hey, I was really tempted last night, and the buzz wasn't that hard, and I know it's because we're kind of going through some things, and then boom, that's what it was. And I think I kissed the girl, but that was it. That sounded
I've
so
never
fucking
been-
high school, but
I've
it
never
was
put-
actually
yeah.
way adulthood though.
I've never put myself in the predicament to
That's
be
good.
able to.
Avoid it from the beginning.
Of course, yeah, and that's what that is. What
I'm
you
not
should
gonna,
do.
like I won't go out with a group of guys that I know that's their sole intention.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna put
Yeah,
myself.
people
in a
think
That's
that
a
they
smart
can.
move.
They
Yeah.
have the
That's
a
discipline
smart-
to do it,
yeah.
but it's better to
It's-
just.
Yeah.
That's a smart
There's
move.
some people that are. I'm not saying I'm weak. That I
So now,
fall
so do
into.
you agree with Marvin though? Do you think that women cheat more than men? They
100%.
just aren't caught,
100%.
or they're not stupid as out there with it.
They're just. I just feel and believe women are smarter in some senses.
Absolutely.
Guys will, like he said, guys will brag to their boys. A girl
Yeah.
will not brag about
Yeah,
that.
but
So
then
hold on. So
when
we're
they-
gonna come back to that. Do you agree with it as well, Chris, or do you feel differently?
Not really, because I mean, I feel like, for example, like I feel like for women woman to want to cheat, at least I guess a higher percentage to want to cheat, it's because they actually care about the guy. I think guys will just cheat because there's a whole
there's no emotion behind it.
Right.
That's my opinion.
I
So
honestly
you feel the girl cheats because she likes the guy?
Yeah, I feel like if the girl is willing to sleep or cheat or kiss whatever another person, has to be more
there's
intimacy,
she
or more
has an emotional
relationship
connection
than
with the
just
guy
the
she's
physical. Like, oh, let's fuck.
I don't.
That a guy would.
I get
At
you.
least that's
I feel like that's a possibility too, but I do feel like a girl's given that given moment, and it's a guy that's more attractive or has that little thing that she likes, and her man doesn't do this or doesn't do that. And
I mean, I'll agree that a woman will get away with it
100%.
Yeah, and then
10 times out of 10 compared to a guy.
Let me
So look, hey, so I want to tell you guys, I want to be honest with you, man. I really completely disagree with you guys. I think men way outweigh the females. I really do.
'Cause they brag about
do.
it.
And that's
the only reason
that's not
I
me
feel you
sticking
believe
up for
that way.
females. I think that they're at their worst. I do think that a lot of them get away with it and we don't get to, put them on blast as much as men are, agreeing with Marvin, but I still think we way dominate them.
Bro.
If there was a ratio, bro, I think
Yeah, I
60-40
think
would be, I think that'd be nice. I think that's being nice if we're 60-40. I think it's more than that.
Yeah.
I think men have already put it in them, and they remind themselves all the time, I'm just a man. That's what I'm gonna do. I wasn't meant to do that. And they pump. Women don't do that.
No, we talked
I think
about
when
it.
women cheat, no matter how evil at the moment it might be, they're doing it because somehow the fucking man influenced them to do it. Somewhere the man already did. I don't think that a female's just coming out guns blazing like I'm just gonna be a cheating ass female.
No.
I don't
agree.
think that.
I think a lot of women, and bro, I'm gonna be honest. I can't tell you how many girls that I know are in relationships who've like hit on me while they're being in relationships, or the boyfriend did something. And we talked about this. I would reach out to you because there was this girl in a relationship, and they had a fight, and guess who she's hitting up? Me. And stuff like
That's
that.
happened to me too. Yeah.
Like girls will act on emotion. So it's like, oh, he's not paying me attention.
Yeah, I mean, but
and
that's what we're
fighting.
saying.
Yeah,
That's what we're
we're
saying.
fighting. But like that happens all the time. How often do you piss your girl off?
No, but the argument is, there's obviously emotion tied to it. Like,
I agree,
For
I
a guy,
agree.
it's not emotion.
yeah,
it's
because
just
I
physical.
do see where he's coming from.
I-
Because there would be that girl that needs that confidant, that person to talk to. Oh, I'm having problems in my
Yeah, like, that's
relationship.
built over
And if
time.
she doesn't have that girlfriend to talk to, and then now she has that guy on the side to talk to. It goes from her talking about her boyfriend to her hanging out.
So in
and
some
having
shape or
dinner.
form,
Bro,
it's
you-
the guy's fault.
How
Is
many,
what you're
ti- how
kind of
many,
saying.
how many times has one of those girls gone
Bro,
out?
bro,
Whoa.
plenty of times.
Exactly. It's not a one-time thing. For a
Exactly.
guy,
Are
it
you
would
a,
be,
are you a cuckold maker?
What?
Are you?
I don't think he knows what that
The
is.
fuck is that?
Oh boy,
No.
Gus,
Oh,
take
man.
it away.
You're about to,
Well,
you're
in
about to shoot
Spanish,
yourself in the
Spanish it's called a taru,
foot. What is it called in English?
a cuckold.
Cuckold?
Like a placeholder?
Cuckold.
So that means it's a guy who knows his girl's cheating and still with her.
Yeah.
That's just
sick.
weak. I don't even know what that language is, bro.
That's sick.
Fucking,
Next question.
really. Well, there's a lot of valid points there, Marv, and I'm not shooting that down. And in my opinion, it's not the almighty fucking law. That's for sure. I just think that I think men are fucking scum.
But you have to understand.
I don't think
you have to understand-
women are scum. I think women are vicious animals
And
when the
vindictive.
wrong when the
They're vindictive. when they want to be.
everything when the man becomes a scum and flips that switch
But
on
how often
them.
does that happen, bro? All the guys are pieces of shit, and so I get it. It's a double-edged sword. But you have to understand, especially a good-looking girl. You know how often they get hit on. For a girl to cheat is like this,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm a decent-looking guy, whatever. Like for me, like I get hit on from girls, so I can only imagine as a good-looking girl, bro, 24/7. So for you to cheat. Bro,
There's
it's
more
like-
opportunity.
Yeah, there's more opportunity, 100 times more than a guy. A guy actually has to go out and pursue. A girl could just, who do I pick this
Right.
this morning, this hour?
But that doesn't. I get it, man. I mean, you're entitled to that opinion. I'm not against it. You know.
No,
I mean,
I get what you're saying, and I get what Christian is saying, but
let me ask you something. Have you been cheated on?
huh?
You been cheated on?
I have been.
How many times?
I don't even know.
But
It's been
from
it's
what
been several times.
but from what you know, same person, several or different people.
No, like different people. Like it's like this thing like.
So let
where
me
you
so
get-
let me address something real quick, and I'm just coming at you because it's real street, okay? this is why you talk with so much passion about certain things. Because you've been somewhat of a victim of it.
Strike a nerve.
You know, so and it's cool, it's understandable, but this goes back to what I was saying earlier on the PTSD tip. If something traumatic happens to you, whatever it is, from that point on, it will taint your opinion, your view on things. And we were talking about that with I forgot why earlier in the podcast, but it kind of
someone dating, talking, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Though you have a great grip on it and whatever, I can see when that emotion comes out, when that passion comes out, like, ooh, I've been up this fucking alley. I know, and then therefore it's like, okay, hold up, Marv, I see it.
No, but what triggers me is when I go on Twitter, because I'm very active on Twitter, and I go on Twitter every day, whatever, and I see every girl's like, guys ain't shit. All guys do is cheat. And I'm like, bro, you want to really stigmatize an entire the male species, and you want to act like women are like angels?
No, but it's also evolutionary. Like back then, men would go
look,
and
bro,
make.
I got a homegirl who just posted right now, and shout out to China. I think in day and age right now, China, that's a very good point. It's sad, but I don't know where it roots from, but I guess at some point it was accepted, and now it is what it is. She thinks that guys cheat more because, really though?
I was tuning into your life.
Oh, she thinks that guys cheat more because females on average are willing to be the side chick. Like, it's literally, and if I'm gonna help her out right now, and I'm just doing it out of quick instinct, nothing more than that. Hip hop is if not the biggest influence on the world. If it's not the biggest, it is one of the biggest. And this whole side chick talk, it's the thing to do. If you don't got a side chick, you a herb ass dude. You a square. You better be 100% married and have a white picket fence family. If you a female who's not in a relationship, if you're not someone's side chick, you're a square. You know, like that's what they're making it seem like.
Like it's okay.
It's okay.
Like it's
okay to side chick
the
because now the side chick, but the side chick persona, because they fake the funk out of it the same way rappers fake the life they live.
Of course.
The side chick persona is like un chulo, is paying for shit, treating you right, making you feel real special. Nah, bitch. No, that's not true. That side chick life is not like that.
That's what hip hop.
I don't know what to call that, but whatever.
glorifies.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
But in real life, it's like, oh no, I'll call you after 12.
So China has a good point as to like why that count might be higher for the guys. But again, everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Sure.
When you've been through certain things, you're gonna feel a certain way. If you've seen more death in fucking hunting accidents than the average person who never hunts, then you can tell the average person, bro, you have no idea that every day somebody dies in a hunting accident. You're like, what the fuck kind of statistic is that? Well, because I hunt, bitch, I know.
So I have somebody that, Belinda.
Okay.
She's saying that. Let's see.
She already got messed up names. She's gonna say something stupid.
Some dumb shit.
She said that girls don't cheat. That's a guy thing.
See?
And she said you guys obviously need a girl's opinion on there.
Shut your
She goes.
ass.
She's like what? She turns
goes-
18
she
tomorrow.
goes, I wish I was there right now so I can roast you guys, cause y'all ain't talking.
That's cute. She's like 21, bro. She makes no sense, you know.
So,
look.
I don't know how.
Somebody like China, she's a mid-30s. She's got room to talk shit about, her experiences and guys and that. That girl's talking like she's butt hurt her damn self.
No,
and girls don't cheat. Everybody, not everybody. I'm saying in general, all genders, all races. Everybody cheats.
Exactly.
That's the thing. Like,
unfortunately, there is races that are way more acceptive of it, and we're not gonna even go there. They're way more acceptive of it. Like that's a thing. It's a thing.
but like saying like women don't cheat is the stupidest thing.
I wouldn't even give that girl the time of day to
That's
say
arrogant.
something like
That's
that.
arrogant.
So, good job, Belinda. We'll see you on the next podcast.
But good. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. So thank
Even
you for
if they're
sharing.
wrong.
Thank you for sharing. But
Yeah, and that's true. That's true too.
Next question.
All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, here we go. This you guys attacked on your podcast, which I thought was great. I think we talked about it on our podcast together. We won't beat it up too long, but it was the whole why do women preach equal opportunity so much, only to expect guys to open doors, pull chairs, and pay the majority of tabs.
it's tradition and how they were raised. Ultimately,
I always say it's more because I grew up in Germany. I was raised in Germany, and I talked about it the other day about somebody who's from Amsterdam because she was telling me about going Dutch. That's like a very common. Like it's obviously from there,
Right.
But she's saying even she agreed with me that it's like in Europe, like it's all equality really means equal.
Right.
Like on both perspectives. But like in the U.S., I think it's a little different. You manifested. I know you didn't really believe me when I said that, but I would truly believe that, especially in Hispanic culture, maybe even more so. So Miami, because obviously traditionally speaking, the woman stays at home and cleans and and like the guy pays. And I talked to a lot of like women, and they're like, "Oh, my dad always told me that the guy pays." And it's like a Hispanic household where like the guy's
but
like,
at the same time, like back in the day, men were the ones having jobs. Women would stay
I
home
understand.
so they didn't have money to ask you out on a date.
no,
also.
and I get that.
And we're transitioning, but
No, I get that, but it's like I feel like it's kind of like reckless for you as like if your father telling your daughter like, "Oh, your guy's always supposed to pay," just because that's how you were raised.
Okay, so
So it's like you're talking kind
what
of
it is we're
It's like a bad influence.
we're still
Almost.
we're I don't want to say stuck. We're still in the middle of a huge transitional phase of evolution.
yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree.
From a fucking man will just grab a chick over the head and beat her with a drumstick and say you're gonna be my bitch for the night to
Fucking
where we've got. But that's what they did.
Yeah, that's
No,
Neanderthal.
I'm not saying some hood shit. I'm saying like that was for real. That's what they did. You know, that was back in the days.
That was Biggie times.
So now, fast forward where we're at and how much we've evolved and where we've gotten all the way up to the woman, president almost. We've come a long way, but we're nowhere near the female equality. What I'm saying is though, if you're gonna preach that shit,
Yeah.
be about it.
you back it the fuck up. I'm always gonna, because I was influenced by the chivalry behind my dad and my parents and my grandparents. They were different. So I'm always gonna try when I can open the door. All those you can't throw that at me. I'm great when it comes to chivalry,
easily.
but I'm not gonna run to the other side of the car to open your door. We had that conversation with somebody who I forgot who it was. I think I had this conversation with friends of mine, Chris and my brother Danny and this chick Jenny, and she was saying that I don't mind. I would love to sit in the car, wait till you get out, walk around and open my door. Bitch, how good is that crack you're smoking, man? That's a whole nother ball game of who the fuck are you? You're Prince. I don't care if you're the queen. I don't want to open up the queen's door. Like, open up your door, Like, it's different when walking in this direction. Your door's first. Let me go open that door for you. We're going to go sit down. This is our table. Let me pull that chair for you. Things of that nature. I had a girlfriend at one time. I used to tell her, like, babe, you're trying too hard. She used to reach over the center console of my truck to open my door when I would open her door.
Oh.
And she couldn't
I've
even
had that.
even open it. She was just too far stretched. Couldn't even.
But
Yeah.
But
And
she tried.
Yeah, she tried. And I was like, babe, you ain't gotta do that. Like, chill out. Like, that's too extra. You look funny. You like Gumbeat all over my fucking truck trying to do that.
But I feel like there's a lot more girls than we realize that do that.
That attempt to
Yeah,
show back. I agree with that. I think
I
it's got a lot
respect that. I
better.
respect
Yeah,
that.
that's what.
I like
Yeah,
that.
It's just a gesture, like you making that attempt. It's like, oh,
it's a big gesture.
I remember I
There's a
read
big-
we're just not used to it.
I read a lot of the comments that you guys went through with that, and you definitely had, you had both sides, and you're always gonna have that.
Absolutely.
That's the point.
I just think that practice what you preach is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So every female is gonna be different. Every situation is different. If you really want equality, then you need to try your best to do everything the fuck you can, like whatever man is involved in your life is doing. And that's just it. I don't, don't wait for me to get home and, babe, I couldn't get that up there. Babe, the step ladder's right over there. You could have fucking pulled the step ladder. Come on, babe, that's for you to do. Nah, we got an issue right there.
A lot of people say, "Oh, they preach equality," but then they were like, "Oh, things are not equal," but they want to ride that wave. Like as soon as it's convenient.
yeah.
But guess things aren't equal, so I guess you should still pay.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's-
The wage gap. The wage gap. It's like,
Yeah.
I get that there's a wage gap.
But like that's
not the
nothing
argument.
it has nothing to do with here, like in this situation. So.
Everyone wanted to bring that up.
What, the age gap?
No,
wage,
the
wage. Like,
Oh.
yeah, because
Like
people will
the
say,
pay.
oh, yeah, I want it to be equal. But because it's not, I won't either. Because,
but-
the wage gap.
Yeah,
Like,
but
men
I
are
eat-
making more, so why would I be equal?
I know a lot of women who make, like, especially like in the service industry, nightlife, girls usually make so much more money. And I've seen it because I work, I make like $200-300 a night. And I have a girl, my coworker, same positions, she'll make $400-500 a night because she's a girl. Do I expect, like, if I were to take her out, would I expect her to like pay more because she makes more? No. What the, stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
Stupid.
That's a good point, bro. That's
Like,
a good
I-
point.
especially-
How often do you come into that situation where the female makes more money than the guy, and then it's recognized right away, it's acknowledged, and not the most often. And I think in one of your people who responded to your segment of this, they said that they shot a statistic to you, and the actual female is still making less than the average man.
That's why I keep mentioning.
I know, I get
But
it.
the average man still makes more money than the average female,
I get
even
it.
in the same
industry,
position,
in the same industry.
And,
yes.
and I get it, and that's a problem. But like when dating, that shouldn't be like, especially at first. Why does it even matter how much you make? Unless I invite you, hey, let's go to Bourbon Steak, where dinner for two is like $300. That's different.
Why do you even know where that place is at?
I've never heard of this place.
It's part of the company. Like
$300. You got me fucked up.
yeah, it's like a steakhouse, like a fine.
Yeah, but then the argument was, if you can't afford it, why would you take me there? You know,
But that's the
like,
thing.
That's
no,
what people would say.
and I get it. I understand it. I'm not gonna suggest an expensive place and then expect to split the bill.
yeah.
That's not me. That's not who I am. I get that. I'm super light. I'm super laid back when it comes to that.
So when it comes to equalities, listen, I think guys want you guys to have just as equal as we do. I don't think any man is hating on it. Those who are, I think, are very chauvinistic. They're very traditional, old school ways. You know, they've been influenced by the wrong, whatever it is, circumstances in regards to controlling, always be in charge, be the man of the house. That's not the way to go. I would bet if I fall in love with a female who makes more money than me, I'll be like, fuck yeah, that should have turned me on. Good for you, girl.
Yeah,
I love that.
I support it.
Changes nothing.
No,
Like,
that was another. Yeah, go ahead.
Like I 100% support that. Like I wouldn't have an ego problem or be prideful. Like that would be, at the end of the day, if I'm with that person, it's a combined salary. You're gonna have a home with that person.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Then it doesn't matter who makes
One of my
more.
boys said that he was like, "Oh, but that's you're saying that because it's Miami. If you're like in New York or California or like some of these like big, larger, I guess, populated places,
Yeah.
it's like women like they want to be like, oh no, I got this, like over this supposedly." He said that like when you leave Miami, it's not about like, oh, the man should do this and do that. No, like the women.
So you
like,
think
oh,
other-
I got
other-
my own place.
Other
I
states
can
and
do-
cities are different with that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he told me. Yeah, because he's traveled
it's
around.
possible.
It's
Yeah.
Gabriel.
So
Gabriel
it might
travels
be
in.
that's what I'm saying. That maybe that'd be a Hispanic community where it's like.
Yeah, he said like up north.
Oh,
like,
it is a
he goes-
Hispanic
he goes,
thing, yeah.
anyone
Yeah,
that
but then
need-
you have that whole independent
Huge.
women movement where they're trying to, I'm better than,
They want to write both ways. Oh,
But
I'm
that's-
independent. I don't need you
That's
guys.
the
Yeah.
point.
You should always
You
say.
want to push for that change, accept the change, and everything that comes with it.
Absolutely.
100%.
Both
You
ways.
know?
So there's a lot more to come with that. That's for sure. That we got a lot more equality, coming and everything else.
And it's
So
accepted, yeah.
it's a valid points left and right. It's just once again, ladies, practice what you preach. That's the best way to really generalize it. Just practice what you preach. So if you really want equality, make sure you're doing everything you can on your half to make it as equal as possible.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
And it's funny because a girl just the other day tweeted to me. She's like, "Oh, like a real man wouldn't let his woman pay under any circumstance." Like
Unfollowed.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, dude, no. Why
Unfollowed.
is my manhood defined by you paying for my meal if we're dating or whatever together?
But what about what?
That's such an insecurity thing
Yeah.
to say.
Sorry to
If
cut
I'm-
you off.
if
No, finish.
No. If I'm and a couple of people said that, like, oh, I've tried paying for my man, but he doesn't let me. It makes him feel insecure or less manly. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
No, but some people. But that's the point
That's
of it
who we are
is
raised.
there's different opinions. And
Yeah,
this is one
but
of
like
those.
now coming back to this, like you have those girls on Instagram because somebody just said it now. If you have those girls on Instagram that are the influencers,
Right.
they're an influencer towards women. Oh, women influencer. You see it on their bio. But then if you were to date that girl and she's all about you paying for everything, and
Oh yeah.
you get me, so it's
No, you lost me.
you have those girls that are on Instagram.
She's an
Or-
influencer.
Like-
yeah,
like
she's-
IG
Feminism,
models.
empowerment, feminism.
yeah,
and all
that
stuff.
women empowerment.
But
But
feminism,
then
yeah.
but then they're depending on a man.
Yeah, they're
You
just
understand me?
hypocrites. I mean,
It's-
it's just
You do have-
hypocritical.
You
Two-way
do have
street.
both sides to where it's a hypocrite. You're just being ignorant.
Two-way
All right,
street.
moving on to the next one. So this is definitely one that I think we'll all agree on real quick and easy, unless you're a little bougie. And that's we asked the ladies, do you guys understand that guys literally give 3 fucks about what kind of purse or shoe you have on and how much you pay for it, just as long as the outfit looks good on you?
Yeah.
I think for
Do
the
we
av-
all agree on
for
that?
the average person, yeah.
Yeah.
I think most girls don't even dress up for the guys; they dress up for other girls.
So I think a girl who drops her fucking ovaries admits that, but they don't do that. And when they try to sugarcoat it and it's a self-esteem issue, they start talking about, oh, I do it for myself, to remind myself that I accomplished this and I got this and whatever the fuck else.
Empowerment.
I think those are they're just lying. They're just lying to themselves. There's some issue there. But the girls who do say, hey, really it's not for you, I want these other bitches to see what I got.
100%. And whether
I don't
that
think
is-
a girl's gonna admit that though.
no. Some girls do, but rarely.
Ask Belinda.
Ask.
Yeah, that's her silly ass. See what she says about that.
God, it was an opinion. Jesus.
Yeah. My homegirl said, I don't own anything designer. Good for you, Jules. Good for you.
me
Fuck
up.
that shit. Cause
Yeah, hit me up.
bro, dead ass. A girl can fucking, she can grab a cardboard box, put. What's up, crazy world? You got to be a little loose upstairs if you're following us. But if you're not following us, what the hell are you waiting for? Listen, go ahead, stop what you're doing, pause. You can come right back to this. I want you to subscribe, go to YouTube. I want you to go to iTunes. I want you to go to SoundCloud. I want you to just find any platform that we're on. Follow, listen, show your love and support. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Let's get back to the podcast. So, back on the tip of the feed, the how the girls wear it. If they just wore something cute, if it's color coordinated, that looks good. I think, and someone on my Instagram has said it's all about swag, and you can define swag how you want to. I agree with what she said. You can, and I've actually referred to my brother a couple of times. My brother sometimes wears some funky ass outfits.
Yeah.
And when I say funky, I mean like he'll have a weird maroon tight pants on, and not like expandable jeans. And then he'll have some like orange, I don't know what the fuck, sliced up, striped up shirt, weird Kango hat. I don't even know what kind of hat it is. Bro, and he makes it all look good. He looks like he's from some fucking island no one's ever seen, and he's the guy on that island where everybody wants to be like. Yeah. We see him, we're like, damn, dog, what are you wearing? That looks good though, bro.
Yeah.
I would never wear that.
I think it's
you would never wear
but it's also confidence about what you're wearing
as
and
well,
being able
as
to
well.
feel comfortable.
And that's part of the whole swag thing.
Yeah.
That's what swag is. You feel comfortable with it. Other things is some shirts look better on somebody than somebody else.
100%.
Fitted at the arms,
Yeah.
length if you got forearm. I'm just spitting these things out. I really don't know that. Certain fits for if you got a wide bag, you got good quads. Yeah. It all plays a role. But at the end of the day, I think these females, or we know these females, put way too much emphasis into paying too much. And we know guys do it too, and they're idiots for doing it, but they go more towards the sneakers, I think. But females,
or the shirt that says, Versace
or Supreme,
Gucci, Supreme,
Or I fall into. I mean, I didn't buy the shirt.
Anti-social social club.
These shirts are like $80.
Heard of those? Yeah, I've heard
got me fucked up. I would not pay $80 for a goddamn t-shirt, unless it was Black Sheep. Y'all get ready, Black Sheep coming out. But ladies, stop putting so much emphasis on spending too much money on your outfits, because the fellas aren't paying attention to it. That's for damn sure. We pay attention to what it looks like, but we don't know name brands.
I mean, it all depends.
If you're bougie like you.
No, I mean,
Yes.
there's
Only somebody bougie would say it all depends.
It doesn't have to be bougie. It's you're saying it, but look at from where you come from, the time you come from. Things change over time.
He's saying you're old.
It's
what he's
and
saying.
it's not.
You're
That's
old
not what
as
I'm
fuck.
trying to say. It's not.
okay.
That's
No,
there's.
but think about it. If a girl
You're gonna
comes
annihilate
in
whatever you're
wearing
saying,
shoes
man.
from Payless or something, I'm not gonna know the fucking difference.
Not
Yeah,
gonna know difference
obviously.
at
You
all.
know what I mean?
Is that
Now, if
still
there's a
exist?
big brand,
At all.
Payless, it's not a blockbuster. People still wear shoes.
Bro,
Now, if they have "and one" on the side of their sneaker,
Nah, unfriend. Don't look at me.
I mean,
what about girls? So this is
kidding.
one.
So, look,
this is
listen-
one. What
listen.
about the girls who wear those feelers, those big white feelers?
Dino Stompers? He owns a
I have a
pair.
pair. I like
He owns
them,
a pair.
actually.
No,
you don't.
I do,
Yes.
bro. I bought them. I was in.
Everyone told him not
Come
to.
I
on.
don't care,
man.
but bro, I love him.
Those big
and I
white
always used to hate
blocky
them.
feeler
Dino
shoes.
stompers.
Bro, you gotta know how to rock them. But I love them. They're comfortable
man,
too.
so once again, it all goes to the swag, how you rock it, how's it fit your body type, your confidence.
Well-
what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if it's guys or girls, but I think the females do it 20 times more than the fellas do. Is stop putting so much money into your outfit unless you're doing it for all the wrong
Yeah,
reasons.
I mean, simple is beautiful though.
But you have to understand, like for guys, it's easy. Like I'm a very fashionable. I love fashion.
Yeah.
And so I admire it. I don't care too much about the brands because I can pull out a nice outfit and spend less than $50.
Same here.
So it's not about
100%.
it's not about the brands. But you have to understand, guys, you can put on jeans and a shirt and you can whatever and some shoes and you rock it. For girls, you got crop tops, you got shorts, you got skirts, you got all these different things. So it's like, and there's so much more competition. A lot of women, so and it's not. They don't do it for guys, in my opinion. Obviously I'm not a girl. If you're a girl, you want to correct me. I think it's for other girls, and I think that's what I was saying earlier.
I've had a couple homegirls admit it. I think Zuli admitted
yeah, I
it.
think
She
it's for other
did.
girls. I
She did say it. She said it upright. She said,
Zuli said, I don't do it, but the girls that I know that do it, They do it for that reason.
And she referenced when they wear makeup too.
Yeah, makeup too.
As well.
Because most guys don't even realize. I don't fucking know. And it's like, but like I'm not naive enough to say, oh, girls do it for guys.
I notice if a girl wears a lot of makeup, and I'm not a big fan of that.
No,
I do not like the whole lot of makeup stuff.
No, yeah, because on social media, you know, there's a lot of girls that are using it as like, you know, a page to make to
like
promote their makeup artists.
Yeah, of course.
So it's kind of a flex for them when they go out and they're like, oh my god, her makeup is better than mine.
Somebody just said on Instagram that, you know, some of the money that they pay extra money for is more fitting and it feels better.
Quality.
And
Absolutely.
And hey, kudos to that. If you're buying it for that, yes, you are paying for the quality that you're getting. Maybe as a female, you have certain curves that most jeans can't, you know, wide hips.
Accommodate.
Way more voluptuous in the boot, whatever the fuck it might be. You might have cankles and these shits won't reach that far down. I don't know. Everybody's different. Yeah. But if you're doing it for that, cool, then you should pay that. But when you're doing it because you're worried about or you're thinking about what the next person is going to see and think and whatever, like, I laugh when, I think it was him who taught me about Supreme. I didn't know shit about Supreme a year and a half ago. And then somebody walked in and they said, bro, do you know what that outfit that guy has on is like $600? And I'm like,
it was like a t-shirt and jeans and
right.
And
how's that possible? Yeah. And then they said what they said and they showed me on the internet. And granted, it was probably Fugazi. Doesn't matter.
Could be.
I wouldn't even want to Fugazi it.
Yeah.
Much less pay the real deal for. I don't fucking get it.
You want to forget it.
What statement are you trying to make, bro? That you were so stupid to pay that much money for a piece of tela? If you're not filthy rich, you should not be doing that.
That's the thing. If you have the money, if you make $660 million a year and you spend $600 on an outfit, that's different. But a lot of these people, bro, they're barely breaking even. They're barely making anything.
Yeah.
But they live at home or something
remember,
like that.
these are stuff that they sell for a lot. So if these people are buying it for, because those t-shirts will cost $40 retail, bro. And then they're selling it for like $250, $300.
It's a flex to say I was able to afford that
Yes.
article of clothing.
Without a doubt, you just said it right. It's a flex.
Yeah.
It's a flex, and
that's
what people do. They try to
make
flex.
a living, and then there's some people who that's just 100%. They're addicted to it. It's their hobby. To
bro, at the end of the day, whichever way you look at it, flexing is fucking whack. Flexing is just whack. It doesn't matter whether you got it or you don't. Flexing is whack.
It's a way to feed your ego.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. You know, there's a dude that I follow. I'm not going to say his name. He's very successful in the business world right now through what he does in this insurance. And he flexes little by little with. He's not flexing, but he's putting the pictures up of expensive dinners at Prime, whatever. And I can't even say the names of these places. Yeah, you guys know these places. I don't. But whatever. Cool. You're proud of where you're at. It's all good. You're showing food. You're not going extra. He recently during the coronavirus, he put up a video of him getting a haircut. That's cool. Your barber went to your crib. Good for you. And he starts talking to the camera saying, man, why y'all hating out there? If you made $1,000 a day or some shit like that, you would pay your barber to come to your crib and do it too. Don't be hate, bro. I read that and I saw that and I thought, I'm about to unfollow you for saying that bullshit.
That's arrogance.
That's so dumb.
That shit hit me so hard. I'm like,
surprised you even follow somebody.
Yo,
like that.
and then I don't know these people like that, bro. When that shit happens, you look at my follow count, it keeps going lower and lower and lower. But when I saw that, all I thought was, you arrogant fuck. There's no reason to say that. You got it like that. That's cool. That's cool. I just got a haircut 2 days ago from my video editor. I'm not flexing. Hey, I got it. You don't. He hooked me up. I didn't pay him shit. Ain't nobody flexing. I'm just glad I'm looking a little bit sharp for the fucking camera. That's it. Like, when people do that, I think a certain way, and it's all on different levels. So whether it's the females flexing too hard with some gear, or it's the fellas too hard on some $300 shoes. I always look at it as like, that's not a good trait.
But
not a good trait.
Yeah, but the same way girls do, like say with the clothing or the makeup. I know a lot of guys, especially in Miami, they drive nice ass cars and then they pull up and they live with their mom and they live with their daddy. Yeah. And they pay hundreds of dollars for their BMW or the Mercedes or the Audi, whatever. And I'm like, bro, you're paying all this money for this nicest car and you're driving home to your parents' house.
Exactly.
And it's like, who are you showing off for? Like, what car you have? It's nobody says they don't like
that. Battery's gonna get changed, Gus. There's one right under the thing, bro. Like I was keep it ready over there.
Yeah. I agree. Somebody just said something that makes sense. Bezos makes $9 million per year. He doesn't wear no Supreme.
Right, yeah. Well,
90
Mark
million
Zuckerberg,
per
we
hour.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
9 million per hour. Never
Yeah,
mind.
but I'm sure he has.
Yeah, he has,
high
like-
quality.
Right.
Yeah, he has the money somewhere else invested in.
Yeah, but you know what the funny part, and we can jump on to the next topic.
Yeah.
One of the things that I could say to the people who got it like that, all right? If you got it like that, you're a millionaire, multi-millionaire, whatever it is, you got it like that. So you can spend $1,000 on a T-shirt and whatever fuck. Okay, I still look down on you because guess what? That same $2,000 outfit you got on could have fucking helped the village over there in the middle of wherever.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
his money too.
But,
Like,
yeah,
you can't tell him
exactly.
to
At
do
the
his
same
money
time,
either.
yeah.
It's
I
like
can't,
when Jeff
but I'm
Bezos-
just saying, if you're flexing with it and you're not doing else with your money, but you're flexing,
Okay.
But that's
I look at you
the end of the
differently.
day, it's still his prerogative to do as he pleases.
everybody,
Yeah,
you
'cause-
can get fucked in the ass and the ear at the same time if you want. Doesn't mean you're not a freak. You're still a freak.
Yeah, but
What
what is
happened?
it like? What is it?
Gus, what happened?
Would you do that with your money?
No, I would not. To this day, look,
But
anybody watching right now who's known me,
But the thing is,
listen,
you
when I,
don't have that much
Yeah,
money.
you
hold
don't know.
on.
If I give you
Hold
$100
up.
million, it's different.
but nah, okay, granted, $100 million is different. But when I was hustling, when I was a dope boy, when I was all deep into the game,
Yeah.
I still never bought all that hype. And when I got deep in the game is when the Harley, what's that shit called? The tattoo fucking stuff. Damn, the old school look to the tattoos, and it was put all over the clothes, man.
Like
The Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy, there he goes. Holy shit, I said Harley. The Ed Hardy shit. When the Ed Hardy shit hit hard, and everybody's paying $150
Yeah.
I remember that.
for
Yeah, I remember.
whack ass shirts with a fucking crooked ass
Dragon
old school
and shit.
tiger or dragon. It just that shit was so stupid to me, and yet I never, and I got $3,000 in my pocket that I can blow. Did I do any? I still went to Marshalls and racked
bro,
up.
because you were working for your money. But when you have these artists who they make $40,000 for in a guest appearance at a club,
Or like a feature.
yeah, like a feature, bro. It's different different worlds.
Yeah, but then at the same time, you can't get.
They're
mad 'cause-
flexing.
Yeah, but what is it like? Jeff Bezos, he can donate like $100 million to like some cause, and they're like, oh, some asshole's gonna
Yeah.
say that's only 0.06% of his net worth. It's like, bitch, that's $100 million.
yeah, dude, you will never donate that much money in your life.
I mean,
You
you
don't
know,
even make that much money enough. So why are you hating on this guy?
I get it that when you reach a certain level of success, you like to remind yourself that hey, you got here. You like to treat yourself a little bit better, give yourself better quality. I'm not against that at all. Flexing is something different. It's literally like walking into the fucking guy's bathroom or the gym, and you see 3 idiots flexing in the fucking mirror, and you're like, bro, you've been flexing for the last 6 months, and you haven't gotten a different look yet. And what are you doing this for? For what? It doesn't make sense to me when you flex. And whether it's clothes, financially, I just fucked some bitch last night. You flexing, bro?
Yeah.
Anybody can go just fuck some bitch last night. You're flexing. So whenever you show off to me, immediately I think a certain way about you.
Yeah,
That's
what
just me. I
Like,
think a
like,
certain
what
way.
are you trying to say
Compensate for.
by your what are you compensating
it.
for? What do you what's the meaning behind you wanting to tell me that?
You didn't get enough likes on Instagram. That's why you did that. Whatever it is, I don't know, but that's my opinion, you know? So, all right, so we're asking the girls. This is a big one. And I remember Zuli was a little stuck on this one. Have you ever had a one-night stand? So let's get into that. Anybody listening, y'all can chime in. People watching the podcast, listen to the podcast, make sure you leave some comments. We want to get into this topic. I want to take off first. I think majority of females will 100% lie
Really?
about having the threesome.
Wait,
okay.
one night stand or threesome?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, the one-night stand. The
One night
threesome
stand.
question is right after it. My bad. The one-night stand. I think that 75% of the women will lie
About a
I-
one night stand.
that they had it. So if
Think
we
they
if
have
we got 50 girls to do the questionnaire, I honestly think out of the 50, 40 have had a one-night stand.
Okay.
Out of that 40, I think only 10 would admit
I
it.
disagree. I think they're going to be more open about it.
Why
That's my opinion.
why do you think that?
Because I think that, it's
Think it's accepted enough where they would?
yeah. I think
But
that now
is it though?
it's not as frowned upon. I mean people
Not as far as like 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Okay, but
it's
think
still-
about it,
still
man. Like,
is.
it goes back to what I said earlier. Like,
Lot of
people
red
have
tape.
dating apps, and you go out, and some girls would just have those apps to get their own fix. you know?
They will do it, but they won't openly admit about it. That's different.
I think for them to say, yeah, I've had a one night stand, I think it's I mean,
Let me go a little bit specific more with you then, since because you say that with the utmost confidence that it's kind of like nauseating. So what age bracket are you so sure that these females who've done it will admit it like it's not that big of a deal?
Will admit it?
Yeah.
Within the age group that you're giving. I think like after 25, anyone after 25, 26 who's like graduated.
So you think so can we say
been through life experiences?
8 out of 10 girls, you think if they had a one night stand, you think they would admit it?
If they're older than 25,
you think they would?
If they're older, yeah, I think they'll be more.
That's what I'm saying.
open,
Like
yeah.
now, if you ask someone who's like, well, great, we'll go back 21 or 22, they don't want to look stupid. So they'll probably, yeah. So I think within the age group that we've been talking about, I don't see why not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with you having a one night stand. Even a guy would say that's.
I don't think so at all. Neither. I just don't think that they believe that enough themselves.
Okay.
Gus. Oh, camera. I'm not saying it in a derogatory way, like I don't believe in females or that they lie or anything of that nature when it comes to this topic. But I think when it gets into the sexual topic, I think that the ladies are little by little still trying to maintain some type of image. Okay, you can't just completely run away from the wifey image. You can't. You gotta hold on to the wifey image. You gotta hold on to the I can still be a mother image. I can be the mother of your children image. So they can't just let loose and say, yeah, I had a one night stand. Yeah, I would do it. Yeah, I had a couple. I don't think they would. Yeah. But I'll be damned. As many, and I'll say this openly, whatever, as many one night stands as I've had, you're not going to convince me that those girls only had it with me. You got me fucked up.
Of course.
That's why I'm saying.
And you're not going to convince me that those girls will openly admit that they've had it with more than one guys.
Sure. Okay.
Again, we're still in an era where guys can brag about it as bad as it looks and girls can't.
Yeah.
I'm speaking simply hypothetical, not that I believe it, not that I'm frowning against it at all. I believe anybody has the right to have a one night stand if you are not in a relationship where you have that understanding. So there's nothing wrong with it as long as it's safe and you're not doing it so loosely with just about fucking anybody. If you do that, then you're just wanting to eat a burger anywhere. It doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong if they choose to do so.
Eat a burger anywhere?
Yeah.
You're a fat ass,
That's
though.
what he believes. Right?
Yeah, no, because the thing is, I mean, it goes back to, I think we talked about it the first time that we were here. It's like, whatever you did before has nothing to do with me, so I don't really give a fuck. If you've dated a bunch of guys or you've fucked a bunch of guys. Because at the end of the day,
that's their prerogative. I mean,
right, but if she,
Yeah, you see?
Yeah, well, yeah.
We were on the same page with that, Chris.
So let me say something. Like, for me at least, if she was to admit, like she's to say, oh, I've had a couple one night stands before, would you still take that person serious or date them?
Yeah.
Chris would.
A heartbeat, yeah. Why not?
I would too.
I wouldn't.
How many one nights? Okay, how many one nights?
I would still that. No, I would still.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that opposed to because I've had one.
Talk to the mic.
I've had one night stands, so it's like, am I gonna like be biased about that?
Yeah, exactly.
So
but if she's open about saying it, like,
yeah, but I'm in a way
that's the
open
thing,
about
like,
it. Like,
but
I can be open about it.
Because like right now, like you're making the stigma be that women shouldn't have one night stands.
No, but you never had one too, right?
no, never.
Exactly. So that's okay for you to say because you never had one. Now, if you did have one and you say, "Oh, a woman who had one, I still wouldn't look at her the same." That's
you don't have that experience to really think like.
So it's
that.
okay for you have that,
but at the
because
same
that's
time,
your values. That's
yeah.
okay.
But if you've never like flirted with that sort of environment, you can't just be like, "Oh, I wouldn't take him serious."
Yeah,
it's unfair to say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So watch this real quick, just so we
It's a biased opinion in that sense.
so that everybody listening, those who watch the podcast, and even the people live with us on Instagram, this is not an insult, except for this fucker, doing what he's doing again.
Okay.
Let's run this so everybody can hear this. Not an insult, it's just facts. Gus, how old are you?
25,
You were the longest relationship was how long?
about 4 years,
About 4 years. You've been off that 4-year relationship for how long?
2 years.
Okay. So if we subtracted 6 years from Gus being 25 right now, he's at 19. Okay? So there's a huge that holds a lot of water in his opinion and what he says.
But what is that? Where'd you get that analogy from? Like that whole subtract and age thing?
Because at 19, you're just a young dude slinging dick, having
that was
fun.
like the last time you were single.
Now watch this. So then you had a girlfriend for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's almost 5. So that means you were trapped young. Your opinion is completely different because you were in a relationship, you didn't do anything of a dating life, fucking around, one night stand. You did nothing close to that, so you can't vibe with it.
Yeah.
You can look at me weird like you're ready to take off on me, but
No,
you
that's
cannot
not what I'm
vibe with
saying.
it.
I mean,
then,
but he does.
then-
even if
hold on,
I
but-
wasn't in a relationship, that's not what that
You
wouldn't be
can't
something.
say that
you don't know
because
that.
you-
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
but
know
you
that
don't-
because that's
you can't say that because you didn't give that opportunity. That's not true.
But that's not the people I would hang out with.
But
That's
you
not
don't,
my
even then,
environment.
you don't know what
Even
would
then,
have happened.
my best friends, the people I chill with, are married and been in a relationship. It's not.
You don't got some horn dog homeboys.
No.
So they're all married in a relationship.
Yes.
Okay, so cool. So then you're helping my argument out. So you have somebody who was in
It's a
a
trap.
4-year relationship. This is so easy. It's a 4-year jiu-jitsu, all up in his face. He was in a 4-year relationship. He's barely been out of it 2 years. He comes from a Catholic background,
Christian.
Christian background. Officers in his bloodline. His dad being an officer, mom being a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Teacher. So all these, good ethics and
Outstanding,
morals.
right.
So he don't know what the fuck it is to pop a pill, sleep around, do no kind of wild shit. None of it. So his opinion, it can only hold so much water. There's nothing wrong with that. But you got to keep that in mind when you take an opinion from this person. You got to do the same thing when you got this motherfucker looking agitated with all kind of passion and anger from that one time he got cheated on and that second time he got cheated on. And I don't even know what the fuck else happened, but you can see that anger gets in him and he gets emotional and he gets riled up. I don't know what you've been through so much, Chris, but you seem a lot more smoother. Like, whatever the fuck it is, we can hear the story when we do. You brush it off more. You're way more accepted. Maybe your dad was a Rolling Stone. Maybe you had a brother or sister who went through something. You're like, dude, I will never judge my sibling like that. Therefore, more understanding as to it is what it is. And then you got me. And by the way, you're 26 and you're 27.
Well, 27. Yeah, his birthday was
Yeah,
2
but-
weeks ago.
Okay, that's right. Yeah,
Age is,
happy
you keep
belated
saying
birthday.
age in it, but I feel like
Okay,
age is age and then wisdom is wisdom.
No, age.
There's a correlation.
Age
with,
brings experience.
Yeah, I think
and
that's what he
it-
means by age.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
it
he
all
means by-
depends because your 25 years has a smaller experience because one chunk of it was with one
Yeah, you have
girl
majority
at a
of
young.
it.
So
Enough things.
everything plays a role. Again,
get you.
there's no
No,
insults.
you're
It's just mathematical. And then you got me, the oldest one out of it, and my stupid ass shit and what I've been through. Very single, wild, and whatever. But now I'm taming. Now I'm slowing down.
Yeah.
Now this and that. So you have all these opinions, and they play a significant role. You got to take that in consideration when somebody spits their opinion, and it can hold water. But you got to take that for what it is. Okay, cool. I get it. I see why you're coming from there. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But yours is probably going that route because of that.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're all at. That's literally where we're all at. There's nothing wrong with either one of our opinions, but it's coming from literally 4 different realms.
Right.
4 different
universes.
levels of experience and all that. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, no, I think to address what Gus had said, like, I think there's 2 ways to kind of handle that because someone can just lie if they really want to talk to you. They could just be like, "Oh, I've never had a one-night stand in this case." But I mean, I think it makes more sense to just be honest. And if the guy doesn't want to be with you because you've had a one-night stand, that, like what I said before,
So like what somebody said,
you don't want to be in a
which
relationship with
makes-
that person who's going to look at you down because
So
you've
my,
had a one-night stand.
my cousin actually just said something which makes sense. He goes, you can't judge a woman if she's willing to tell you her truth.
Yeah.
There's women that lie based on if you want the truth or lie.
Fair enough.
I'm a psychic.
So my cousin, and she's younger than me, but it's true. It's
So,
It's a
so,
different.
so that should go for anybody. It shouldn't be
Yeah.
just for the woman. It should just be for anybody, you know?
Like if you feel like you need to lie in order for them to appease
Accept
somebody
you
else,
or something.
maybe you shouldn't be with that person.
Yeah.
You know, don't sacrifice who you really
And,
are.
and if that's something that you know, if you're
100%. That's what I agree with.
And if, you,
That
and
right
if
there,
you're
which is
somebody
the-
who holds on to that, it goes back to the whole root of the whole conversation since we
Holds on
started
to
the beginning.
like grudges and stuff
I
like
don't want to say grudges, but you can't get over
or something that's been done.
your girl's been with more than 20 guys. You
Oh,
can't get over that, but
wow.
you love her. You
It's a
this,
large
you that.
number.
You see, there you go. So things of that nature, you can't get over that. Your girl had 2 one-night stands. You've been with her for 4 years. Everything's amazing.
I would prefer not to know
but
that.
you can't
though.
get over.
Fair enough.
Right?
See, but
Marvin, are you in? I would prefer not to know that
not to know that.
because then
We were just talking about brutal honesty, and
like,
then look at this, bro.
but there's no
You're
reason
talking
for
about
me to know about her
communication,
past
honesty.
though. Like,
yeah, but
like
even say that
he's
past
always-
doesn't matter. Why would I have to know if she had
Yeah.
2 one-night stands? She doesn't have to know anything about my past.
No, but then what happens if you're, like he said, like a year down or 2 years down, 4 years down, and then it comes up somehow, whether it's conversation.
oh my God, I never
hear-
knew he had that in him.
Or then you become friends with the guy who was there as a threesome or whatever, for example. You just met him like one time at your job and you're like, oh, you're cool as fuck. Oh, you're dating this girl? Brother, how I got a story for you. Then what do you do?
I mean,
Babe, what the fuck you didn't tell me? When now you're telling me, I'd rather not know.
Do you really think
tell you what.
a guy is gonna come up to you and tell you that story if you're
no
dating?
guy
Okay, hold on,
no
watch
sane
this.
guy would tell you, hey,
If you just met them, you never know. If it comes
I'll
up in
end up in jail.
conversation.
I got it. Listen, I got a great
end up
scenario.
in jail
I got a
that
great
day.
listen. I got a great scenario for you guys. This literally happened. So this is why I really want to talk about it, and it's kind of coinciding a little bit with what you were just saying about not wanting to know the truth, or someone who would want to know the truth. So this really happened, and then we'll go back to the other questions. I had, and I'm gonna say I had because we're not homeboys anymore. It's not because of what I'm telling you.
Sure.
It was way for something else, way deeper than any of that. So we'll go into that another time. But I just joined this group of friends, right? And at the time, I was getting really close to these dudes, which they ended up becoming like another family to me. So we just went our different ways because of a death in our friends, and we went this way, they went that way, and that's just that. But I want to share this again because can you go live for me again? Thank you. So my dude, I invite a homegirl of mine who I used to fuck around with. Okay, I call her my homegirl because she's literally my homegirl. And I used to fuck around with her, like friends with privileges. That's exactly what we were. We were friends with privileges. Sure. And we did that for about a year and a half, right? So we almost, we dated like we were dating, but we knew. We were clear, uncut, knew what was going on. We knew we had a timetable, and at some point, somebody was going to get tired of it and move on. Yeah. So that happened maybe about 8 or 10 years ago at the time. Then, here I am, I'm meeting them, grouping up with this new group of friends. They're awesome dudes. I fucking love them. They became like my brothers. We're like maybe a year into our friendship, maybe our second year. I forgot what it was. I think it was like our year and a half, somewhere around there. And my homegirl hits me back up. We start communicating again, not fucking around at all. I haven't seen her, touched her, nothing in over 8 years. We just have a friendship via phones, text. She started coming to the gym, so on and so forth. Eventually, I said, hey, man. She goes, oh, you guys are going to the beach a lot? I was like, yo, that's what we do. We go to the beach every weekend. Can I come? Sure, man, come, blah, blah, blah. So she came. She met all of the fellas, met one of my homeboys. I didn't know that they started their thing. I had no idea. They were very secretive about it. Good for them, whatever. So for another month and a half, 2 months, they were fucking around. No one really knew it. So here we are. It's I think it's my birthday, or I don't know whose birthday it is, but we're having this big beach thing. And we're all talking, and we're talking about all the girls who are coming. Oh, man, who do you got coming? Oh, I got all these girls coming. Oh, I got these girls coming. I got da-da-da-da-da. And then somewhere there, my boy tells me, well, I would like to tell you guys I got all kind of chicks coming, man, but, like, Wes, Wes, I've been talking to so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, so you guys like are like officially like talking? Like you guys are like y'all a little something? Like you working on something, or you just fucking? I thought there was something there because I saw the look at that party.
But nobody said nothing.
Yeah,
so.
but I didn't want to get in your business. He goes, no. Like we're fucking around, but you never know. We're kind of seeing each other and whatever. We'll see what happens. I said, man, that's great, bro. That's cool, man. Good for you. Good for you. I said, listen. I don't want this to come back around and make and it seem like I never told you this, okay? Because I know how this came out of me right away, but I didn't emphasize. I addressed it later. I said, I just want to tell you that years ago, bro, 8, 9, I don't even know how long ago it was, I had a little thing with her, but it was, whatever. It was nothing. It was just a thing. You know how it is. Way younger, all that bullshit. I don't want that to sneak up later and then you tell me, damn, Wes, why didn't you tell me that? You're my boy, so on and so forth. That's what boys are supposed to do. So I'm just letting you know, so it's nothing weird. I have not had nothing with her in over 9 years or something like that. Oh, man, it's all good, bro. Thank you for telling me that. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. We went on with the beach party. We had a great time, all that good stuff. This is about a month later. I'm training these guys. I'm training them mixed martial arts. And we had a great session. We're all done. We're tired. We're huffing and puffing. And we just start talking about, who's going through what and this and that. And my homeboy mentions his homegirl. He's like, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to continue on with her because she's a little this, she's a little that, but I'm kind of feeling her, whatever. So I come back at him and I say, listen, bro, that's a good girl, man. That's a good girl. She's responsible. She this, she that, whoop-de-woo. And I said, yo, don't forget. He's like, yeah, but Wes, man, you just trying to say that. I go, nah, dog, don't forget, man. I've known this girl forever. Did you forget? Like, I used to date her, bro. Like I dated her for like almost a year. Like I know she's good people. Like she's awesome, bro. She's responsible. She this, she that. You should whatever, blah, 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 blah. That was it. That was the end of it. We said our thing, blah, blah, blah. Bro, 2 days later, I get a fucking phone call, not even a text. I'm in the middle of the gym. I get a phone call. This girl hasn't called me in forever, right? What's up, crazy world? You got to be a little loose upstairs if you're following us. But if you're not following us, what the hell are you waiting for? Listen, go ahead, stop what you're doing, pause. You can come right back to this. I want you to subscribe, go to YouTube. I want you to go to iTunes. I want you to go to SoundCloud. I want you to just find any platform that we're on. Follow, listen, show your love and support. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Let's get back to the podcast. So she calls me in the middle of the gym, right? And I look at my phone and I'm like, the fuck? Bleep is calling me? The fuck she doing? Because she hasn't called me in years. What's up, Bleep? What's going on? The fuck did you tell so-and-so? I'm like, woman, you haven't called my phone in forever and that's how you coming at me? What are you talking about? What do you mean? I got a text 2 days ago from this clown saying, oh, so you had a thing with Wes, huh? Oh, how deep was that thing? You never told me about that thing, blah, 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 blah. And then here it goes. So apparently, and this girl is super raw and uncut. I always appreciated her about that. She did not fucking, no tenía nada la lengua. She fucking gave it to you raw. I guess that fizzled out. I guess love got in the way. I don't know. She never told my homeboy, oh, before we get into anything, I used to have a stupid little thing with Wes years ago. She didn't tell him that. And I guess when I told him at the beach, he brushed it off like it was nothing. Like he just, whatever, Wes, you slept with some girl that I'm hooking up. I don't know. I can't speak for him. But whatever came out, came out.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. But what probably happened was he probably sat on it after when he went home, started overthinking, and it's like he's the one that had to tell me. She should have told me. Yeah. How long was it for? That's when everything probably started like. So
now we can forget about the extracurricular details. Now here's the debate. Anybody listening? Here's the debate for the fellas. What the fuck? This is a rhetorical question because I'm going to do the same thing 1,000 more times. That's how I am. But what the fuck is a dude supposed to do in that situation? What do you guys think is a different approach than what I did? Go ahead and suggest it. And then on the flip side of it, this, in my opinion, no matter what, falls more on her.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
For not telling him anything. And when she told him, she said that we had... What is it? Is it good?
No, yeah. I would want him, like everyone, like if you guys have your lives on, put it on because I'm hoping someone can listen in to actually have feedback on this.
Oh, I
because we're gonna have the same
feedback.
opinion.
Yeah,
because we think it makes the most sense to be like, hey, you know what? You're my boy. I want to be straight up with you. She should have said that if she was gonna incorporate him into that sort of relationship with him.
She should have told him.
Yeah.
But I still did my part though.
Right.
I did what I think is my part.
You didn't know up front. You know what I mean? That they were something. That's why you didn't think of telling him anything. Once you found out, you're like, all right, shit.
So look, I never gave him the details at all whatsoever that we were just fucking.
Yeah.
For over a year. That's all we were. We were just, but I didn't want to tell him that because then whether it's a female or male, they start thinking, well, damn, did he fuck her better than I did, or how was he?
That's
or
what I'm saying.
Yeah, now I can't.
It creeps in.
If I get in a serious relationship with her, every time I bring her around, and then here comes Wes. Now I picture him fucking her. Like it's just stupid. You
want
to
know what else it is? Instead of him asking you, he's now thinking, oh, this is a problem that I have to deal with her. So why would he want more information from you when it should have come from her from the beginning?
It should have came from her.
So that's why he has all those questions.
Yeah, it should have came from her because she's talking to him and not you. But at the same time, it's your boy, and I like that you addressed it in a very professional and amicable way. And I like that. And you did the thing. You did what you had to do, and I think that's good.
So now listen to this. During the conversation, she was tripping. Like she really, and I really, I felt for her to an extent. She was really falling for this dude, like hardcore. So she didn't want to. She didn't want to lose him. So she starts.
Should have been straight up with him.
But so watch this predicament she put me in. So she goes, "Listen, I need you to talk to him again and tell him that all we did was go on one date, maybe two.
No. Now she's
I flipped out. I'm like, nah, yo, I don't speak that language.
Bullshit.
No.
She's
I don't got to give him a bibliography of what we did, when we did it, how we. No, but I think he's entitled. That's my dude. I need to tell him, listen, we had a thing. Don't go deeper than that. What do you mean a thing? Everybody knows what a thing is, bro. We had a thing. Just let us sit there, right there. That's it. It was a stupid, nothing
it was
thing.
9 years ago.
Exactly.
That's another thing.
Yeah,
9 years ago.
Almost a decade. And then now she's even making it worse, but you going back and lying? Because she doesn't want to lose him. She's losing him by lying about it.
It wasn't as significant enough for you to have to lie to defend him.
Now you're making it a bigger deal than it actually is.
You're making it
trying
worse.
to backstab and retrace your steps and be like, oh, we just went on a date. Well, you think this guy's gonna believe you? Like, get the fuck out.
So here goes.
And I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
because now she's gonna know that he is gonna know that she went up to you to then go talk to him. So now he's gonna be like, oh, like you already told me something. Why are you not coming back? Obviously, someone mentioned.
I'm sure somebody's gonna want to ask me. So what exactly did I tell him? So what I did was I didn't go along with what she asked me. I told her, I go, look, you're asking me to do something I don't believe in. For the sake of you and him, I'll meet you somewhere in the Quarterville, because it wasn't even in the middle. It was Quarterville. I'm going to fucking tell him what I really think, and that's, how dare you even bring this up? I want to make him feel like less of a man for even referring to this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because if
That's
I
another thing.
can attack his manhood and be like, dog, why is your girl hitting me up about this? You less of a man for that, dog. I'm irrelevant. That's nothing. One, I told you months ago. And two, I told you it was nothing.
Yeah.
That shit was like just a small, and I told her, I go, look, I'm going to tell him we went on a couple dates. I think we hooked up once. I can't remember, and that's it. I told her that's what I was going to tell him.
Okay.
And I told him that with maybe a little bit more details. I said, bro, we were fucking around for like 3 or 4 months. That's it. So I still lied, which I felt horrible for, because it was a year. I really did. I felt horrible. But I tried to meet them both in the middle. All right, you got enough, you idiot, because you just had to hear this dumb shit.
Yeah.
And I gave her enough. And now if you guys want to continue with your miserable relationship, go ahead. Here's the truth, bro. He wanted a way out.
Oh.
Interesting.
But that didn't come back until a year later.
Are you kidding me?
But I'm saying that's what.
But why put
No,
you in
he
that predicament?
But he
Put the pressure on you.
didn't admit that to me. That's the psychologist in me pointing it out. He kept looking for a way out. He was in a negative relationship with her. They had too many issues where some wild shit will come, some past will come, some whatever will come. And then he used that as a conversation when I called him out. He goes, bro, it's just that every time we have an argument, it's something about her past. And I'm just tired about her past coming to creep up and da-da-da-da-da-da. And all I thought was, I almost said his name. I said, bro, it seems like you want to get out of it with her. If you want to get out of her, get out of it with her. Don't use me like what I did was wrong. Because what I told you was right 2 months ago. I did the what a friend should do. And what she asked me to tell you, I was against, but I did that. Now here we are. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
Do you think that maybe he found out more things about other people?
Maybe it added up because because
Maybe,
it
it's possible.
Because maybe you were just a part of it, and he knows you directly, so it was easier to bring you up. But maybe he found out other things, which is why he wanted.
I could have been the scapegoat, so he didn't have to face all the other shit.
And that's honestly at that point, if it's so much stuff that it's like making you uncomfortable, but like don't put that on you, on you specifically. Which was why you told him, and then how many days have passed until she actually
months, right? Like
months.
2 months.
So that's why it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a big deal when you told him, but all of a sudden it became such a huge deal when she hit you up weeks, months down the line.
Could have been he probably started digging and found other stuff.
So what do we learn from this? To give people out there listening a good piece of advice, especially coming from the Coffee Breakup, myself, Gus. Whether it's a male or female, it doesn't matter who you are in a relationship. Once again, it's so fucking cliche. Brutal honesty. That's it. Communication.
Don't be afraid.
Hand in hand. So if you if you got something, hey, I had a relationship that I was in that left me a little sour to blah, 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 blah. So I want to let you know that blah, blah, blah. Come out with it. Don't let that shit creep back around. come out with it now so they can sign on the dotted line now while they have the chance, and not, hey man, I was not aware that you like to get fucking punched in the butt cheek. Shout out to Orlando. Girls, if you want to meet a good guy to punch you in the butt cheek, holla at my boy O.
What are you trying to say? You're like a dog on a
Yeah,
leash.
no,
you see that, right?
I'm ready. No. Like, because you asking the question, and I think the key is because you guys have the same friends and stuff like that. So obviously that if it's fair for you guys to disclose that. Now, if it's just a guy passing through, she doesn't have to tell you anything. Like if it's just some random dude or like a friend of a friend, and it's like you had a thing with this person in the past, and there's mutual friends, but you don't really hang around the same circles. I feel like it's not as relevant.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
In your situation, she
I
should
agree.
have disclosed that because you guys.
Yeah, knowing that you guys were in the
from
same
the sounds
group,
of it,
the
you guys
same
were in the
circle.
same group. You did the right thing, but if you're a girl, you're seeing this guy, and you know that he's good friends with somebody that you've had a past with, even if it was 10 years ago, I think you should still disclose it from the get-go.
Yeah, it's better to get it out of the way
Yeah.
up front because at least you guys can talk about it. And if it doesn't work, there's no time wasted trying to
The
like
earlier,
pretend.
the better it is. The later, the more
It's
damage
gonna
it can
hurt.
cause.
It's an uncomfortable conversation to have. But if you don't have it now, it'll be worse.
And it's also
exponentially
a lot
worse.
better in the beginning because you don't have that love or that emotional attachment yet, and then once you have that emotional attachment and that
it
love,
hurts more.
it hurts more.
It feels
and
more
you
personal.
think irrationally, you overthink, and you're like, oh no, this guy was with my girl. Like
Because it's not just about that. It's also, he also lied to me because
Yeah.
he didn't tell me. Or
Exactly.
she didn't tell me up
exactly,
front, you know?
exactly.
Well, it gets tied into that.
Weird times bring up weird ways, man. I think that unfortunately, when it comes to the man, the male gene kicks in the whole. I guess I refer to a dog. You know, when I walk my dogs, hey boys. I haven't hugged them in a minute. When I walk my dogs, it's crazy how one's way more aggressive than the other. One will piss right away, and then the other one will be like, I'm gonna piss in his area, but I'm not gonna piss where he just pissed. But then you flip the roles around, and it's he sees this one piss, I'm gonna piss right where he pissed, and he'll even bump him out the way to piss. And this is, I think, where guys kind of look at guys where we have this weird possessiveness towards us.
Yeah.
This king of the jungle, the lion,
That's how I am.
this is the man, and it's so hard to think or admit, hey, I got a female who's 30, 32. She's probably been around the block. So what? Oh, I hope she hasn't been, because this and that. Why would you even give that enough energy?
Yeah.
Who cares? Who is she right now with you? Because I think most young guys, except for Gus, have been scumbags with the amount of dumb shit that we do when we're young. We have fun, we this, we that. Don't judge us on that when we're 30, 35, 32. Judge us right now. Your past is your past.
Yeah.
We all have
It's
it on
experiences.
so
You
many
learn from
levels.
that.
Yeah.
Grow from that.
So I mean, I just think unfortunately guys hang on to it too much.
Yeah.
I think girls can get a little bit past it more, but in that situation I just described, it was very weird. It was awkward. I even had a friend, and I don't want to go back to it because I want to tackle these other topics. I even had one of my closest friends to this day. He was like, "Do you really think you should have told him that?" And I said, "Bro, what do you mean? But you were there the first time I told him." "Yeah, but that was enough." And I was like, but he was talking like he was ready to leave her, and I genuinely felt, she's a good girl.
Yeah.
Don't think the wrong thing. She's just a little wild. She's afraid of losing you. She thinks that you did. She da-da-da-da-da. And then when he looked at me like, what do you know about, girls?
You may have overplayed your cards.
Because I was the most single guy in the group forever and a day. I always have been. It's not like I'm some dog. I just, for me to commit, I'd have to believe in it a lot more than the average person did. Plus, I was in the wrong life. I was hustling. I didn't want to bring nobody into that life. I didn't want to drag people into that, catch feelings, and I can't leave the hustle, but I can leave you. I didn't want that to happen. So, but because of that, he looked at me weird, and I was like, okay, don't do that because I know her better. Remember, I used to, and that's how I came out. And my boy was like, you shouldn't have told him that. I don't know that I agree with him, and I still don't agree with him. But I can see where I guess sometimes, the best policy is to just say less. I don't know, bro.
Are
It's
you
weird.
still
It's
friends with
tough.
that couple or no?
The reason I'm not friends with the dude is because, like I said,
Yeah. that was
when our best friend died,
Yeah.
he was the glue to it all. And this half of the group, which is the majority of the group that I got with, was brought because of him. This half of the group I met on my own through another friend and then boom, it was us. And then I met this group, we merged, and there was harmony, and it was awesome, even though it was very chaotic at times. But when it split up, it was because my boy got murdered. Shout out to Alex, and everybody little by little had different things going on in their life. It had nothing to do with that.
It happens.
After that whole incident, they went another year and a half strong.
Oh.
It was just a poisonous relationship, is what it was, and that's just that. So, but big topics, man. You got to remember that. I think takeaway. Be brutally honest, man. And if that's your boy in that situation, you're supposed to tell your boy. You don't got to tell him the whole truth, like what you said. You don't got to tell him every detail.
Do you think that it would have been better if you spoke to her first about it?
No.
Like for example, what
No,
if
she would have told me not to.
But it should have came from her. It should have came from her.
She would have.
Exactly, but then that's on her. Like, you're gonna build up a foundation with somebody that you really like,
but this
based on a lie.
But I don't.
Mission.
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, she was just a homegirl that I used to fuck with. That was becoming my dude. That was becoming one of my closest friends. He means way more to me.
So you had
I don't
more
want him
loyalty.
to marry her or fucking. We're gonna have the engagement party, and then it all comes out, and he looks at me like,
No.
Have you not seen that movie? Brothers? Was it Brothers?
It's definitely not brothers.
No, not Brothers. Where they killed.
He's a military.
No, where it's a bunch of black. It's a black movie, and somebody's getting married, and he didn't tell him that I used to
No.
bang your wife, the wife you're gonna marry. I had a great relationship with her in the past. He didn't want to tell her. Forgot what it was called. Great movie. If somebody knows it out here watching, please tell me. Anyway, so no, I don't think.
Yeah, but I'm not saying you talk to her and then she's gonna tell you no, don't tell him, because then you could have told her I'm gonna tell him. But I want to make sure that you know that I'm gonna tell him, and if you need to tell me something now of how to handle it, we could both be on the same page. At least that way, both parties are prepared.
She
That is true.
would have tried to talk him out of it. From the
Or
No, but you could
or
have
give me parameters.
No,
or
because
whatever.
then you could have said, all right, well, listen, you know what? I'm still going to tell him whether you like it or not. And then she at least knows. So at least then she could say, fuck, he's going to tell him.
So look,
hey, babe,
what I thought was this, and I'm
Something.
not trying to lean on bro code, because bro code gets out of hand, and then people say stupid shit that I don't definitely apply, and the whole bro code thing. But I think I did what I was supposed to do, in my opinion.
I agree.
And
I still agree.
that's holler at my dude.
still agree.
I told him in a very nice, chill way, no need for details. Hey man, since you are possibly flirting with something a little bit more, I know you were fucking her, but I didn't know this was becoming more. I just want to tell you right away. I used to date her back in the days. I had a little bit. It was stupid. It was nothing. It was years ago. He was just like, bro, it's all good. What do I care? That's years ago. And that was it. So I did my part. The second part just came out naturally, trying to help him. Hey, don't cut off what might be a good girl. You guys look good. She's just afraid of losing you because of this. And then it came out. Yeah. So I think I did my part. I would never go against that, but honestly, what I did. But could it have happened earlier or something? I guess, but I didn't give her or them that credibility. They were fucking. And it became something serious. And no one saw that coming. That happens. And I've been in that relationship too, where you start fucking and then it becomes more. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But when I realized, oh shit, this is becoming more, let me get this out the way so it doesn't come bite me in the ass.
And I agree.
Could have it? Yeah, no, go.
No. I think you did a great thing by doing it. And I try to project it on like if that was me, like if I was the guy, because like let's say if me and Chris, whatever, Chris I would consider like one of my best friend, and if I were to bring a girl around him, I would hope if he had a past with her, he would tell me. Knowing myself,
which is why I always tell you to tell me.
Yes, and
this man's been slaying left and right, and it's like if you don't tell me who you're slaying, we'll never find out.
That's true.
So what about this that somebody said? They go, if you live in such a big city and you mess with people close to each other, you should be open if you truly want that person, which I agree with.
Yeah.
We live in a huge...
Everybody knows everybody somehow, some way.
Yeah. Everybody's been with somebody. What's the big fucking deal?
Shouldn't matter.
Like, for real, though. Like,
for me, it would matter. Like, if there's this girl I'm into, and Chris is like, yo, I hooked up with this chick like 6 months ago or like a year ago, I would feel some type of way.
Yeah, so we actually had another episode that we recorded. We haven't launched
it would
yet.
take a bigger man out of you. And I'm not trying to insult you, but maybe you don't have it. Most people don't have it. It'll take a bigger man. If you guys want to get religious, I never get religious. What's one of the biggest challenges religiously? To forgive somebody. Yeah. And move forward.
But no, it's not forgiveness because they didn't do anything wrong.
You're right, but can you?
But
why can't you overlook that?
No.
That person was in a transitional phase of fucking around. Here comes Chris, good-looking dude. They're in the club, and it happens.
I think he means something else.
Because it's different. Because I intend to have Chris in my life for a very, very a long time. I would love to him one day even be my best man or something like that.
Right.
Would I want him to be?
You guys heard it here first.
Yeah. when I want him to be at my wedding with the person that he banged. And
That'd be great. That'd be great.
No.
What?
Here you're about to
What?
Speech.
No.
Speech.
You're about to get married. You're about to get married. Listen, babe, you know I love the fuck out of you because my boy fucked you. Everybody would laugh. Everybody be quiet. It'd get really weird.
If anyone else, if I would want anyone else to fuck you, I'd want it to be my boy.
Yeah.
No, but I do get it because, like you had said earlier, that some guys are possessive. Like I wouldn't want him to date anyone that I used to date. But if he did genuinely grow feelings for that person, which I would, it's what you said earlier, rather avoid to get into it knowing.
Yeah.
Like if I already dated them, you should, like, you would know, like you would bring it up and I would tell you. That way you don't allow feelings to grow. But if I never knew and you met this girl from wherever and she came back into your life and I dated her once before, I wouldn't care.
Yeah. Well, that was.
But it would have to be a
It's funny
conversation,
because-
so I'm aware.
Yeah, it's funny because we talked about it not too long ago when if there was a girl that there was a past and he brought it
Now-
up to my attention, and so it's like blacklisted
Yeah.
off like there's no chance that I would even
Right
pursue
away.
that.
Now
Yeah.
let me challenge it and switch it a little bit.
I'm ready for challenges.
Would you date your best friend's ex knowing it's his ex?
No.
No, we talked about this.
I would rather not. I did that. I didn't
That's a
date my
different ball
best.
game.
I didn't date my best friend's ex, but I dated one of my boys' ex. But I was obsessed with this girl. Like I saw her and I was like, this girl's literally like the girl for me, and I regretted it. Because did I have a pretty good relationship? It wasn't the best, but I felt like we really did have this chemistry that was indescribable. But knowing that, I've learned that it's not worth the outside toxicity that it can cause.
Yeah.
So it's
I
better
agree.
to avoid from the beginning, which is why I'm like, because he'll have girls like, left and right, not all the time, but, every now and then, like he's dating around or he'll be open, he'll allow that. But I'm like, oh, who was it? He'll be like, oh, what am I going to tell you? All this bullshit. I'm like, because if you don't tell me and I already slept with her, then who's awkward? Like, whose fault is that? Especially if he doesn't like that.
Yeah, true.
So then that's why I'm like, listen, like just tell me straight up, because if I dated them, I wouldn't want you to engage with them.
Yes, I agree because it's too much collateral damage.
But if somehow there's an outside source where you met and you really engage, and then I found out after, which again, I would rather avoid than to get to that. If you tell me, then we can talk like boys. I'm like, you know what, you really like her? I'm not going to fuck with you.
I think once again, and I hope we all agree to this, as you get older, don't look at it just from older. Oh, because you get older, like you just don't give a fuck no more. No, not at all. As you get older, you realize it more often than not. When you're younger, you want to be the only one. You're hoping now she had nobody else but you. You're hoping she hasn't got around the block. As you get a little bit older to mid-20s, you realize that the average girl you're messing with, like you, already had a couple of people, couple of dates, couple of significant others. When you get to that 30, you're like, all right, by now, whoever the fuck I've been with, has had some fun. Why? Because I've had some fucking fun myself, so on and so
relative.
forth.
It's relative.
It makes total sense. And then the minute you start merging into early 30s and above, hence why anybody, my peoples, anybody watching or listening, if they're in their mid-30s, unless they went through fucking hell and back, they're going to tell you that the 30s is the best years.
Yeah.
And it's because
I've heard of that too.
you figured it out to a great extent. You went through the 20s of the Gus's with a little bit of your
Fucking up,
is it
learning.
2 or 3 people who cheat on you? I'm playing it. And
Lost count.
you go through it. You've been through it all. You've been through many coffee breakups. Shout out. You done all that, and now it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, and now I need to be willing to, and then whatever it is.
Yeah, I feel like in 30s, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses,
Yes.
and that's where you can now highlight all of your strengths by really
and
enjoying.
it can go from, okay, I've sexually been taken to another level that I didn't think I was down for. Okay, I realized I would never be down for that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm willing to accept that if I'm going to get with somebody like myself, I'm 42. I'm very picky about whoever my future person would be.
Yeah.
By person, I mean female. Let's make that really clear. But because I can.
Sorry, Gus.
Because I guess not. If he's got a something, it's not for me. It's definitely for Marv. But even though I can.
What's going on?
Even though I can adjust and lower the bar and this and that, there are certain things that I need to be willing to accept. Like, okay, if I'm going to get with somebody I'm 42 and they're going to be more than likely 30s to mid 30s, they're probably going to have a kid or 2.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm immediately accepting that.
Right.
I'm willing.
Okay.
I'm willing to take it on.
Yeah.
Because I know I don't want kids. I don't want my own. I don't want to make my own. but I know I'm willing to take on other kids, and
That's different.
so it all comes in those.
You have to
in those
adapt a little bit.
yeah, but it comes with what you've been through. So when you're as young and what Gus is going through, he's way less acceptive to fuck that. I would never do this, and I won't accept that, and hell no, because he's still there. And that youth, he's hoping to find somebody in Key West who's only been with like 3 fishermen. That's what he's hoping for that. He's hoping for that. What happened?
What's wrong with you, man?
What do you mean? Hey, I like the Chicago Bulls hat. Fucking Chicago. So yeah, man. So it all comes with what you've been through and what you're willing. It's that experience phase, bro. It really is. This is why it's really hard to, smart people learn from others from their mistakes. Wise people learn from others. It's hard to be wise, man. It's hard to say. I saw you go through it, and I don't want to go through it.
Walk down that,
but it's very hard when you feel in a certain way. All right, next question. So. Everybody, thank you guys for tuning in and following us. Yo, don't forget, if you're not following us, and I really have to be very, very clear about this, we get a lot of views, and it's awesome. The podcast with Valerie has 1,200 views. Caballo has almost 800 views. Yeah. You guys are about to hit 400 views. The views are awesome. I fucking love it. I'm on cloud 9, bro. This shit came out on Black Friday in November of 2019. We're still infants. So I love where we're at, the same way I love where you guys are at. But I want everybody listening and paying attention and following us or not following us. Follow. Push that motherfucking button. Yeah. Please go to.
Makes a difference. Especially if you don't care. For us, it matters.
If you want to support us, it makes such a huge difference when you push follow on YouTube or when you push subscribe on Spotify,
or sharing it to someone else.
Sharing it, like please, guys. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate everybody listening. I want everybody to follow the Coffee Breakup and everybody who comes on the podcast. But just remember, when you show your support, it's not just tuning in for a couple of minutes, saying some slick shit. Thank you. I like your podcast. Please subscribe, follow. That's how one day we hopefully get to make some money off of this. Right now, we're just fucking having fun, and I know I'm not going broke, but I'm spending a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's like if you're enjoying the content, all those things help us provide more content.
Exactly,
help you continue enjoying.
Yeah, let us help you.
So it makes sense.
Okay, guys, one of the biggest questions. Here we go. And we're asking the girls if they've ever had a threesome.
Yeah,
like with 2.
That's not part of the question.
Okay.
That's not part of the question.
Let them finish the question.
We let them decide whatever. I'm not trying to put that extra pressure on them and let them say, was it 2 or 2? Because I guarantee you, I'll go to the grave with it, that if it was 2 guys, they won't admit it. They won't admit it. They won't admit it.
I think it's highly unlikely that someone would admit that.
But I bet, if there was 100, let's just go 100. If there was just 100 females in this world who did this questionnaire, how many of them do you think would have actually had 2 guys? Not admit to it, just had it.
Probably a lot more than you would think.
Yeah,
give me 100 out of 100. What do you think? Be careful.
That would have had a threesome with 2 guys.
That had it, not would.
Oh, that had it.
Oh, that would or want to? That number is high.
Maybe like 30.
Who would admit that they did?
No,
what's the question?
they actually had it.
Physically had sex with
They're not going to admit it. We all agreed.
30 might be kind of high. 25,
20.
I'll say 20.
20 sounds fair.
Yeah, 20.
So if there was 100 women on this planet and we gave them this questionnaire
anonymously,
we think that at least 20 of them for sure had
20%
a threesome with 2 guys. But we agreed that we think out of the 100, maybe one.
Whoa, threesome with 2 guys?
With 2 guys.
Yeah.
That's a gangbang. That's not a threesome.
That's not a gangbang, bro.
Gus.
This is why. This is what I'm talking about. Right on cue.
Proving it right.
Right on cue, bro.
So if you're saying it's you and your boy and one girl, that's a threesome?
That's still a threesome, homie.
How many people are there? How many people are there? No.
Yeah, but
that's a threesome.
Quick math.
I know it's
1 guy.
1 out of 5.
Plus,
yeah, Danny.
but
I like that,
1
Danny.
guy.
No, but listen to me. To me, a threesome is if it's 2 girls.
That's to
and
you,
one
but
guy.
That's the honest fucking Abe over there, bro. With a 4-year relationship, 2 years dry. That's what that is. A threesome is 3 people, my brother.
Man.
I know, but
3 dudes. It can be Tiger King and 2 dudes. It can be whoever.
So listen.
That's a threesome, bro.
Wait, hold on. Why isn't 2 girls and 1 guy a gangbang? What's the math there? Like, I want your logic.
Ooh.
because it's 2 guys. Like you guys
No.
You guys
No.
You 2 aren't interacting with each other. You're just interacting with that one girl.
But that same thing can happen with a threesome
Yeah,
with girls.
yeah.
You can have 2 girls who are not at all diking it out. They're just all about you.
Yeah. Is that a gangbang?
You're right.
Get the fuck out of here.
That was right. That was right.
Oh,
You guys can chime in on
highly,
this.
I highly doubt the two girls are gonna not.
By the way,
chime in on each other,
my
but-
brother, he doesn't ever chime in, so when he chimes in, I got to give him a quick little shout out. He thinks 1 out of 5 females. What's going on, beautiful people? Just want to take a moment to thank everyone out there for tuning in. We continue getting so much love and support and appreciate every bit of it. But on that note, if you're a new listener or simply someone who's interested in following our journey, please take a second to subscribe to our channel or download whatever necessary app in order to never miss a show. Also, why not give us a follow on Instagram at BlackSheep305 and at Gus Villamil. Again, we truly appreciate all the love and support and look forward to continuously giving everyone listening a different perspective. Now let's get back to the podcast. So listen, let's run down the rest of these questions because I know that, I mean, it's a good thing about the podcast, man. We get off track. It is what it is. You know, we're having fun with it. We're trying to give everybody a little bit of entertainment over there. So we discussed the whole one night stands. We discussed the threesomes. We think that what? They're going to admit it or they're not going to admit it?
At threesomes?
That they had it.
They wouldn't admit
They
that.
will not.
Yeah, they will not. There's no
Now,
way.
even if it was with girls,
They're not gonna admit it. I just
I've
don't think.
had some girls tell me they've had, well, not threesomes.
I think
That's
if
not
a
really-
girl were to have a threesome, even if it's with girls or guys, I still think that's
More reluctant.
that'll be something. Oh, well, maybe because if you're gonna be drinking and the truth serum, they might get comfortable enough with their friends to be like, yeah, we have. It could be. Remember, I mean, we were affiliated. We were in a fraternity. I was in one longer than him.
Yeah, you were like.
So yeah, like
balls
I
deep,
like the conversation that you would have once you build that kind of chemistry in that relationship. Like you start really understanding different ways that people, I guess, would get down. And there's stories that people will tell you from these environments because you're kind of just stuck with each other for years. I still think that they would say no, but if under the right environment with maybe enough alcohol, I'm sure girls would be more open to say that they've been with 2 girls.
okay. So
Not
I don't
another girl.
I don't think it will be accurate at all in regards to how many of them would admit it. But what's our honest opinion? What's our opinion about how many times we think the average girl who's 25 or older, we said 25 to 35,
Yeah.
how many do you really think have had, we're going to say with 2 girls for now, have had a threesome with 2 girls involved?
Girls?
Why don't we just say threesome with
No, because it's different. No, I want, how many,
There's a higher
the
percentage if
average,
it's with
okay,
girls.
so
Two
from
girls?
25.
I know girls who say, "Oh, I'll make out with another girl if I'm drunk."
Forget
Yeah,
about
of
forget about
course.
what they say, guys. I'm talking about
what they
the
do.
girl. We give them the questionnaire. Hey, girls, have you ever had a threesome? Now we got 2 answers here.
All right.
We got the lie that they're gonna say, and then we got what the fuck we think, and is the truth. So what do you think is the truth? What do you think the average girl has had? A threesome, couple threesomes. How many girls out of the group you think have had a threesome, even whether or not they admit it? What do you think?
I feel like it's like 50-50. I feel like with all 2 girls,
Yeah. 50-50?
I don't even think so, man.
not that many. Yeah, you're right.
Does everyone have threesomes nowadays? Like I don't.
Have you had a threesome?
Yeah.
I've never had a threesome.
Neither have I. Have you had a threesome?
Oh, God, really?
Come on,
Yeah, you've already had like
kind
a.
of questions.
Really? No, a gangbang. He's had a gangbang.
Bro, that guy watched his dog hump the other dog. That's it, bro.
Wes, you'll never guess what I just did.
Yeah. Look, I only had 1 threesome, and it was a little whack. It was under restrictions. It was,
Really?
yeah, it was fucking. At the end, when it all was ready to go down, it was, you can't touch her. I'm the only one who can touch her and do everything with her.
For that, don't even have a threesome.
Yeah, but I was misled. Now, I
But I don't
thought,
understand. So what was your
Your role.
Yeah, what did
what was my role?
Yeah.
Jackass. Because I went along with it.
Filming.
Well, I
Observing.
mean, because I got to mess with my chick, and while she messed with the other chick, or while my chick did whatever to me, she can kiss the other chick. But I couldn't do shit with the other girl except fucking fondle her. That's it.
Okay.
Now I couldn't even kiss her. That was the rules, and it all came up out of nowhere. So that was that whack ass threesome that I wouldn't call it, but I guess it was. And then I had a real one, which was fun, and it was 2 homegirls, and they were close with it and whatever, and that was a
Yeah.
good time. And that was it. And this is all over like 10, 12 years ago.
Shit.
So
So have you not had any action since then? Because everything was like from over 9 years ago.
Are you sexually active?
Well, you know, that's when I was wilding out. You know? Back when you wild out, everything changes. Bar lowers, you do this, you do that. So obviously, you know, if you're following a certain path and I don't want to entertain anybody if I'm seeing somebody. If I'm seeing one person, I don't want to see anybody else.
Bro, I'm 25. You're
If
41.
that's how you live, then you know you're gonna your experience is gonna be limited. So I didn't live like that. I was like, you know, whatever.
You've already lived.
Anyhow, got so much more to live. All right, so we summed that up.
Fair enough.
How many dates before it's okay to have sex?
How many what?
Dates before it's okay to have
How
sex.
many dates before to have sex?
Yeah.
You don't even need a date to have sex. I mean, if you want to, you want to. It's like what we said. Should you have sex on the first date? Or
So you should just be an adult about it, and that's just something that comes out.
Of course. I mean, listen, women have needs too. It doesn't matter.
What's the question?
How many days until?
How many days
You
until
can
it's
have
okay to
sex.
have sex?
Oh, dude. First
And
date.
this isn't an open invitation.
But
to
not,
like,
but what if girls are listening and they're like, oh, of course you guys would say that. I mean, you know, you guys are hoping to hit the first
It
night.
all depends on how you handle yourself. If you're gonna be like, oh, that shouldn't have. Like, listen, he says it all the time. It takes two people. Like, no one put a gun to your head and say, hey, suck my dick. You know what I mean? But you know what? Like, listen, you had every right.
Suck my dick.
You had every right to say no. But you said yes. You have needs too. Now, if you're now gonna lie about it after or pretend it never happened, what does that say about your character?
Yeah.
Own up to it. We all have needs. And that's it goes back to a lot of things that we've said. It comes with a lot of transition. It's not okay for a girl to have a one-night stand. It's not okay for a girl to have a threesome, but for a guy it is. It doesn't make any sense. So if a guy has sex on the first date, he's a man. But if a girl does it, she's a slut. That doesn't make
Quick little side question. If a girl does have the one night stand, do you think that she would openly admit that?
Then we
talked
I mean,
about
sorry, not the
The
one night
threesome.
stand. Not the threesome. No. The be willing to sleep with you. If she was willing to sleep with you on the first night, but she doesn't want to because she thinks you look at her differently, I think that's very common.
Yeah, so they hold back. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna give
So
it
you
up that easily.
think
Yeah.
that they hold back because they think it's gonna look bad.
Yeah.
It goes into what I said a little bit. Like, for example, in New York, if a girl wants to pay for the date, or that's what my boy told me, like they don't care. They'll own up to it. Like, oh, I'll pay because I got me. I don't need you to get me. It's the same thing with this. Like, you shouldn't feel afraid to go to do what you want to do because, oh, he's gonna look at me wrong. If he's gonna look at you wrong, then that's not someone that you want to entertain. Get whatever you need to get out of it. Because if a girl's horny and she has the she wants to have sex, just like the guy does, then do it. But now if tomorrow comes and you're gonna be like, oh no, that should have never happened, all this stuff. It's like, listen, like,
then it
Yeah,
just
like,
makes
yeah.
everything.
You're an
like,
adult,
you know what, we
dude.
were both there. You know,
Regret
maybe
just
it
makes
shouldn't
it-
have.
yeah.
But you know what,
But
it
it did.
happened.
It did.
Let's we don't have to be.
Yeah.
No, I
That's
think-
well said. I like that.
Yeah, especially as you get older, and like there's nothing to be ashamed of having sex on the first date or even the fifth date or whatever. Like I've had sex on first dates. I've had sex on, 3 weeks through seeing somebody like after a while, and I mean I don't.
Okay, so look,
differently.
you guys got your own podcast. You guys are relationship advisors, so on and so forth. And no doctoral degree behind it, but
Sure.
this is what you guys have a passion for.
Right.
So if you were gonna guide a female, okay, close homegirl of yours, hey, I just met this guy online. We've been talking for a couple weeks now, and I'm about to go on a date with him.
Yeah.
But I can't lie. The talks have been heavy. I'm really vibing with him. We sent a few pictures to each other. No, it wasn't a dick pic and this and that, but we sent some pictures, a little provocative, whatever. Listen, I've been deprived for the last 3 months, 4 months. There's a good chance we're going to go have some drinks. We're going to this and that. It's going to be hard to hold back from fucking sleeping with this guy. Do you guys think that I should hold back from sleeping with him? Because remember, I'm hoping to find the one. I'm looking for a relationship. I don't want to just keep being put in this predicament of just scumbags. And I'm really feeling this guy. We're going to go out on a first date. Everything's planned out. We've been vibing really well. If it comes out of me and I feel like hooking up with him, should I or should I hold back? What do you tell your close ass homegirl?
So I'm in a group chat with 3 of my closest
Which, can you say their names?
girlfriends. Huh?
Can you say their names?
I'd rather not.
Okay.
No. But we're super.
Yeah,
close,
no.
super
You don't have
close.
to say the name.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
But
Wait,
you know-
repeat that you're what?
I'm in a group chat with 3 of my closest girlfriends. Right?
Yeah.
Like not like that I've dated, just
Yeah.
like female friends.
Is it one that you put on a t-shirt?
Anyways,
So remember that when I bring up the fucking salty water next time, okay? Remember
Anyways,
that. Go.
the
This
point
guy
is-
looks like an old father with the phone.
in-
What
is it?
Go ahead. Go
he
ahead.
looks like an old
Yeah.
dad.
Got you guys all on camera.
He's like this. You can't see anything.
Gus, how do I put a line?
That is true though. That part
No,
was
but
true.
in that group chat, like these girls are ruthless. Like they talk to me like if I'm one of like their, you know, like I'm their friend. So yeah, they talk to me like if I'm one of their homegirls.
Yeah.
Like we have that confidence, and they'll straight up be like, oh yeah, like I just fucked this guy, or like I want to go fuck this guy, or yeah, I just met him and I think I'm gonna have sex with him because I haven't had sex in a long time. That confidence is what's gonna win at the end of it. Because if you think, oh yeah, I want to have sex, but you know, I haven't had it in a long time. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to react? It's like you lost already.
Yeah, if you're
Go in there
questioning
with
it.
a confidence. Like
Like that.
everyone needs.
Like that.
Everyone wants to be equal. So why should now you look frowned upon if you have sex with a guy on the first date? You want equal. You also get this benefit, if you want to call it. There's nothing wrong with you having sex with a guy on the first date. Everyone has needs. Everyone has feelings. Everybody has that drive.
But my main question is, I get that and you're right, but because of that, and because of the way society is it a smart thing to do if you're a homegirl?
Challenge society.
Yeah.
Don't let society dictate.
So roll the dice.
Yeah, because the thing
It's not even a rolling.
Because
It's
no, society, what is
Not even-
society gonna
'Cause it's
say?
against you.
What is society
not
gonna
really.
say? Oh, you're a slut. If you say I'm not, because I listen, like, like I have needs.
It's not
too.
caring what people think.
And it's like
You can't, and that's where you win. Because
Yeah.
the minute that you put your foot down and you're the one that says yes, I did.
Okay,
you're
so
now
Chris,
winning.
so watch this. So now, out of our group of friends, okay, Marvin, Gus, myself, and you and I are in agreement with we can overlook a lot of things. You and I
Yeah.
can. You were a stripper. I don't give a fuck. You slept with my homeboy. How
I have
long
the
ago?
answer
All
for
right,
you.
cool,
I have the
whatever.
answer. Go.
So, but out of the four of us, two of them are not like that.
Then you don't want to take them
the-
serious.
So, well, what I'm saying is, if the numbers are against them, and they're hoping for good results, do you guide them into the direction of, hey, no matter what, just go ahead and do it because you don't want that type of guy in your life? If after you sleep with him,
My
he's
example-
gonna
yeah.
throw you off.
My example is this, because girls will be like, oh, I can't tell a guy this because then he's going to think I'm crazy. No, you are crazy because you're thinking it. If he can't handle your crazy, because you're feeling it, you want to be straight up, you want to be honest. What do we say? Brutally honest from day one.
Right, exactly.
Communication. If you think that it's going to be crazy and you think that they can't handle it, so now you hold back, you're already losing. You have to be straight up. And then if they can't handle your crazy, if they can't handle your
Boom! I
truth,
like that.
why
like
engage
that.
and pursue something long term with them? If
Once
they
again,
can't
brutal
handle
honesty. From the get, brutal honesty.
the way I see it, and that, like, it's like, dude, just be straight up, which is what you're saying, and at the same time, like, there's nothing wrong with the wanting, like, if two people are having sex, why is it only the woman that gets judged after a one night stand?
I mean, we get it. You're right, Marv, but it's just because it happens.
Society,
But
yeah,
it's-
societal.
so,
Again,
okay,
it's
but-
not. It's just because it happens.
Or
The
you-
majority
you-
still happens. We're special.
understand.
We're black
But
sheep.
You
but-
gotta put your foot forward and take that step forward to handle the situation. first.
take that leap of faith, or you can wait 3 weeks to have, or 3 months, have sex with this guy, and he'll still leave. So, like, there's no guarantee. So, you know what? If even if you have the one night stand, and if that's all it was supposed to be, bro, you got your fix. It was a mutual benefit. You both enjoyed each other, and if that's what it's all supposed to be, so be it.
You told your boy that you had a thing with that girl years ago. Remember?
Yeah.
You put your foot forward first and were honest first. Who lost? She did, because
Right.
she wasn't straight up from the beginning.
Right.
Fanny's here.
If a woman were to say, hey, you know what? Yes, I did. She's putting the foot forward. Now she can't lose anymore because now you're the one that's saying, yeah, I did it. So what? It's the same thing.
So look, I want to be clear about this because I one of my biggest pet peeves is ever coming off like a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I'm as transparent as can be, and I never want somebody to be like, "Oh, well, that you said this one time, but this time you didn't say this." Now you're not gonna be able to do that with me. So let me be very clear on this. I've had homegirls in the past who, or even clients. As a coach, you become a psychiatrist, a psychologist. You do it all as a coach, as a trainer. When you get close to your clients, you become a lot more than just a coach.
Right.
And they would ask me, hey, Wes, I'm trying to find a good guy, this or that guy, whatever the fuck it is. When it comes to this type of topic, I don't want to be a hypocrite. I would tell them, I challenge you. Don't give up the pussy.
Okay.
I dead ass. I'm fucking standing my ground.
Even if they want.
I tell them, don't give up the pussy. See what that does for you.
Okay.
Because no matter that I agree with you, doesn't matter. We're peas in a pod, bro. The average man, the way the world is, still to this day, we haven't evolved enough. It's looked down upon. It's frowned
But
upon.
what if she just wants to? Wants to have sex?
My brother, that's different.
No, but he's saying
but that wasn't a scenario. The scenario
she
wasn't if
wants
you just
something
want
She
longer?
wants to,
Yes.
but how do you have
She's
it?
hoping to find a good dude. She's trying her best. She's been through whatever the fuck she's been through. She's hoping to find a good dude. How can I filter out these scumbags? What do I do? All right, and then you suggest whatever you think the filtration system is. You don't this, you don't that, whatever it is, you're gonna advise them. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's been many times where I've told, especially the younger girls,
Yeah.
I told them, don't fuck. No, for real though, Wes. Don't fuck. Don't give them the pussy for nothing. Don't give them no play. Let's see how long they stick around.
Okay.
Because
Fair
at the
enough,
end of
fair
the
enough.
day, we all agree with this. Okay, I think you and I are more on the same
Yeah.
page, but Marv is still with us. I don't know what bed he's laying in still. We agree. We
Somebody
agree that, you know, if we sleep on the first date with a female, we're not gonna just throw them to the curb. You think a little bit different, but you're still allowed. You're down to keep them there.
Yeah.
You and I don't think differently. We're gonna wake up in the next morning and cook them breakfast, and it's all good. You're like, that was fun. When are you leaving? That's you. Gus,
Not necessarily.
Gus snuck out before anything and went to church. Listen, regardless, we're all different about it, but the census is what the census is. And the majority of males will look down on a female if they hit too quick. It is what it is.
I agree. They do. It's not fair. It shouldn't be.
So because it is what it is, I'm going to always suggest to a female, hey, then just hold back. Because if a dude really feeling you, if he's really feeling you, he's going to stick around. Nothing's going to change.
If they want a serious relationship.
But that was the whole,
And
that
what
was the
if-
whole
that
basis
was-
of it.
yeah,
But
So
what
that
if
was the
they
basis
stick?
of it.
What if they stick around 3 months? She gives it up, and then this motherfucker.
Which is
leaves.
another thing.
Which
It
Okay,
happens all the
but
time.
that's fine. But you know what? But she built the quality in her, bro.
Yeah.
Because you don't hear about that. If a chick, listen, I'm not saying there might be a chick watching right now, and I want to tell them, hey, no, I want you to give it up, girl. Don't hold back. Let's have fun. But I'm gonna literally suggest it to the rest of the fucking world. You know, can you do that for me again, please?
This guy.
I'm gonna always suggest it to the rest of the world, though, to the females. Nah, I want you to hold back. I dare you to hold back. Don't fucking sleep with them and see what that brings. That doesn't mean that for sure you're guaranteed success. No, you're right, Marvin. A scumbag's gonna be a scumbag. You might have waited that whole time.
And
This
for
guy
this
was
thing-
fucking something else the whole time.
Exactly.
The
And then he
investor.
fucks- yeah.
He's I'll call him the investor. He's waiting over time to sell the stock.
Did you guys remember
Sell!
Hitch? You remember the movie Hitch?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Amazing
Good
movie.
movie.
Do you remember when the rich dude who tried to hire him, who says
What's this guy?
whatever the guy do, the guy was speaking like this girl meant so much to him, and then she goes, he goes, I just
wanna get one
I just
off.
got a
Yeah.
hit. I just got a hit. Yeah,
I
gotta
just
hit
feel
it.
like I need to hit it.
And a lot of guys aren't like that. They're like, I gotta get it out of my system, and you'd be surprised, and it's sad.
And
it
they'll
sucks.
put in the 3 to 6 months of
put
work,
in a year, and
Invest.
Jesus.
Yeah,
and
invest.
then lose it all,
Buy
and
low,
then
sell
go away. Yeah, bro.
Buy low, sell high.
It's sad, but it's true. It is what it
sucks.
is. So
I don't know about that.
I'm gonna
oh my god.
always
Investing that
God.
much?
Huh?
Investing that much?
Because
No,
they talk to other girls. Of course, they talk to other people. They just
Yeah.
have them there on the side, and they wait for that opportunity. It
Just
sucks.
no. I'm saying there's guys. I mean, I don't know anybody.
Some
who's-
people will say, hey, quantity over quality. Quantity over quality. Some people, they just want the number. They just want to say, hey, I
Some guys
fucked.
won't even know until it happens. Then it was like, bro, I waited for all that and then that. You know,
And it was like
it's
whack.
I do know
That's
people like that though.
Yeah.
That they base their relationship off the sex.
Yeah. Hey, for me,
I
sex
mean,
is super important.
Sex is a very
Oh,
big
100
foundation.
it's a big
If
foundation.
The sex is terrible.
But if you're waiting in the whole relationship till you have that sex and then you're like, wasn't what I was expecting.
that's what.
This is why you should sleep with somebody a lot quicker.
Yes,
I agree with that 100%.
That's why when the first date comes up, I'm not against it
100%.
because that
I
can.
can-
Because
I
you
can-
want to
I
know
can
what?
agree with that.
If it's good and the relationship is good and the chemistry is good, and like the next day, well, I'll cook. If I want to cook them breakfast or take them out or do something after,
what you're saying.
obviously, like something like you struck a nerve differently, and the sex
You don't
was
think you
good.
can
It's
mold a
like,
girl?
What do you mean?
Because sex? I think that's different. There's chemistry, and then
He's like,
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
move the mic, son.
I'm sorry.
I don't have to talk. Just you
Oh.
blocking me. Who's
Jay Z got on stage just now.
Access door.
He messed that up.
Pause. It was
We're back,
pause.
we're
It was fine.
Molding the person in terms of what?
Like of how you want them to suck your dick.
No.
Yes, that you
I'm not gonna
can.
teach a girl how to suck dick.
But you can. You can. No. You
What?
can. You can for sure.
Oh, like what
What?
you like.
Yes.
Oh, more.
Oh, I think. Yeah, you gotta.
Baby, it feels better when you do this. Watch.
Yes, and you walk them through it, of course, and it goes both ways.
What do you mean by walking through?
You're on.
No,
We are not
Shit
talking
just got weird over here, guys.
You give Marvin a little bit of wine. He starts to, hey, you know what, Gus? I like your hat
He
too.
pulls
son.
it.
Verbally
He pulls
speaking.
it out. He pulls it out.
Verbally
This is how you do it.
speaking. No.
Access door.
Okay, so yes, when you invest a certain amount of time into somebody, could you help what you said mold them? Could you?
Yeah, like,
if you're the
obviously,
influencer,
if they're
yes,
a younger girl, like
Right.
they're
But explain,
22,
elaborate. So what do you get?
So you're talking about. So you're talking about the sex. The sex is not what you thought. She was a starfish. She was a starfish.
Sure.
Like a pillow princess.
Yeah, exactly. She's 22, 23 years old, and you tell her, look, this is what I like to do in bed. This is what I think would be better for us. This is better if we do this. This is feel better if we do this. And the sex keeps getting little by little, a little bit better, and she becomes more open with you.
Yeah. But you would only put in that work if there's other qualities or that it's
Agreed.
Like
It keeps you
without
there.
a doubt.
yeah.
Yeah.
If the sex is bad and everything else is great, I'm not gonna be like, okay, peace.
But
like,
not in a sense that
deuces.
it's bad. It's just that it's not
it
it's
could
not fun.
improve.
Yeah, it's not fun.
That's what I'm saying. Like if there's no other, for example, okay, so let's go on the other side of the coin. What if the sex is great, but then the person's shitty? Do I keep them around?
No.
You're not gonna want that long term.
Yeah.
Maybe for a couple more,
Pumps.
lechazos. Like you want to, slap a little bit more.
Whoa, lechazos. Where's
But-
Caballo, bro? We're talking like this, huh?
But it's if there's more qualities that's gonna keep you there.
Now I say
Maybe
yeah.
you can work to
Exactly.
mesh because sometimes what happens is the first time you have sex, it's the most awkward thing because you guys don't know each other. You guys don't know the
Exactly.
chemistry enough,
Of course.
to know
You're
how
not
you guys
comfortable
your
enough
bodies are gonna. Yeah. So sometimes the second time it's like, whoa, this was crazy because it took time.
Yeah.
So if the chemistry is there where you're able to build off that, then maybe you can.
So you know, it's funny. I was dying to go back into the last few questions because I know we were kind of closing it out since
Yeah.
Marvin's afraid of the curfew over here. You guys would be a great couple, bro. Swear to God. I wanna
You guys
go.
did not say no, by the way.
I want
You guys just laugh.
I want to go back to that really quick. With time, you can help influence somebody. Yes,
course.
you can help mold them. And somebody here was talking about you don't want to mold somebody. You want them to come out to them naturally. And that's true as well, but again, it all depends on the age. So you were talking about somebody youthful, so that part does make sense, so on and so forth. But really, as weird as it sounds, this is why I'm way more supportive of like, bro, I think it's okay to have sex pretty quickly with somebody you care about. You need to find out where are we at chemistry wise. I think it's okay to sleep over somebody's crib pretty quickly and do it twice a week if they have their own place or whatever. Because why would we entertain? It depends on where you're at, mentally, especially in age and life and so on and so forth. If I'm gonna entertain anything that might be serious, bro, I want to see you at your ugliest tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to see you at your ugliest tomorrow.
if
I
can
want to
have
see you
at
in your
your
mood
worst,
swings.
I can have you at your worst. I don't want you at your best.
Listen, I got my period. I don't want to sleep over. No, bitch, I want you to sleep over. I want to fucking see you with your mood swings, and I want to wake up tomorrow to your mess.
And you
Not
moan
literally.
and-
Feeling like
Whoa.
shit.
Yeah.
No, but feeling like
I
shit.
said not literally.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
bloated. I
And
feel. I look like shit.
I want to see all that right
Yeah.
away because I don't want to find out because you're religious or because I'm this and I'm that 6 months, a year from now, or we got to get engaged before we actually do this. That just makes no fucking sense. That is a setup if I've ever seen one. Like you have to practice these things. You don't practice for a football game and not have drills.
Yeah.
You don't do live drills where you hit each other. You have to. Yeah, you know somebody can get hurt, but so what? You have to. Why? Because come Friday night in high school, come Saturday in college, you're going to fucking crash heads and your body needs to feel that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you're in a relationship. I need to see you at your worst. I need to feel you where you're at. Where your sexual inhibitions at? Are you kinky? If you are, let me know right away. If you ready for it? If you need me to spit in your mouth, let me know right away, because if that's what you're into, I'm not. He knows who that reference is to.
Oh man, that's gross.
That's disgusting. I like it. If you need to be spit in your mouth, male or female, just fucking do porn and nothing else.
Get help.
That's
Not
it.
even, that's like some weird. That's some like
That's
some
not even weird.
Craigslist
That's
shit.
just disgusting. All right, listen. I know we're crunched down to time, so let's try to blast through these last few questions. All right. How much time after a breakup is it acceptable to date somebody else?
We talked about this too.
Come on, make it quick.
Depends how long the relationship was.
Yeah.
I feel very passionate about this subject.
You guys said it well. Like
Look at you. Look at him. He's starting to glow. He's starting to. Oh man, that
half
boy
the
is-
amount of
that boy
time
got
that
all
you were
kind of
dating.
emotions.
That's what I've that's what I've
you
said.
said that.
It depends. So like, I mean, I was in a 2.5 year relationship. I've been single for a year, 14 months now, realistically. But I'm just a couple of months ago, I started to like really be whole again and being like, okay, like I'm receptive to dating again. So I would say, obviously the length depends, but you gotta wait, man. Wait as long as you can. The longer, the better. If you can wait a year, if let's say you're in a relationship for 2 years, wait a year. Wait a year.
What do you mean by dating, though?
no like relationship?
To get into something serious, or just
To
to
entertain something, yeah, you start.
be
You know,
serious.
Yeah, you're entertaining something that might be serious. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, at first, that's the
So
problem.
you're not putting a time limit. You're just saying, hey, I suggest the longer the better,
the longer, the better.
because you never know how long until you're over.
You
your
gotta
ex.
heal- yeah, you
and
really
that,
gotta
and
go
that all
through
depends
those.
on how long you were with them.
Yeah, because if you're in a relationship with like for like 6 months,
but
you don't need to be by yourself as long.
You're gonna have people that are gonna challenge you though, because
On what?
I know a bunch of girls that they've literally went from dating, and you probably know who she is. We've talked about it before.
Several people do it, right?
That they've been together for like 2 years, and then they're like, "Oh, I love you." Then another week, they're saying, "I love you" to another guy already.
No, I
because
see
they're
it
already
all-
dating someone else.
I see
you
it
know?
all the time.
And you know, you really can't. It's all about
Okay, so
chemistry
I-
and emotion.
I guess
But
what
they're wrong.
we're trying to talk about, and maybe I should have been a little bit more specific with, is how ethical is it? Like when do you show? What is the cutoff line of, okay, I just got out of a relationship so and so many months ago. Out of due respect for this significant ex, I'm not going to entertain another relationship where it's obvious,
I think
where I
it's-
post, where I get seen in whatever, this and that. What is that time scale, roughly?
Interesting that you're bringing this up.
Just get the time scale. Don't talk about that broken heart. Come on,
my
get the time scale. See, you want to express it.
I wait like a year and some change. I've been in a year.
I don't think there's a number.
There isn't a number. But
I
you
feel
asked me
like
for it.
if I feel it has to be like when you're not thinking about that person. Like I knew it was way too fast when I would go on a date and I'm still thinking about my ex because of a
Right.
certain moment or a certain food.
It reminds you of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're doing something with somebody else and it's reminding you of that other person,
Too early.
it's still too early.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
so
if you can do stuff and it doesn't even cross your mind anymore, then you're good.
so what I would say is this. I think
Fair
there's a super easy answer, to be quite honest with you. I think if you respect your ex significant other, you just tell the person in front of you, hey, out of respect for that person, I don't want to make it seem like what we had wasn't shit. I know how people think. I don't want to make things look any worse. Let's just give it a 6-month cushion before we put anything on blast. Now, you can start dating somebody a week later, a month later, but to be
Openly
open, just putting it on blast, going to the same locations that you hung out with your ex before, going to the same gym, taking pictures, posting, you don't got to do none of that shit
I agree.
out of respect.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
agree because
That doesn't downplay what you got with the next person, nor does it make it less or worse.
diminish what you had with the other person.
All
I
it
get
does is just, hey man, this person was somebody significant in my life for a point. I don't want to throw them nothing in their face. I don't want their friends going to them, questioning them. I don't want anything to look bad. Let's just wait about 6 months before we make anything super public. But hey, I can suck your dick tomorrow. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Like that. But that's how it needs to be. Just chill.
Yeah.
Don't put it all on blast. Everybody's so quick to want to make it official when it's on Instagram.
No, because they want to show how happy they are
Yeah,
with somebody
that's what I was
else. I
gonna
found
say.
somebody better. Da.
Very
It's
good
like-
point.
They want to show that they're okay already.
Yes,
That's
Like,
a very
I'm
good
healed.
point.
I don't
That-
need to worry.
That
Nobody
is
needs to know
something why to do it. And that's the wrong reasons to do it, but you are right. That is a very good point. Okay, nowadays, how come most girls just don't know how to cook nowadays? And what do you guys suggest that they do, bro?
You want to go first?
So what was the question?
Quick fire. Most girls don't know how to cook for shit. Okay? And
neither do most guys though.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't know how to do something,
Think of
you
me,
can't
people.
expect. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to do something, can we keep going?
pause it real quick. I remember this is gonna be the last one now.
Yeah.
Give us a second, guys.
Huh?
Live.
Oh, is that what you meant by that? I couldn't tell that's what you meant. My bad.
Yeah, this was super last minute.
Yeah, guys. Sorry.
We just thought about it.
Did you
Hey,
ever
you
change
guys
that?
should join.
But yeah, just
Okay.
record. Yeah. Whoever
So keep
stays
going.
till the end, we'll have a surprise.
So go ahead, keep going, Marv.
What was I saying?
In regards to the
Cooking.
the cooking.
Yeah, like if you if you're a guy and you don't know how to cook, you shouldn't expect your partner to know how to cook. Like me, I'm fairly decent at cooking, and so I would hope my partner is like, okay, like she's at least receptive. If she doesn't know
Or willing to
yeah,
learn.
willing to. Let's both learn. Let's take cooking classes. Like let's get better at.
I think that's
the
an
skill.
opportunity.
Exactly
to grow and
Let's
to
jump into
build.
that. That's something that we can both bond over. Right, we can have cooking sessions. We can do Groupon and take classes. That's a date.
So
Or
no
like
one
you
should
cook one half, I'll cook the other.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna expect I'm not a chef in the kitchen, so I'm not gonna expect my woman to be a chef either.
Hold your own though.
Right? Yeah.
So hold your own is what it is. Forget about women, this and that.
Hey,
Hey,
it's all about effort, okay? Because maybe you didn't need to learn how to cook because your man was a chef, so you never had to cook, or maybe you just wanted to get those pre-packaged meals because you were fit life and you wanted to keep it a certain way. You didn't want to cook yourself. But if you do date someone and then you would, or what if you're like, oh, I've always wanted to learn how to cook. This is perfect. I cook every now and then. Let's make dinner. It's an opportunity if you make the effort to want to learn.
so in other words, it's not about, hey man, you women should be learning how to cook more often. No, it's just both genders. Guys, girls, who gives a fuck?
Let's
Who
get
knows?
together,
Both
yeah.
of you guys should learn. Everybody should learn how to cook for their own.
yeah. Like, hey, what's one dish you've always wanted? Lasagna. You never knew how to make it. You want to make it? Let's do it. Let's
Recipe.
do the recipe.
That'll-
let's
that'll
put it
be the
together.
date.
I could have sworn he just said lasagna
You did.
with an F.
No, I said lasagna.
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 It's his accent. He's from
Yeah, hey.
All right, cool. I agree with that. Gus, I need you to chime in, man. When's it okay to start farting in front of each other?
That's tough.
When's it okay to start farting in front of each other? So how long into a relationship, if you believe in it, you could be like me and you just don't do it. You just fucking walk away because I don't care who it is. When is it okay?
In my last relationship, I mean, I can't remember a time that she actually did, but if she did, it didn't bother me.
Okay.
I can't remember what time it was.
So
I
don't
know
be,
I
don't
was
be
letting,
on blast with
I was,
it, but it's
I was
okay.
letting loose.
Yeah, like my personality allows me to just I
Yeah,
will
for the-
fart on the
like,
first date, and I'll
I
tell him
don't.
like, oh,
I don't do it around this weirdo.
But my
Like, I don't even.
personality allows.
I don't
that.
do it with you neither.
I don't even. This guy's like got some weird like traumatic experience with farts,
bro,
where
it's
he's
not
like
that.
uncomfortable if you fart or burp.
PTSD.
Yeah, if you fart or burp, he's like you burp around him. He goes, dude, what the hell?
He's losing his mind.
I just want to hear excuse me, that's all.
no, this guy's What, he came from
That's all.
England. This is a princess over here.
No, and if you got a he came from England, he's the princess. That was pretty good. I don't care if you're my homeboy. We're in the gym. I feel like guys think because they're guys, we're fucking guys. You can just fart and burp all you want. No, the fuck you can't. Not in this house. No, bitch. I don't want to. Those are all weird bowels coming out of you. That
No,
is.
I've been
that
ripping
is
ass since I've been.
gassy nastiness.
I'm kidding.
No, you haven't.
I'm kidding.
So I feel like with your lady, hey man, if you guys both rip, then that's cool. Then that's fine. Then when is it okay to rip? I don't rip in front of my peoples. I try my best never to rip in front of none of my peoples.
Why?
I walk because I don't want you smelling my shit.
But did some because
This has gotta be a traumatic
something
experience.
something
Something
either
happened.
how you were raised or something happened to you where you were like,
Hold on.
That's disgusting.
I could say, Chris, would you like to smell a
It's
foul?
just
Would you like to smell a foul smell?
I've had
right
friends
now?
who have told me like, Chris, you
and,
gotta
and,
smell
and,
this.
and they just go.
I've had people that are like, Chris, you gotta smell this, and I was like, I don't want to. Why are you asking me this?
So I just feel like if it puts anybody in a this is not my most comfortable position, I shouldn't do it to them.
okay,
So that's a burp,
No,
a fart,
that's fair.
that's whipping out. Hey, I got to take a piss. I'm just gonna piss right here. Whatever it is, those are all. It's table manners. It's
okay.
Why you smacking? I'm eating, bro.
But, well,
No, keep your food in your fucking mouth like we were taught to.
I agree. So okay, if you're in a long-term relationship, do you at some point like shower? Like while one person showers, do you use the restroom or?
Only if it's pissing.
Okay.
You won't shit
won't-
while
I
they
will
shower.
not, bro. Listen, okay, I'm glad that you guys brought this up.
You will never fart in front of
Listen,
someone.
yes, I've done it before,
But
and
you
I would
won't-
do it. I've had a girlfriend who was like, "Go ahead and fart in front of me, babe. It's okay." And I'm like, "No, it's all good." No, but I know
What?
you're
You had an
gassy.
argument
and
about it?
I'm like, "Yo, I'm pretty gassy."
Babe, I want you to fart.
I don't know how many I can hold back. She's like, "Just do it." All right, fuck it. I ripped it, and
Did you get awkward after? And like,
no, what do you mean? It was
I feel like he
Not
did.
at all.
Like he got
Bro,
awkward.
it
Unless he
was-
farts like weird, like it
Yeah.
sounds like
no. It was Thundercats. It was. And this fucking girl was like, "Oh my god, I've never heard a fart like that." I'm
You
like,
shit
"Because I've been
yourself,
holding
didn't
it back. I've been holding it back
That's
forever."
what-
That's his problem. He can't fart.
That's
He
the
shits
PT.
himself.
So
His PTSD is he
Listen,
doesn't know how to fart.
never have
he
shitted on
just-
myself.
He just shats.
You look like a sharter. Listen,
You're the one that has this
what I'm
weird
saying is there's
Shut up.
it's just like blowing your nose. You ever seen people who like right on the street? Sure.
yeah.
Sure. Are they in the wrong?
If it's not,
It's pretty fucking disgusting though, right? But it's right on the street. It's on the grass. But are they in the wrong? They have the right to, same way they would with a paper.
If no
but
one's there,
but
then
if they're
yeah,
chilling with you, hey, what's up, Marvin? Hold on. Fwah, fwah. You look at them like, how dare you spit out that nastiness right? So the same thing is with a fart, in my
but you
opinion,
can-
or a burp. If you burp because you can't hold it in, excuse yourself. It's all good. It happens. If you're like, just on purpose, like, no, man, take that shit somewhere else. I don't need to hear that.
it depends. So, like, if you like with this person for a minute, you guys traveling on a trip together, which is I've been in a case, and I'm like, is this person gonna like you guys like to living together for that time essentially? Are they gonna like get up every like what? They gonna get up every time they have to fart?
I was doing that.
No.
What was your excuse?
Yeah.
I told her, she knew. I wasn't hiding it.
Yeah, but I gotta fart.
I'm like, hey, babe, I'm gassy today. So if you see me walk away, no, just fart right here in
Bro,
bed.
that's-
No, I'm going to walk away.
But-
But why?
So
Are they
then you're
smelly?
not comfortable with that person.
They're hot. No, bro, I don't need you smelling my poison. It
He
doesn't
said
ma-
they're hot.
I'm comfortable with you, bro. Have I farted in front of you yet?
No, because you have this weird traumatic experience with
No,
it.
because it makes no sense for me to put my poison around you.
Poison.
Poison.
Why would I want to make anybody smell something
Now I'm
nasty?
scared
That
if you
shit-
do fart around me because you made
guys-
such
I
a
don't-
big deal
you
about
guys
it.
don't make sense. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't want to smell your burp, your fart, your bullshit. I
It
don't,
depends, bro. If I'm comfortable with you, where it's enough where we've exchanged body fluids, bro. My tongue has been up your ass. Like you can fart. I don't care.
His eyes. Marvin, keep that cup.
woo, boy.
I
Listen,
don't care. If we've been dating for a minute, like 3, 4, 5, 6 months, bro. I don't
Yeah, the way that I am, I fart in front of everyone. Obviously, I know not to fart in front of you now.
yeah, please don't.
But I won't. But yeah, like if I'll just rip one. I'll be like, oh, I almost shit myself. And then I'll go to the bathroom.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. That's why I'm fucking special. That's it. How you like that? How about that? I don't know, man. I think.
Maybe weird, not
Look,
special.
look. In life, how about this? How about
You're
this? Look,
special.
You're a special friend.
figure this out real quick. Once you get married and have kids, which the majority of human beings will do, okay? Once you get married and have kids, what is the last? This is not a question. I'm just asking you guys. What is the last bit of actual 100% privacy you have left in your life?
Jerking off.
Masturbating could be one. Yeah.
It's crazy that you guys said that, but okay.
The last bit of privacy.
That you have left as a married man with kids.
I don't think you have any.
It depends because you
If you're a good fucking parent and you whip that fucking ass, shitting is all you got left.
or
Okay.
you could say
Shitting is all you
No.
got left. I dated a girl who, while she's
No.
shitting, her kids walked into the bathroom. I was like, I can't be with this.
Yeah, but
the kids.
Don't give a fuck. You put them in their place. This is a time of privacy. You guys don't get that through your heads. That's what I live by. It's a time of privacy. I don't need to smell your private bodily
You can
fluids.
take it down.
It's your asshole. I don't need to smell that.
We get it.
Okay,
It's
hold on.
your,
Have you ever-
it's your gastrointestinal. I don't need to smell your burps.
have you eaten
That's
ass? Have you
why.
eaten ass?
Yes.
So your tongue has been up somebody's ass.
You will
Yes.
put your tongue in someone's ass.
That
but you won't
guys,
let them.
but you understand what you're referring to? That is an agreed upon sexual experience where I let loose. She allowed it. We did this.
But you do know what comes out of that.
But that's listen. That's,
It's what you don't want
But
them.
you understand that it still has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. In my private space, coronavirus. Give me my 6 feet. I don't need you all up in my shit, coughing, burping, or shitting.
Okay.
I don't want to smell your your insides. I don't. If you gotta let that go, I appreciate if you excuse yourself, whether it sneaks up out of you with a burp, or you take your ass somewhere and go fart.
So if you live with someone, you expect them to every time they have to fart?
I want their best efforts.
What?
For the
So
rest
what
of
if you
their
guys are both
lives?
in bed and it's like midnight? You guys are watching TV.
You want them to
You
get
guys
up?
are like half asleep.
Has to happen.
You just smoked the bowl,
You want-
and you're like, "Damn, baby,
Babe,
that was some good shit."
Babe,
Are
I
you
got
gonna Dutch oven
Babe,
that?
I got to fart and it's gonna smell. Fuck.
Are
Let
you
me
gonna
walk.
hit
Let me
it?
walk out of here, babe. Let me walk out of here.
It's
Give me
fucking-
the joint. Let me walk out of here. But I don't wanna
That's
sit there
just
and smell your
weird.
shit.
Like
And
this
then you're
is
gonna
the
come back,
weirdest thing I've
and
ever
you're gonna do
seen.
it again, and you're gonna do it for the rest of your life if you're married to this.
So fuck yeah.
You
Those
say
are
this- you say
parameters.
this now.
Those are
You say this now.
those are parameters. What are you talking about? You set parameters with whoever the fuck you got in your life.
Like those.
I just told Gus 3 days ago, don't ever lie to me. I never want to hear a fucking lie come out of you. Not the littlest, tiniest fucking lie. Why? That's my little brother. If I see one small lie, I'm going to think that under pressure, under certain circumstances, you will lie a lot more. That is my parameter to my friendship, my brotherhood with Gus. So if I have a relationship with somebody, you set the parameters.
Yeah.
Hey, you will never stick your finger in my ass, bitch. I'm not into that. Ow. But once we're together, according to Marvin, for 15, 20 years, why not? Let's just do it. Just accept it. Go ahead. It's all good.
Wait. Have you ever?
It's all good.
Have you ever dated someone that tried to put like to eat your ass?
I had my ass eat one time.
What? And that's okay.
You understand? You're looking
Gus,
at hey,
you
y'all
have
looking
no
at,
say.
Hey, you understand this, right?
You have
First
zero
of all,
say.
I don't know why he
First
said
of all,
what he knows. I'm
you
a
got your ass eaten?
transparent
No.
motherfucker, guys. You fucking with the wrong one.
No, I'm not.
I'm as transparent as it comes. That has nothing to do with the other. I am asking you if I share a relationship with you while you are in my space. Do me a favor and don't violate it by if we're homeboys. Fuck nigga, pussy nigga, bitch nigga. Don't ever call me that. I will want to fight you because of PTSD. End of story.
Okay.
Do me a favor. Don't want to smell your fart. Don't want to hear it. If you got to burp, excuse yourself. Those are my parameters for my friendship or relationship. That's it. It doesn't matter if I like to stick my dick in the ear hole. It got nothing to do with it. I'm asking this of you. That's it.
I just don't think long term speaking, like it's not doesn't seem to be
It's
realistic.
viable.
It doesn't seem it doesn't seem sustainable. But then again, you're not there yet. So maybe in 5-10
No,
years
no, no.
we have another conversation.
Time. No, wait, no. What's been your longest Yeah, that's why. What's been your longest? What's been your longest relationship?
Like a year and 3 months.
Exactly. That's why.
But then
now
you
we're talking
see,
about
that's another thing, too.
5, 10, 15, 20
So
years.
guess what?
You're gonna do that for the rest of
That
your
time
life?
will be the same or the same. Or, listen.
You don't know that.
Listen, you
Same
hold your
way he doesn't-
if you hold your ground. Okay, so then all of y'all gonna take a finger in the ass?
That's what we talk. We
It's the same thing.
That.
So you
No,
set.
it's not.
So
you
you
talk
set
about
the.
somebody farting. in
You
the-
set the parameters.
That's not
And
a
that's
parameter.
it. And that's just
not a parameter.
it.
not a
That's 99% of America is.
You
It's the
Scroll
norm.
up on the-
you say, hey babe, whenever we're in bed and you feel like you got to fart, do me a favor. If it's gonna be a stinky poo, let me fucking know because I'm not gonna make you get out of bed when you're comfortable. But I don't want to smell your shit because guess what? I'm not into that.
Okay, I think we've.
It's real simple. I don't think it's much more than that. You guys just willing to accept shit.
Let's
It's
let's
so
get the
far,
next one.
son.
Yeah.
Es un aire. Like, you
Yeah.
don't even
Un
see
aire.
it. No one cares, son.
Es un aire.
And a
Oh
couple-
my god, that's hilarious. Es un aire. I like that. I gotta use that one.
Wrap it
All
up
right.
with, yeah, well, come on.
Es un aire, and it's a lot more than an aire. All right, here we go. Boom, where we at? What is that? An helicopter?
Yeah.
Airplane?
Holy shit, that's loud as hell. That thing is kind of low. We talked about the makeup thing, so we don't gotta go there. All right, here's a good one, and we'll got one more after that. All right. Most girls don't climax too easy. So, what would be your number one piece of advice to a guy? So we're asking females, hey, you guys don't all come easy.
That's easy.
How would you?
Really?
What'd you say?
It's easy.
It's easy to.
Oh,
to
I was
address
like,
that
oh,
situation.
they come easy. You got that stick.
No.
You got
Okay.
that magic
He's
stick.
got that stroke.
So,
No.
what do you think most girls would answer that? Remember that. What are most girls
I
gonna answer
have
to
an
that?
answer. I'm curious of what yours is.
Oh, what most girls would answer.
Yeah.
I know that like the real answer to the
So
problem.
answer
Or
both.
you can
Answer
say-
both.
You can say both.
Answer both. Yeah. I wanna
Okay,
hear
so
both.
I think the biggest thing is communication because every girl is different. Some girls, they like, oral sex more. They come through oral
Yeah.
sex. Other girls, intercourse. And so it's like you gotta let your partner know what you and I always ask, Like, what are you into?
So communication. She's got to tell him.
Of course.
Yeah, let me know what you like so I know what to do more.
Exactly. Because if you don't enjoy it, I'm not gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's like if you don't come, I'm not gonna be pleased with myself either. Like it's like for me, I'm a giver. But if you tell me, hey, I like oral sex, say less. That's all I
So
gotta
then,
hear.
so what's the other answer?
For what most girls would.
Yeah, what would they say?
So in other words, do most girls really tell their guys, hey? In other words,
I would
when
hope
it
so.
comes
They should. I would
when it comes to
hope so.
climaxing, are most girls
Truthful.
As to like guiding them, hey, this, that, whatever, or do they hold back a lot more?
I feel, because usually I always ask girls. I'm very upfront with that. But some girls are a little bit more reluctant because they don't want to hurt the guy's feelings. We're shying away from that as a society. This was more acceptable back then. Now it's women become more vocalized about their needs.
As they should.
As
You
they
should have
should,
that
100%.
communication. And
Completely
Tell me how
agree.
you feel.
Yeah.
Because if you're not enjoying yourself, how am I going to go? There's some guys who don't really care. But I'm not that one of those guys. So most girls probably don't communicate as much as they probably should, which is unfortunate because I want them to speak up. But I don't know if you want to elaborate on that.
Toys.
Dude, would you say? I love that you're saying that. Now, are you talking for girls? Like, hey, girls, introduce the toys to the guys. Tell the guys, hey, you mind using this? Is that what you're suggesting, or are you trying to tell guys, be willing to fuck with the toys? Because I think a lot of guys get insulted and they feel weird when it's like, hey, use this, put
Because
this
it's
on
like
me.
I'm not
No,
good.
but you
I'm
know-
not
Yeah,
enough.
exactly.
And I can
But you
understand
want to know
that.
what? That also comes down to communication because
Boom.
if the girl knows, and everyone knows that it's more difficult for a woman to climax than it is for a guy.
Right.
It takes a little bit more work, and there's memes of people being like, oh, you're leaving already? Like, where are you going? And the girl's like, oh, to go come. Like they had sex.
Like,
they didn't
Oh my god, I haven't seen that meme.
Did
That's,
you come?
that's
I came
awesome.
to my senses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's like,
It
oh yeah, I
sucks.
can't have senses to go back home and finish myself off. So you know what? That's fine. If a guy has to be able to understand that, because whoever thinks that it's like, oh yeah, I got a big ass dick and I know what I'm doing, and she comes every time. 9 times out of 10, it's sometimes a girl lies because of what you just said. But if you're willing to allow, especially as you get older, also what I've seen is like even younger. I mean, it really doesn't matter. Like
Comfort zone. With the age comes the comfort
you have
zone.
to be able to be comfortable with your sexuality to say, you know what, toys are okay to bring in because it's only going to make things better for me as a woman. It'll be better. Like if I'm going to get more out of it, trust me, you're also going to get more out of it.
Like the key is, like, and I always like to address it. Did you climax? Yes, no, no. What can I do to next time change that?
As embarrassing as it is, if you don't have that conversation, you're never going to
No.
be
And I do it from the get go out after.
Really?
Did you like it? Did you come? No. Okay. What do you like? What do you need me to do?
I'll tell you what.
I'll take my pride out. My pride stays at the door.
I think that's probably the best answer you guys have given. I agree with that shit. Fucking 103-fold. Like that is.
Someone over
Agree
here
with
just
it.
said,
Agree with it.
someone just said,
All
like, oh
of
yeah,
it.
she could just play with herself while you're doing it, which is essentially that's kind of the same thing. As long as she's getting stimulation.
If I was gonna go a step further, just a little step further, but I'm 100% on board with you guys. I'm kind of like throwing an extra cherry on top. Is ladies, you guys listening, watching the podcast, from the jump, like it's just from the jump. Don't even wait till you get all into it. Hey, listen, I'm very specific with the way I like to, whatever. In the middle of this, I really like to play with whatever it is, or if you don't mind, I'm a little difficult to climax. So if you don't mind, whatever, like there's no guy who's unless it's a sexual experience and nothing but, and it's just some weird, no guy's gonna be against that. A guy's gonna be like, yo, what?
You like it?
What do you want me to do? As long as it doesn't, if it doesn't challenge my
I'm just happy to be
manhood,
here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah.
No, especially if you know that climaxing for you is a little harder. Talk to the guy. Like if you're mature enough to have sex with this person, I would hope you be mature
To
enough
have
to
the
have a
conversation.
to have a dialogue.
That's a great way of
If you
putting
can't
it.
have a conversation with him, you shouldn't probably have sex with this guy.
That's a very, very good way. That's a good way of closing
you
that.
don't
That's
think so?
awesome. Look at that. Well,
Good answer.
yeah, exactly, right? The way you put it, huh?
Damn, boy.
Growing up.
That's
Growing up, look at
Maturity.
it right in front of our eyes. Look at that.
so proud of you.
Okay, the last one that we got.
Dale, hit it.
It's pretty simple. It's kind of gay. Guys, if you were gonna tell girls what your most ideal future mate would be, how would you describe that?
Wait,
the
what
topic.
was the
I actually
question?
wanted-
What was the question?
So without going like deep into the details of what how you are, what you specifically want, if you were gonna break down the most ideal significant other of your future, how would you describe that?
I think there's certain attributes that you look for. I mean, everybody's different. My attributes will not reflect his.
Right. No, of
attributes.
course. Right.
And so, you asking for my specific one?
Well, because I think
Well, in general,
I don't
speaking, what guys look
I don't
for.
want a guy. If this was a court system, I would the prosecutor would be like, objection. I can't lead the
Witness.
the witness into answering it. So I don't want to lead you into it. So I rather it come from the heart. What I'm saying is, without it being, well, hey, I love fishing, so I want my girl to be a fisherman.
Okay.
But if you're gonna say, I want to share as many qualities that I have, that whatever the fuck it is, what do you think is the most ideal formula for?
All right, let me take
great
it away.
situation.
I got you. I get where you're coming from. I'm a firm believer, and I told Chris this: lifestyle over person. I want somebody who shares the same lifestyle that I do. So for me personally, it will be traveling or like living liberation, being free to do things that they want to do, following their passion, following their dream,
like
rather
that.
than the stigma that society has brought upon them. So if I see somebody who's loving life and we kind of fall in that same category, that's a huge attractiveness that I will lead into. Honesty, devotion, and I mean, I'm a man of God, and obviously as somebody who's receptive to that as well. So certain core values. I want kids. I want marriage. I have that kind of like. I think we can probably maybe line up a little bit with that. Certain values that I don't want to compromise on. And so if I find a person that those are like that's something that I'm looking for in another person. I'm not saying they have to be the perfect match. Everything has to be the same, but those certain values have to be aligned with me. I am 27 years old. I'm not gonna try to mold this person into somebody that I want to be with, but at the same time, I want them to be they're a reflection of you.
Say it. I want to hear that part. Go ahead, say it. A reflection of you.
They're a reflection of me. Yeah, like I want that person. I want to introduce them to my family and be proud of. I want to introduce them to my friends and be like, yo, this is my partner. This is somebody I want to share the rest of my life with. And I want to be proud of that. I don't want somebody that's been with everybody. That's that's just me. I don't want somebody who's for everybody or who's visible for everybody on every platform. Like, that's just me. So, I mean, obviously I can branch out, but that's just my opinion. I don't know if you want to piggyback off of that.
That's a retweet right there. I'll be honest.
I don't know if
Like my last answer, one word: chemistry. Chemistry's got to be there. I don't care what you drive, what you look like. You would be surprised what. I'm really big on this like outside almost energy, bringing people.
But go
together.
deeper than that, Chris. Come on now.
You can be
I'm
attracted.
huge on
Look,
huge on the energy, but let's
I'm getting.
get some
there.
put some fine print in there.
You can think that someone, for example, there could be two people, but then one person you think that they're more attractive than the other, but then this person's energy, like what they're giving off, what they're feeding off,
Right.
it's a different chemistry that you can't see. You don't know what it is. It's this feeling you cannot describe. That's what I look for. If I don't have this immediate chemistry with someone that I want to engage with and try to figure out what that is and grow from that, for me, it's harder to really get into a relationship or to look for someone who's just hot and has a good family. Like, I need to have something that I don't see, something that's pulling me towards you. And I tie that to, for example, if I can get someone who has good chemistry and I'm physically attracted, there is no temptation that will ever steer me away when I know that there's this uncontrollable feeling to them, and I even find them attractive. I can find someone else that's attractive, but I know that this person has something that's a lot different than anything else.
Would it throw you off if this individual you have, because chemistry can be
is it passion?
there's a lot of things that can influence chemistry.
That's what
a
I'm-
lot of things.
Right.
So if the chemistry's there, but then you start realizing that this individual has a lot of opposites to what you're into.
If there's any if there's
you still
if
you
there's no
still
chemistry from the
entertain that?
beginning, if there's no, remember, I'm very open to
I know,
what
I know,
happens, 'cause
which
things
I
can
dig
change.
that, right.
People learn. Maybe that you can teach them things that they never knew that they would like. That's why I'm very open from the get, because who knows what can come of it and what could blossom from that. But if there's no
You
chemistry,
know, people like us who do that, we get shitted on more often than everybody else.
and that's fine. But you know what? We're open to, like, I go in there knowing that. So I'm not going to be upset if it happens, because I know that I'm open to whatever. If I refine my search, if I filter my search, I'll get more of what I'm looking for. So I'll have less possibilities of a negative result. But because I'm open, I know that there will be shit that I may not agree with, but I know that I'm going to be able to learn more about who I am as a person and dealing with things that I may not match with. So now I know that I'm adapting differently to different circumstances. So if there's no chemistry from the beginning, it's harder. It would be harder for me to want to learn more about not only you, but myself as a man to continue growing as a human being, because I'm closing my mind off. No, like I'd rather be open, and if that chemistry is there, I'm willing to learn and expand my horizons to see what can come of it.
That's a very nice answer. I like that. There's different levels to it. Gus, what you got for us?
Mostly almost the same thing as him, sharing the same values and morals. I'm really big on supporting. If you're a supporting person, if you support everything I do, you don't question what I do. Obviously you're gonna give that good advice and that your opinion, but somebody that just supports. 100%. So, I'm really big on somebody that just supports the lifestyle you live, the lifestyle you choose,
I'm thinking
the career you choose.
I'm thinking what all three of y'all are saying, but no one's really getting a little bit more specific, a little bit more shallow, a little bit more.
Give us your answer. Give us your answer.
No, but I don't. Again, I don't want to guide the plaintiff.
No,
I mean, for me, I have to physically be attracted.
You're
to
looking for an answer that we're obviously not giving, so maybe we want to see what you're saying.
On the flip side, I expected his. I'm a little on the fence with yours. I get it. I think yours can use a little bit more structure. Who the fuck am I? I'm nobody. But I think yours can use a little bit more structure. I understand his. I'm not in the biggest agreement with it, but I understand his. Yours can use a little bit more structure. I think it's a little bit too wide open. I think that's gonna lead you through experience to a lot more failed attempts. I'm just saying
I wouldn't want to continue pursuing unless there's that first. There's
with him, I'm just wondering if he's not being specific enough. I guess if somebody asked me, hey man, what's the most ideal situation for your career? What would you guys all say? You know, bestseller book writer, awesome podcast, whatever, banker of the year, fighter of the year, whatever. You know, those are ideal situations when you're going to talk about your career. So if I'm going to ask you guys, what's an ideal relationship? What's an ideal significant other that you look for? I just feel like you guys need to dig into it. You guys give me a politically correct answer a little bit more than not. And that's why, and I guess on you, it was more about that. Where the fuck are you going with that shit? Oh boy. Anyhow, Gus. Right. So I guess I was hoping for a little bit more specificity from you.
So it would be the big thing would be support. You know, I'm big on, like he said, I'm a man of God too. I need somebody that's on the same wavelength as that, has the same belief as me. You know, is a family oriented person. You know, is open to marriage and kids and just for me, those are big. They might be little qualities, but they're big values to me.
I think the big picture is, yes, you can have all these ideas and ideologies about this perfect person, but until you find that person, like you can meet that person and then they could throw a wrench into the whole concept.
Yeah, I get it. You adapt.
And then exactly. So it's like, it's different between finding your whole passion and your career and whatever, and then finding the person that you want to share the rest of your life with. So it's like, you can ask us and we can talk about
so
for
I
hours.
think the majority of the world settles for less. It's my opinion. Okay?
Yeah.
They settle for less. Settle for less can be generalized in so many ways as to why they did it. Doesn't matter. Settle for less means their bar was here and they continuously lowered it and lowered it and lowered it for whatever reason it is. Marriage, kids, age, whatever it is, they kept lowering the bar and they settled for less. I never will agree with that. Doesn't matter where you're in the life, you readjust,
I agree.
You reset your bar, and you go for what you think.
Okay.
Now,
as long as you're willing to reset the bar.
Of course.
Because some people have expectations that will never be reached.
Yeah, of course. It's very unrealistic. I guess what I'm saying is, me personally, I didn't hear you guys say it. You don't have to. It's not you're supposed to. But me personally, I'm going to get very specific.
Okay.
Because that's how important it is for me. You got to be fit.
Okay.
None of y'all said that. You got to be fit. You gotta be fit.
Like physically?
Yeah, but I mean, that's like a type.
Hold on now, but there's way more than that. You gotta be fit. You gotta be open-minded to do a whole lot of shit. How about I skip all the details? You gotta be the closest thing to me possible. That's it.
Like of who you are as a person.
That's it.
Like you want like your match.
But that's what I said. The same lifestyle you share, which if I work out, lifestyle is that goes into that category. I'm not gonna describe the perfect exact person that I want. But I gave
Yeah, in detail,
yeah,
but-
we all gave.
Yeah,
you pretty
we
much
kind
the
of gave you
gist.
like, yeah.
Because
yeah,
we could
yeah.
talk for hours about that specific topic.
Yeah.
But we just kind of give you the
The hair, the eyes, the nose, the
Yeah,
like
Oh,
the
yeah,
boobs,
well,
the
yeah.
ass,
the waist,
I gave the things that matter down the
Yeah,
line,
languages,
like
like-
the looks and the fitness
Those-
that
but
goes
those,
out
those
after.
things, and you have to
Yeah.
understand,
20 years.
those things fade.
Yeah,
Nah. Hold on. I never said a 10. I never said a 10.
And
I said
that's what I'm talking about.
lifestyles. I said
And
lifestyles.
what did I say? Lifestyle over person.
But you said those things fade over age.
No.
No,
Like,
because
when
you're
you
saying
said
like,
fitness,
oh,
you said
fitness
fit.
and stuff.
That fades.
Fit,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna
You're gonna live fit. You're gonna. I see old ladies who are way more fit than some of the girls.
Oh, I agree.
More of our friends
But
date.
I agree, but that's why I said lifestyle over person. I live a certain lifestyle that I'm not gonna stop doing just because there's a person that I'm really interested in. Like I've met people who they don't exercise, they don't work out, or they don't believe in that.
What's going on, crazy world? We are definitely going through some shit right now with this here coronavirus and all the madness going on with the elections and everything else involved. But hey, on a brighter note, you got the Black Sheep perspective to help you get by and get through it. So I really appreciate for you guys tuning in. Thank you for all the love and support. We can't get enough of giving you guys great content. But in order to do that, we got sponsors to help us pay the bills. We got sponsors to help me have a life where I can go ahead and produce this. And I want to give a big shout out to them right now, to the Driver Shop High Performance. These guys really did a great, magnificent wrap job on my truck. If you guys got a vehicle out there that you want to get a beautiful wrap on, you got a paint job wrap, you can just wrap your own logos, you can wrap any kind of advertisement. These people are the ones to go to. So Hector and company over there at the Driver Shop High Performance, thank you so much for making my truck look that much more beautiful. Huge shout out to the Yielding Seed for giving me this meal preps that I really need in my life. If you know you're pretty busy in life and there's other things that you want to do but you can't because you put in too much effort to taking care of yourself by eating healthy and prepping meals, well, why don't you give the Yielding Seed a chance? These guys got great prices, and even more important, they put out awesome, dope quality food. And then a huge shout out to Game Time Management. These people have really had my back since day one. They're helping me in the podcast and everything else that I'm going through with, trying to project myself in a better place in this world and in the business world. And I definitely couldn't do it with them. So Game Time Management, if you guys need help in your corner, if you're trying to make moves in your life and you need somebody to help you get there, why don't you give Game Time Management a ring? Thank you for supporting us, guys. Stay in tune. We got so many big things coming up, and I hope that you guys are there for the whole journey. Let's get back to the podcast. I mean, again, bro, no one has the perfect formula at all. Obviously, I know this, and I would never think otherwise. But I guess what I'm saying is, I don't think the average person admits that what they think is the ideal significant other is the closest thing to a mirror image. And I think it's just my opinion, man. If people would accept that more often and they would apply it, like, hey, I'm not willing to say this because it sounds vain, it sounds too whatever, it sounds too selfish, but the best ideal mate is the closest thing to who you are and how you live.
I agree.
Period. If you got flaws, obviously you don't want your future significant other to have those flaws. You hope that they would balance out those flaws. Yeah. But if you're fit, if you're a gator hunter, if you're a fisherman, if you're a hunter, whatever the fuck it is, you want your significant other to have those same qualities. Because the further you go away from that, in my opinion, the less time you have to vibe. Yeah. And when you throw in kids and the 9 to 5, and all we got together is the weekend and this and that, where the hell do you throw in that hobby, that getaway, that, you know, that those things that make you enjoy life? You want to do that with your significant other. And if it's like, hey man, well, I go fishing with the boys on Saturday, she goes shopping with the boys on with the girls on Saturday, Sunday we just do family time and this whatever, and then Monday, Friday is just 9 to 5. That's a horrendous formula.
Yeah. Okay. No, I strongly agree.
So we're not talking about the physical aspect of what they look like. I just think if we keep it real, hey man, I want the closest thing to me. I just think we're setting up for a better circumstances. It's just my formula. That's all. Again, what the fuck do I know? I'm single, been single for a minute, but then again, the majority of the world is in a fucked up relationship.
They compromise and they settle.
Divorces are 75% divorce rate.
That, you know what? Everyone has their opinion, and some people will think that their belief is the right one. This is someone else's opinion that it exists out there, and there could be other ones that make more sense, or there's some that doesn't make sense at all. But just so they know, this is another take.
A great thing about the podcast, man, we get to fucking give all our opinions. This is an open mic, you know, and
It's a discussion.
this is why I wanted you guys back on, bro. You guys got great opinions. You got, you know, you don't just talk out your ass.
Yeah.
Even though Marvin speaks with a little bit more passion, he keeps it controlled. He does it. He does it knowingly that he's more passionate about it. You do so doing your thing. I think this is what makes for a great podcast, or what makes our opinions a little bit more valid. You know, that these aren't a bunch of idiots just sleeping around and acting like dickheads. No, these guys put thought into their thing. They actually, you know, been through some stuff and so on and so forth. And that includes Gus, even with his younger experience. It's the same thing. He's no idiot running around, you know, stuff like that. So his opinion matters too. And again, that's why we're here, man. But listen, we're in a coronavirus, man. I think we just put out some great stuff.
Yeah.
To entertain the people.
Absolutely.
I hope people continue tuning in. I want everybody out there to make sure you follow the Coffee Breakup podcast. These guys are pumping something out every Friday, right?
morning.
Every Friday is
Every
coming
Friday
out.
morning.
Every Friday morning is
Every
coming
Friday
out.
morning, 8:30.
Yeah.
And on Instagram, it's literally the Coffee
All together,
Breakup,
the coffee
all together.
breakup. You think coffee in the morning, that's what you drink, and then the breakup, you just got out of a breakup.
You got Marvin and Chris, but they're better known as M Schultz on.
Underscore ETL.
So M_Schultz,
No, M Schultz
M Schultz
underscore
_.
ETL.
ETL. Chris is known as Vieira Bro.
Viera, bro.
Simple.
And that's it. Vieira, Viera.
Viera.
BRO, bro. And that's it, nothing else.
What is it? Viera, bro.
Vieira, bro.
Can't miss it.
We all know Gus, GUSVILLAMIL, Gus Villamil. Myself, Black Sheep. It was Black Sheep 305, but turned it into a completely business page, so it's Black Sheep Perspective.
Yeah,
It doesn't have
show off the sign.
doesn't have the dub behind it, but yes, as you guys can see, got some renovations done to the podcast. There's a lot more coming, man. There's big things coming, man. We got a lot of great support. I appreciate everybody out there. Appreciate everybody listening, tuning in. Like, the support is huge. I didn't make a post about it, even though I wanted to. That we hit 200 followers subscribe on YouTube. I think that's huge, bro.
That is. When you think about that, you were able to make it like out of 200 people that you may know or not know.
Bro.
That's dope.
200 human beings with 200 different perspectives and opinions and beliefs.
And they want to tune in.
And,
at least they
it,
want to support.
it's hard to do it when you see so many other podcasts or people getting thousands, and you're like, what the fuck?
You got to start off somewhere.
But that's, you can't come. I tell that to one of our photographers all the time, because he's always anxious to do better and like, oh, this guy has 100,000 followers. And I'm like, you think he just did that?
Right.
Because one day he
Yeah.
posted one picture and he got
Right,
I'm like, it takes time, son. That's when you're able to appreciate the growth.
Yeah.
Because if that person just put one picture and got 100,000 followers, tomorrow he doesn't have to post shit. 'Cause he's like,
Exactly.
I don't care. So that's why that work that you put in, that grind, that's what's appreciated.
You need that tunnel vision where okay, I'm just gonna focus on me. I'm not gonna look at anybody else.
Earned.
That's why I don't even like looking at. Sometimes I do, but other times I don't even like looking at other people's YouTube channels and stuff like that, because I see it and then, or even podcasts, and I compare it to ours, and that could be healthy and productive and constructive, but at the same time it could also be destructive as well.
Right.
You
You
have
know,
to be careful
I
with
do
it.
that and I kill myself with it. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, what are they doing now? We're not.
We're not
Yeah.
doing it. And then literally, they've been around for like 8 years. And
Yeah.
Or they know like the people that are able to like scale it differently, but
Yeah.
it takes time. You just got to put in the work, and eventually you'll learn that.
we're very confident about our podcast, and as much as we're super confident about you guys' podcast, but we're both little fucking pipsqueak, you know.
Fish.
We're
deep ocean.
tadpoles, bro. We're fucking tadpoles right now, like literally just developing, and I think we're both doing great for what we're doing. But yo, fellas, I appreciate you guys coming out here again. I want to have y'all again. You know,
We can't wait till we start having guests, because
Well,
you know,
yeah,
you guys are,
dude.
yeah.
You
Once
get-
we start,
it's fun to have the
out.
guests, man. It kind of stirs it up.
Yeah.
It adds a little bit more to it.
we're getting
you
to that
know?
point where I think it's like, okay, maybe if we had some person, we can start engaging
Yeah,
differently.
we're
getting close.
We're
You
getting
should
close.
you should have a couple that just broke up on.
At the same time,
Boy.
surprise them. Like, oh, you want to go on our podcast? Yeah, you want to go on our podcast?
Yeah.
Surprise!
Super toxic relationship.
The setup. No, that's not the worst idea. It's just fucking causing the issues. But guys, everybody out there listen. We said this in the very beginning of the podcast. The best way you show your support is to go subscribe. Like, we appreciate all the views. When we see these views, we're like, yeah, man, people are watching, people are liking it.
Yeah.
But really, it plays a bigger role when you actually subscribe to the channel, whether it's on the audio, through iTunes, Spotify, Speaker, all these other places audio-wise, or if you do it visual through video and you go to YouTube or even on Instagram.
And other social media like Facebook or other
exactly.
stuff. Like
On social media, follow. There's no money. There's no sponsorship. There's nothing being
free.
acknowledged
Yeah, it's free.
unless you follow. Then we kind of built up some kind of following, and people believe in us more, and then we're able to make bigger
credibility.
moves.
Yeah,
Exactly. But love what you guys are doing. Again, this is why you guys came back. I appreciate you guys, coming back over here, especially under the circumstances.
Yeah.
I hope to the people listening, hey, we said this earlier, we'll say it again. If you think you got somebody awesome, either for the Coffee Breakup, who will be an amazing guest, maybe their first guest or one of their future guests, or it can be telephonically through Skype or anything else. But if you guys got a guest who you think would be awesome for the Coffee Breakup because of what they've been through, DM these boys, talk to them, reach out to Vieira, reach out to M. Schultz, reach out to any one of us. We'll connect you to them. And then when it comes to the Black Sheep perspective, if you guys know somebody, listen, we're looking for people who got a story, people who've been through something. It doesn't have to be negative or positive, but they got something to enlighten us on. They either went through the gutter and they got out of it. They're making a move on life. They're trying to teach us something new. Or I don't want to say that you're just shaking their tits and ass, but hey, if it's 2 or 3 of y'all, fuck it, we'll entertain it. we're going through a fucking lockdown. Why not?
Take what we can get at this point.
Guys, stay tuned. Make sure you fucking take the gloves off. Stop fucking driving your car with your glove and your mask on. That makes no sense.
Stupid.
Answering their phone and like
Jesus Christ,
dumb.
bro.
I talked about the
I hope that's not just Miami doing that, but whatever. But stay safe. The coronavirus is serious. It's legit as fuck. Practice the 6-foot radius. Practice the staying home part. Make sure that if you're going to leave, I know I'm not trying to be a hypocrite that you guys are coming to the podcast. We've all been tested. We all know that we're good. We're all around. Significant others that we love to death, our parents, everybody's safe. This is why we're doing this. So I don't want anybody to think that we're being loose or inconsiderate towards what's going on in the world. But practice that safety. Clean your hands. Wipe your fucking ass. Support your local people, man. Everybody's struggling right now. It's very, very tough out there. If you're hungry and you're not going to cook it at home, go local. Support your local person. Order it from them. Make sure their head is still above water. Otherwise, make sure you do everything you're supposed to do so that we can get out of this as soon as possible. We appreciate the love and support. Make sure you follow everybody that we gave our shout outs to. And we'll catch you guys on the next podcast. Peace and love, baby. Take care.
Thank you, guys.